Can you see in the cards if Holly and I are going to be on the Traitors?
Yeah, I can do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Or any projects together. I feel like we talk about so many things.
Yes.
And like,
Let's say you are on the Traitors. What if one of you is the traitor?
oh, for sure that will happen, I think.
we just have to roll with it.
Yeah.
Be good sports.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Just Trish podcast. I'm here with my favorite, first, best, love her more than anything. I say that like with my whole heart and I mean it. Holly Madison.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be back.
So excited. You are actually like your energy is so high today and I love it. Not that it's not always, but like you're at a high today and I love.
No, it's crazy. My energy has changed the last couple of weeks. Like even Bridget was saying something. She keeps saying, you look different. You look different. Like something's different. And I just feel like really aligned right now. Like I feel like manifestation is almost becoming instant. Like something, I don't know if it's just years and years of like trying to start my life over and finally like hitting a stride or what it is. But I feel like I'm in it and I love it and I'm so excited.
You're feeling good. I feel like that when you feel good, because that's what it is. Like everything about you, like you always look gorgeous stuff, but the energy is like, I don't know, it's like intoxicating. I was like, I love it. I was like, and I remember last year you were talking about like having 2 shows come out and now they're out.
Yes.
And I'm like, and you just got back from New York. You're doing so much. I'm like, are you not burned out? You're like, no, I feel great. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
amazing.
This was the first time I've ever gone to New York and enjoyed doing press there. Because I used to hate doing press so bad. Like I was I would go for years without doing one interview. And now I went for a week and I actually like enjoyed it. And I'm like, did I die and like enter another parallel universe or something?
Maybe.
Like it's that drastic of a difference.
I wonder why. Why do you think? Just
I mean, I think it's just a lot of like working on myself and trying to stay positive and working hard on things. And it's finally just like hit a good place where it feels a little more effortless.
yeah, it's just like all falling into place for you, which is like really cool. Like you work hard, but then everything, because it is really, you really are everywhere and you are like the face of the ID channel now. It's like crazy. Like, do you know, how did you get involved with them? That's what I need to know.
Oh, well, it's because there's a guy named Jason Starlanis who was an executive at E during the last couple seasons of Girls Next Door. And we really bonded doing my spinoff, Holly's World. And they had a show called The Playboy Murders that they'd already approved. And he thought of me. I don't know if he thought of me or the production company thought of me to host it, but they went through my agent. At first I was like, no, I don't want to do another Playboy thing. Like I'm up to my ears in it. But they sent the deck over and it showed the cases they wanted to cover. And these were some cases I'd never heard of. And I was like, oh my God, this is a show I would actually watch. Because I've rarely ever been a part of like a show I would actually watch. So I was super excited about it. And then that did really well. So he came up with the idea for Lethally Blonde, which is very similar to the Playboy Murders. It's not Playboy specific, but the cases all revolve around somebody, whether it's the victim or the perpetrator, that's like on the fringes of like the sex work industry or the entertainment industry or otherwise lead a really interesting lifestyle. So I just love it. I think it's such a good fit and I'm so happy with it.
It's so interesting because like the Playboy Murders, Lethally Blonde, I watched it and I never watched like true crime, but I was like, I'll watch anything you're on. And the first episode was about the story I knew. And it is interesting, like all these like bombshells that are involved with like darkness. And the first episode was the girl was the, not the victim, what's the opposite of a victim?
The perpetrator.
Yeah. And I was like, this is so wild. Like you see all these bombshells just look so beautiful. And then there's like this dark side to them. Yeah. And it's like so spooky. Did you know about all the stories before or do you like dive in with them when you like produce the show?
Some of them I'd heard about before, some of them not.
Yeah.
We always go really hard into the research, of course, before we start filming. I have kind of an eerie story about one of them. There's a story we cover later in the season about a woman named Kimberly Pandalios who was murdered in the 90s in the Angeles forest. And she was a young mom. She was trying to make it in the entertainment industry. And she had become connected with a photographer who wanted to take her out there to do a photo shoot. And, you know, she thought it was legitimate work and it turned very tragic. But before I had gotten into any of the details of any of the cases, I had them like all the research printed out. I was ready to start looking at it the next day, but I was driving from LA to Vegas as I do quite often. And it was like a Friday, so traffic was heavy. And there's a couple different routes you can take to Vegas to get to the 15, like you can take either like the Pasadena freeway or the 10 to get to the 15, or sometimes if traffic's really bad on the Cajon Pass, they'll send you like out toward Palmdale and Pear Blossom
That's
Highway.
what we did, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But this one day, Waze was sending me this weird way I had never been before. They sent me out to Pasadena and then out through the Angeles forest. And I hadn't read the research on the case yet, so I didn't know that anything had happened there. And I was, driving the whole way, and just my mind wasn't even wandering like it usually was when I'm driving, because I was just like, it's kind of dangerous out here. Like, if I've got a flat tire, there's nothing out here. Like, my phone isn't getting service. This is weird. But it was a beautiful drive. But the whole time I'm like, this is just weird that I'm being taken this way. Traffic must be awful. I don't know. And then I passed this really beautiful bridge that like made an impression on me. I'm like, you're passing this scenery. You're like, oh, I've never seen this before. So when I finally get to Vegas, I'm like going over the research. I start getting into the case, and it turned out that woman was murdered in the Angeles forest. And later, when they found some of her belongings, like a journal, it was found underneath that bridge. And I'm like, I just got so many chills. Yeah. And I'm like, what are the chances? That's so weird.
Did you felt like, oh, this is beautiful, or did you feel weird like going through it when you drove through it?
Both. I thought it was really beautiful scenery, but I felt kind of a sense of danger. I mean, I'm pretty paranoid about that stuff anyway, but kind of a sense of danger, like, I don't want to take this route ever again, because like if I got a flat tire, if I broke down or something like that, I wouldn't feel safe, just because you're not around any towns or cities, and
and no reception.
Yeah.
Oh my God, those things give me chills. Like, I watch it literally for you, because when I watch these shows, like, it gives me chills because it's just like stuff we do all the time, right? Like, you just go out with a photographer and you don't think anything of it.
Yeah.
That's so, oh my gosh, that's so sad. There's
really
like so
scary.
much. But it's good. Honestly, these shows, though, do make you so much more aware. Like, I was very anti, like, true crime. But, like, after watching just all those, like, the Playboy murders, too, it's just, like, you just never know. Like, the Dorothy Stratton one always sat with me. I'm just, like, you just never know. Like, she's married to this guy. So when you get a divorce, don't go by yourself, which is, like, shouldn't be your fault. But, like, it's just one of those things to, like, make sure people are around you.
Absolutely.
It's just scary, the things you know.
Totally.
So, because you do so many, like, creepy things, but you're so, like, bubbly. Do you ever think you'll get back to, like, Holly's World type shows where you also do, like, the bubbly you?
Maybe. I was just talking about this on another podcast, how I feel like my personality is those two houses in the Palisades where there's like the pink one and the black one.
Yes, I love that one.
It sums it up. Speaking of other things, I was actually asked to do the first season of The Traitors before it came out.
We're in our cloaks. Wait,
we're in our
what?
cloaks. But listen to this. I didn't know. I thought the one thing I thought sounded appealing was it takes place in a castle in Scotland. And Scotland is one of the few places I haven't been that I'm dying to go.
Oh my gosh.
But I didn't want to do it because I didn't really know what it was. And I thought, are they asking me because they think I'm a traitor because I wrote a book about Heth? Like, I'm not going on this show where they're casting people they think are traitors. Like, I didn't know what it was. I was like, ew, I'm not doing that. No.
No way. Oh my God. But you would think that because like House of Villains, it's like very similar. And you would think that. But like, I wonder, I didn't watch the first season. Did you see it at all?
No, I haven't seen it. But I've heard that you don't have to be like thought of as a traitor or villain to be on there.
No, because we watched the second season and it was all reality stars. And yeah, like some of them were like really sweet. And I say they're like housewives or survivor people, like just the most random people. But I think the first one was a mix of celebrities and like civilians, I guess. You know what I mean? Would you do it now?
Yeah, for like a free trip to Scotland. I don't think I'd be very good at it because people are like, oh, housewives are so good at this show because they're good at that. I don't think I'm good at that kind of stuff. But even if I got eliminated the first day, like I would just stay in Scotland for like a week.
Oh yeah, the scenery is so gorgeous. I want to go for that reason too. I only got into it because our co-host Oscar, he's like obsessed with it. And then I started watching it, and I've been like gunning for it now. And so I finally signed with an agency. So I was just like, "Can you get me on Traitors?" I'm like, "Oh my God, if we went on, because
people want to see you on it." Like I see people writing that all the time.
Well, I feel like also I'm like retweeting it and being part of it. I'm like, yes, this. But I feel like if we went on together, because you always. Basically what it is someone from your show, basically. Oh. So, like, there was people from the real world that knew each other, housewives. The housewives didn't win. I think it was the real world people that won. But I think it would be so good because we both do social media. I'm just like, you, me, Tana.
That would be so fun.
And
oh, my God.
It is a crazy show because you do, like, the housewives stick together, but then you have to turn on each other at some point, and someone is a traitor. It's fun. Have you ever played Among Us? Do you know that one?
No.
I didn't know it either, but they say it's like that. But basically, you know the premise of Traitors.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so basically, yeah, so 3 people have to be a traitor and you just like don't know. So like eventually someone has to like kill you. But it's fun. It's like murder mystery. Oh my God. You would be so good on it because you would like play into it too.
I do love like murder mysteries, like those setup murder mysteries and stuff.
I can't believe you said no.
I know. Well, I didn't really know what it was. I just thought
yeah.
they're casting me because they think I'm a traitor. So no.
You're like, no.
I'm not getting tricked into this.
Wow.
I do get hesitant about stuff like that too, because in the past, like I would be asked to do certain shows that I would turn down, and then the show would come out and like Kendra would be on it. And I was like, did they ask her after I said no, or were they trying to like trick us to be on at the same time? Like I would have to put that in a clause, like you can't have Kendra or Crystal on the show.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because I don't want to go on a show and have them be on there. Like you would have to pay me $5 million.
Wait, really? So you don't think you could even be like for the show? Like,
no.
I think Traitors would be the perfect show for that, because there are like, not enemies, but there are people who like don't get along in their seasons. And so then it's easier because then you don't know who to kill off, right? It's like, you know, so then it's like, but then they would suspect you. So then you would keep them around longer because it's like, oh, it's not Holly because she would, you know, take them out or something like that. That's interesting. Well, I guess you could. I don't know. Those shows are tricky. I always think that too. Not that I was like, maybe if I see someone, oh God, that would be great. They're filming October of this year. Are you free?
I can make myself free.
That's how I said too. I was like, you know, baby will be 3 months old. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because they do crazy like physical challenges too. Do you do that kind of stuff? Like propelling?
No, but it would be funny to watch me try, I think. Like, I'm down to, like, be silly. Like, I had to do this thing in New York for women's health where, like, you have to answer a question. And if it's a question you turn down or don't have a good answer to, you have to do, like, some kind of exercise. And they had me do burpees. And my PR person was like, don't do, like, a knee burpee because it looks like you're humping the ground. And I was just laughing so hard and doing such a bad job. But, like, it's also funny, so.
Burpees are kind of hard. And they kind of do look like
burpees.
that. Are you not, because you are physical, you work out, but you don't like to do, like, coordination activities like mountain climbing and stuff?
No, I'm more like hiking and like low impact stuff, and then like circuit training at home and like yoga, Pilates. Like there's certain things I like to do, but also vary on my own terms. Like I would get so mad if I had a personal trainer like in my face trying to like I have to be like at my own pace and everything.
But you would be good on this show because they do hike so much, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't know if I could do this. I like it though because it's all people in like our age range. Like it's not like 20-year-olds, you know what I mean? So like they had someone from Shaw's of Sunset. Like they're all the women were like 40s, 50s, and they were like propelling at the very end because the women made it towards the end. There's only one guy and like 6 girls left, and they all had to like propel off like this like mountain, and it was like kind of inspiring because they all like were not in shape, and I was kind of like, I would love to just try. Like, it would probably be awful and I'm not coordinated, but.
Yeah, it's like one of those, you know, once in a lifetime things.
Oh,
and it's funny to catch on TV. So.
Oh my God. Okay, we're in. Please call us. I literally have been pitching so hard. I'm like, I will do it for free. But I know they get paid. Like, there's one girl who talked about her salary and they get paid like a lot. It's like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I was like, wow, okay, I would just literally do it just for the experience. But.
Yeah, I would get paid to go to Scotland.
Oh, right? Yeah, and be like in the castle and stuff. It just looks, and they dress the part. Oh my God, it'd be so much fun. We could wear our cloak. Like, you're literally in the Traitors cloak. I think it's green.
Ooh,
yeah,
I like it. Manifesting.
Yeah, totally. I feel that 1,000%. And then they go up to the tower, all the Traitors, and at night, and they discuss who they're gonna like kill and stuff like that. Yeah, it's spooky.
So Harry Potter in the Astrology Tower, or Astronomy Tower.
You would just be there with all your. Wait, are you Ravenclaw?
Ravenclaw.
I think that's why I chose to be Ravenclaw too, because I think
I
was like I saw it. And the ecto nails, as you called them.
Yes, ecto green. This is the color I get the most compliments on, and I don't know. Like sometimes people compliment you, and I don't know if they really like it. They're just saying it because it's unusual, and they say something about it. I don't know. Maybe it's that, but I love it. It's fun. It's my favorite.
No, it's the best. You like, we have the same color.
The pink and green color combo, which is my favorite.
People call that. They say you're not slick, Wanda and Cosmo. Do you know that?
No.
It's from Fairly Odd Parents. I didn't know either. I guess they're like pink and green. And every time there's pink and green, they're like, you're not slick, Wanda and Cosmo.
Oh, I didn't know that. I always think of Beverly Hills Hotel. Which isn't this exact shade, but that's what I was thinking of with pink and green.
The pale pink. That wallpaper is very popular now. We almost got it for our bathroom, but I'm like, maybe it looks like we're in the hotel.
I used to have a dog house in my backyard. It was like a human size, the size of a casita, but I had it was like Spanish style, and it was painted like pink on the outside, and I had the banana leaf wallpaper on the inside. So it was like, and I had all because they used to make, I think they still do, like Beverly Hills Hotel dog beds and like dog accessories. So it was all done like that. And it was in my first house I lived in Vegas, and the HOA was so horrible. Like you couldn't see this from the street, but they would send me like drone pictures of my backyard, and like, you can't have a pink casita in your backyard.
What?
I was so angry. I wanted to sue them so bad because I felt like they were just getting up in my business. Like if nobody can see what's in my backyard, you don't need to be droning.
I was gonna say, what else are they droning? Like what if you're out there like naked or something? You could sue them. Ew, that's so weird. And if you're in your backyard, so what did you do? Take it down?
No, I sold the house. I was like, I'm getting out of here.
Because of that?
No, it's because I got married and we bought like a bigger, better house. But I did not even want to deal with them.
Was this the house on Holly's World? Mm-hmm. Oh, I lived for that house, though. That was so cute.
It was a fun house. I did a lot of fun, like, customization things inside there.
And you sold them like that as is, so whoever bought the house got all the cute little. They're so lucky. I watched that and I'm like, Holly's World was definitely my favorite. That's why I feel like you should do like a second reboot of that. Whenever I go to Vegas, I just feel like you. I was just like, this is where we went to Sugar Factory. We go to all those places.
Fun.
Yeah,
we have to go back with Tana and do like tavern stuff at Excalibur.
I would live.
And you know what they have at Excalibur? So there's like a big, not a drawbridge, but like the thing that goes over the moat in the front, and underneath it they have a dragon, like an animatronic dragon that used to come out back in the day, but it's just down there rotting, like submechanophobia in the water type thing. But I'm like, you need to let me down there to take a picture with this creepy dragon.
And then they haven't.
Well, I never really asked, but we need to go to like a Tournament of Kings and like do tavern videos there. Because it's very tavern.
Do you think they would let us, or you're just saying just go like as a person and be like, we're just filming here?
Oh no, I'd have to ask because I think we would want to get into like Tournament of Kings before anybody else was there.
Yeah,
be able to hear anything.
I feel weird doing TikTok sometimes in front of like people, like you know,
because it's like influencers in the wild.
Yeah,
and people are like, what are you doing?
Could you imagine we're there and just like pretending we're in the tavern? It's fun when they like know we're coming, but I feel like you have those connections. But Excalibur, well, they probably won't let us in after this, but it's kind of like spooky, right? It's kind of like haunted.
I think I tagged you and Tana in a video.
Yes.
I think it was Plan Brie. They were talking about how every time they're in Vegas, they pass by the Excalibur and they just think it looks like something really bad happened there.
Yes. Is there any facts like to back that up, or they just think that? They're just like, it looks creepy?
I mean, I've heard haunted stories from there, but not anything super specific. It's just old.
It's just old. Yeah. There's some scary stories when we went. I think it was Rio. Right before we went, I kept getting all these TikToks of like their rooms being broken into while they're sleeping.
No.
Yeah, so we bought like a door jammer when we went because we were just like, I'm so scared because it was like, so allegedly the hotel employees, but when Rio has asked for comment, it was like a couple weeks ago, they literally were like, oh, we don't have cameras, and oh, it's probably someone they knew. Like they did not try to like make it right. I was like, so scary, all these hotels and stuff like that. Yeah. I think the older ones, Rio's kind of literally on the outskirts of the Strip. Where do you stay? Well, I guess you have a house there, but what would you recommend staying in Vegas?
I mean, my favorite's the Wynn.
Oh, yeah, that's the one we got to stay at. That's where they have all the nice shops, and I'm always like, that's where we got to go.
Yeah, it's just so pretty and chill, and like I have so many good memories there.
It's like newer, right?
I mean, and it was built in like 2005, I think.
Okay, so yeah, it's pretty new.
It's been around a while, but it's very nice.
We're at the Harrah's.
Harrah's is fun.
It's fun. It was leaking when we went there last time. Literally in the casinos, there's just giant trash cans. But they have a good Ruth Chris and Donny Osmond, so that's why we go. Did you ever interact with him? Because you were like so Vegas for so long.
Yeah, no, he and his sister were super nice. I went to their show like right when I moved there, and they gave me the cutest little like 1970s, I think it was actual vintage like baby tee that said Donnie and Marie and had their picture on it. It was so cute. And I remember I was wearing it in one of my Holly's World confessional interviews, and usually they wouldn't let us wear like branded stuff in the confessional interviews. It had to be like a plain button-up sweater or something. But I like insisted I really wanted to wear this Donnie and Marie top, and it had a little bit of green on it, and they were green screening our confessionals, so that was a whole pain in the butt because it was like messing up and stuff. But like I begged them to let me wear it, and the producer was like, okay, I'll let you do it just because I like Donnie Marie.
They're kind of the best, and they're kind of iconic Vegas
so
now
cute.
too.
Oh, 100%.
I just love like the Vegas. I'm good after a few days, but yeah, it's like a fun experience, and the drive up is fun. We've been driving now with Malibu, and it's like so much fun. We also got to go to the Aliens.
Yes, that's our next photo shoot, Area 51.
Is there a place to stay up there, like a hotel, or no?
Well, I mean, there's some places. I was thinking we could just go as close. Like I have some ideas of where we could shoot it, just like as close as we can get. And there's this place nearby. There's this like cool gas station place that has all this alien stuff, and like this place called the Alien Brothel that's pink. And I thought it'd be cute to take pictures outside there. I don't know. I have like a whole vision. You saw the vision board. Yeah.
Your mood boards are everything. Like you always know. What is the brothel? I've never seen it. Can you see it from the freeway?
Yeah, it's right by like the gas station that's closest to Area 51. It's just called the Alien Brothel.
And what's in it?
I guess it's just a regular brothel, but
wait, what?
Themed. Yeah, because they're legal out there.
Wait, what?
Like brothels aren't legal in Las Vegas, but like in Pahrump or like some outskirts Nevada places, it's legal.
Oh my God. Why would they call it the Alien Brothel though? That's like
on theme.
Do you think, oh my God, I feel like there's some real stuff. We talked to someone the other day who's like this like legit person who like speaks to, what do they call them? Not aliens, but Palladians.
Pleiadians. Yeah. I've been told by psychics that have a lot of Pleiadian energy.
That could be. Yeah. Have you ever talked to them or like felt them or anything? Because she swore they talked to her.
I've heard people on YouTube say that. I've never talked to the Pleiadians, but there's full people on YouTube who their whole channels are like channeling the Pleiadians.
And they said you had Pleiadian energy, like you're one. I could see it because I always tell people this in like the best way. I'm like, Holly is like, you look at her and she's like this beautiful, like popular cheerleader, but she's like kind of like odd and like weird in like the best way. It makes me feel like less not. I don't feel awkward around you anymore. I used to be so awkward. I'm like, no, she has some like weirdness to her in like the best way. So maybe that.
Thank you. I love that.
Yeah, it's the best thing because I was just like, that makes sense. I never talked to the aliens either, but I really do believe it. Like I feel like I've seen it, like hallucination.
Too.
Yeah, and I feel like they're real. I mean, obviously we're getting closer to them. Like you know, everyone's talking about it, and I would love to go on an alien like little hunt. What was the one you stayed at? Was it Clown Hotel?
Oh, the Clown Motel. That's way out in Tonopah, which is like way north of Las Vegas.
Oh.
And that place is rough and it's all clown themed. It's right next to like an old cemetery.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
I don't know
really
if I could do
creepy.
that.
Yeah.
Creepy stuff, like I don't know. I've never felt energy of like ghosts, but I always get like so scared of that. Aliens I could do because I don't think I would be scared. I'm very much like you where I feel like you could be one. You know what I mean? Where it's very much just like they're kind of like us, but more advanced, you know?
Yeah, I feel like if you were going to get abducted, it would have happened already. And
I would love to be. Well, maybe not now with a family, but when I was younger, I really dreamed of that. I was like, oh, it could happen, you know?
I've thought of that too, but then some people say it's like painful or like they lost half their hearing after being abducted.
Oh, people have like real stories about it?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen those. Well, I guess I don't think it'd be painful. I feel like it'd be like Men in Black where they just erase your memory so you couldn't like remember the pain or something. I would be so down to do it though. That'd be fun. We'll go on our ecto nails because he gave me alien vibes.
Yeah.
And I was like, that'd be really fun. And then the whole mood boards of it. So we gotta go there. We gotta go to Excalibur.
I was thinking another thing we could do is there's places out in like Red Rock Canyon where people go at certain times because to try and like see the aliens or see the UFOs. I don't know why it's like out there. There's a certain place where people think it's more likely you're going to see it. I'd have to look into it a little more, but I've looked into it before and never did it, but I know it exists.
Nevada or LA?
Nevada, yeah.
Oh my, I wonder why out there. Is Area 51 out there? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's close to Vegas.
And have you been there?
You're not allowed to go.
Wait, really?
Yeah, no. Like you like get shot if you're like out the outside taking pictures. No, there's signs everywhere that says no photography. You know, we'll shoot you.
Wait,
things like that.
Really?
Yeah, it's so secret.
So what are they supposed to have there? Like, why is it so secret? It's real then.
Supposedly they have like alien craft that they're trying to reverse engineer and things like that.
What? That's so, I feel like scared talking about it because like I feel like the government, I never like talking about the government. I'm always like, I'm on your side, whatever you guys want to do because I'm like, I don't want them to come. But that's crazy. So it's real. So it's like a real thing that like people are not allowed in. Oh,
Allegedly, yeah. I mean, not a lot people are not allowed in, and that's true. But,
yeah, but allegedly it's like aliens. Do they say that on the signs? Like this is like science?
No, I don't think so. It's just like this is a government site kind of a thing. I'll find a picture of it and send you after this.
Oh my God. That's so spooky. That kind of stuff is like crazy to me. I don't know. That's what's so funny about you. Like you do know so much about this stuff and then on the flip side, you know so much about all the like fun stuff. Like we were talking about, what were we talking about in Miami? What was that hotel? Oh, the Versace hotel.
We need to go.
You've been to?
No, we were talking about it with I think Tana's
gone, right? Yeah, and I was just like, but you've been to Miami.
Yeah, but very briefly. It's always been very in and out to like host a Super Bowl party or something like that.
So
like
you
I've never
never
really spent time there, so I would like to.
She like swears by Miami that she's like, this is the place.
Everybody says that.
Yeah.
They're like, Miami is the lit place right now, not LA.
I'm down to go.
We need to go
I've never been. We have can you hand me that? Our little adventure tote. Thanks.
Adventure tote.
Adventure tote and this is all of this is all of our adventures. It's
for me.
Yeah, it's for you. It's our Madonna in.
Oh my God. Okay, so there's two totes. I'm gonna pull out the small one so you guys can see. It's all of our photos from Madonna in. I'm obsessed. Thank you so much.
Of course, there was so many photos to choose from.
Oh my God, I can't wait to use this.
It was so much fun. That trip, I was like, this is the best thing that we've ever done.
And the photos are so good. I was like,
So
I'm
cute.
unapologetically like, this is going to be my whole grid for a month. And it was.
I love that. I was so excited. Every time I opened it, I was like, oh my gosh, another one. The pictures were so perfect. I'm blowing them up so they're like going to be in my glam room. They're just so pretty.
Yeah, I want to blow one up for my Vegas house. I think the one of us like on the retro pink carpet.
That one was pretty.
Yeah.
Very dolls. It was crazy because we were like filming, like shooting those at like 7:00. Usually I'm in bed at 7:00. And I remember we were doing it to like 7 to like midnight. And then the next day you guys were still down. And I love that.
I didn't so much in.
I didn't bring any makeup. I had to go to like Target the next morning. I was like, let me like do my makeup and stuff like that. But it was so much fun.
Your makeup looks so good though.
Thanks. I actually slept in it and then I just touched it up because I can't do my own. You do your own
Yeah,
makeup.
I do. Yeah.
It looks so good.
Thank
We
you.
didn't even talk about our outfits today. This is our little, originally, okay, so, oh my God, we didn't. Huh? Oh yeah. And then we have our Just Trish cup for you too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
This is so cute. I
Yeah.
still use my baby Yoda one you got me all the
do
time.
you?
It's so cute. I love this. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad you got it. I remember that was a whole thing because it was like hard to get. I don't think we could like deliver gifts to you wherever you live. They were like called us and they're like, oh, it's like security won't let it in or something like that. So
weird.
I don't know. I'm glad you got,
I got it. Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't even intro. Well, later on in this episode, well, you guys will know by the title, Aphrodite's here. And so we were like, first of all, I love the theme. Once again, you came up with this, which is like, I love it because I would be too embarrassed to like suggest something. And then I was like, oh, I love that we're dressing.
No, suggest a theme anytime. I love doing a theme. I love getting creative.
Matching. So yours is like this Taylor Swift inspired Willow.
From the Eras tour, the Evermore section where she sings Willow and they have like the little glowing balls because, you know, since we're getting our tarot fortunes read, we had to go a little bit witchy.
I love it. Is tarot a witchy thing? I guess we can ask Aphrodite when he's here, but you've done tarot before. You've had people read your cards.
For sure.
And it's kind of like, what does it channel?
I think it's different for every practitioner. Like the cards themselves, like if you're going with a traditional Rider-Waite deck, there's all kinds of symbolism baked into the artwork. So every card kind of means something. But I've got readings from a lot of people who are really good. And sometimes the cards will mean different things to that practitioner. Like it doesn't have to be the same for everybody.
Okay.
And sometimes they're channeling certain things or just going intuitively. So I think it's different for every person.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of scam artists out there that don't know what they're doing. But there's really good people too. And I feel like they're all different.
I wonder that. Have you ever had one that was like eerily got like everything spot on right and you're like, whoa, that was like crazy. They knew.
Oh yeah, like I
Really?
have like a couple of people I talk to regularly that are really good with stuff like
Really?
that.
Oh, so you use this in like your everyday life?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I've ever. I don't think I've ever actually had like a tarot card reading for me. Like Aphrodite has done some online for us, but like never like in person with the energy of it all.
I'm excited.
Is it ever bad?
Yeah, it can be. They can tell you about bad things, but the thing about future predicting is a lot of times you can change the energy because a psychic is usually just reading the future based on the energy that exists now. That's kind of how they get it. So like I've been told bad things before, but I feel like I've been able to change them.
Really? Just with what, like like a mind shift, like thinking differently or what?
Yeah,
Or
or
physically?
if somebody said to me, oh, somebody in your husband's workplace is like out to get him, like I tell him and then it gets noticed. You know what I mean?
Oh, interesting.
So sometimes it's more like a warning.
I trust it. The first time you came on, you're like, Mercury's in like a weird retrograde or something. And I was like, okay, girl, like let's not do it today because I trust that completely when someone says it. This past week, I didn't even tell them, but like we had such a weird week, and then my hairdresser was saying the same thing. Like everything was going wrong, like hair was falling out of someone's head, like it was crazy. And I was like, I wonder what this week was. And I was like, okay, well, hopefully it's over. But
Oh, the astrology's nuts for April in general right now. It's funny because for some reason I feel everything early. Like if a retrograde's coming up, I'm having the retrograde week like a week before. I don't know why that is. But yeah, this is supposed to be like a crazy month. But I don't like to fearmonger about it or anything because sometimes it can lead to good things or whatever. I just say like when it's a retrograde or something like that, just give yourself a lot of extra time and space and don't overschedule or just, you know, take things in stride
to
when
be
they get
more
messed up because
yeah.
it's just going to happen.
Well, I know because it was weird this week too. Maybe I was feeling it early too. Maybe it's your alien premonition. Maybe it was just like feeling something weird or something like that. I also love that you do Patreon. We were talking right before this that you're going to do more on your Patreon. So do you put mostly stuff that you maybe don't want like mainstream out there? Because you were talking about what you were going to put out there and I was like, ooh, this is going to be like juicy. It's kind of like.
You know what? A little bit. Yeah. Like obviously I'm aware that anybody can access the Patreon if they want to, or anybody can like access it and then go to a message board and talk about it with everybody else. Like I'm aware of that clearly, but I do feel like the Patreon audience is more invested and they follow along with more of what Bridget and I say. So they understand things more. Whereas like the casual observer who might just be finding our podcast or might just be tuning in for the first time, they might not have the whole like backstory and context. So we do include a little bit more on the Patreon because of that. Like I feel more comfortable, I think.
How do you find your Patreon? Do you just have the link or can they search for you guys? Like Girls Next Pod or Girls Next Level?
It's patreon.com/Girls Next Level.
Okay.
I don't really know how the searching works because
I don't
anytime I've gone
either.
to somebody's Patreon, it's like I have the backslash.
Okay, so it's patreon.com/Girls Next Level.
Yeah.
Okay. You got us into Patreon. I know you, Chelsea Lynn, like Bunny, so many people were doing Patreon and I was like, I used to do it years ago and then we just started doing one too and I'm like, oh my God, it is so much more fun because the people are more invested. It does stay pretty closed for the most part. I don't see too many leaks of it. And if I do, I just like ask the person to like take it down or something if it's behind a paywall, but I feel like you can say more stuff. I feel like we say a lot more stuff that like would be looked at as like drama or gossip in like the main podcast.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, you know, here it's like behind a paid wall. We're not doing it for like views. You know what I mean? It's just more like
and
venting.
people get it because they have the context.
Yeah.
And it's really a great platform. I really like it.
Yeah, I feel like that's like so fun. And I love all your guys' little promo for it because you guys all have like cute little promo shots. And I'm like, I gotta start doing that. So it's like swipe on up for the Patreon and well, not swipe, but the link, like your little photos of you guys just like chilling or hanging out.
Yeah, we love doing a photo shoot.
How often do you guys do them now?
Well, we're in the second season of our podcast now, so we've only done 2 shoots. I just make sure we get like a ton of looks per shoot. So I'm already starting to think about like what our season 3 looks are going to be because we'll do that this summer. So.
And you're still the only producers on the show. You don't have anyone else helping you?
I do. After I do all the editing, I send it off to this guy, Andrew, who does like the sound engineering just to make sure everything's like a proper volume and sounds a lot smoother because I don't really know how to do any of that very well. But I do all the editing and all the setup and stuff like that.
That's wild to me. And the guests that you guys get too, because you will talk to like.
Yeah, we coordinate those people.
Did you have his son? Did you have Hefner's son?
Yeah, he's actually coming back on. We're going to do another round with him this next month. So we're excited.
So he's cool with you guys. Like he's
very open-minded. Like I don't think he agrees with everything I say, but he's very intelligent and open-minded and great.
Yeah, you're really like when it comes to people like putting, we know Crystal put out her book and stuff recently. You're very like, you give a lot of like, even in personal life, you're very like gracious about a lot of things. Like you're very like understanding about a lot. But I also feel like I love that now you're like being more vocal too, like about the stuff that bothers you, you know, like Kendra and stuff like that. Cause I feel like for so long, you just like take it. And then if you don't say something, it just becomes like the whole truth gets like twisted, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's so important. And I'm such a sucker still for Playboy stories. I'm always just like, oh my gosh, like it's just so, there's so much to it.
We never run out. Like just when I think I've tapped it all, I'll remember some other thing. And I'm like, oh, or like I'll find my old like accordion files of scrapbook stuff and I'll be like, oh, forgot about this. It's just like never ending.
It's crazy. One thing I did find interesting is like recently, I think it was Crystal who said there was like black mold in the mansion. Did you experience that?
That was after we left, so I don't really know the details, and it was not anything that if it was there when I was there, it didn't bother me. Like black mold can affect people differently.
Yeah.
Like, some people are just more susceptible to it. So I didn't personally have an experience with that.
Oh, okay. I was like, maybe that made like some people crazy. Like if there was like, not crazy, but like just didn't remember because like black mold can be wild.
Yeah, it can cause hallucinations.
That's what I heard. That was crazy. When you were here, you said you had like a little bit mold. The only reason I asked is because I was so worried about our like leaking and stuff like that. Did you get
house?
it? Yeah. Not in a bad way. Only because we had the leak.
No,
and I was like, I'm scared. Did you ever get it like fixed or?
Yeah. Well, my LA house is 100 years old and I had a leak in one of the upstairs bathrooms that was like carrying down to like the room underneath it. And so I had a mold remediation at the house. And when they do that, they like seal off that whole section of the house and nobody can go in there. People are going in like hazmat suits and like they're pumping the air out. So it's like a whole thing. So when I heard there was like a mold remediation at the mansion after I left, I was like, how did they even do that? Like where did Hef go? Like he didn't want to leave his room. So
I wonder. Yeah, that's so interesting.
But she doesn't go into detail in that in book. She says there was mold, but there's not. But I'm curious about the detail of like how the hell did they do a mold remediation at that place? Because that would be drama.
That is crazy.
It was drama at my little house.
Yeah, because you have to like evacuate.
I didn't have to evacuate because they just isolated the part of the house it was in, but like nobody could go in that part of the house. And they would like tear up the walls and like replace all the pipes and like dig everything out and make it new, everything. Yeah.
It was crazy. I know we've been having so much work done at our house since the rain. Now we're finally getting it fixed, but it was like kind of the same thing. And they had to like reroute the pipes and stuff like that. It's been going on for so long. And I was like, so crazy. And then I was reading the effects. That's how I got to this, is the mold part of the hallucinations. And I was like, well, maybe people don't remember life at like the Playboy Mansion. Like maybe they were like hallucinating or something. Not you, but just in general. Because you hear so many different stories about it and so many different like angles. And I was just like,
yeah, I think people, I mean, genuinely had really different stories though, because I feel like even though he was very much a creature of habit, like every decade was so different up there. Like the 90s were so different from the 70s, which were so different from the 2000s. Yeah. And then it kind of depends on like what layer of the onion you were on. Like if you were like super close living with him like I was, that's one thing. If you're like in his inner circle coming to the movies, you're going to experience something totally different.
Right.
You know, it's just like so many different stories.
Your memory is so good too, because I showed you a picture from before you were there. And I was like, do you remember the name of this designer? And you knew it like right away. I was like, wow.
Well, I was obsessed with that one designer too. Like I have a whole like closet full of their dresses still. Yeah, I did a YouTube video. It was like a tour of my archive where I go over all those dresses and talk about how obsessed I am with them.
Do you ever wear them now?
I don't think I could fit because they were so tailored to my body and they were like super tight even back then. And like when you have a baby, sometimes your rib cage will expand and not go back, and mine did. So like sometimes when I try and get into those old things, like it won't zip up like past the rib cage. So I haven't tried to go back into them. I more just like keep them for like, because I love having like an archive.
I remember we shared a hairdresser, Savannah, and she would be like, she has so many Playboy things. And I was like, I would die to see. Is it in your house here in LA, or do you have like a whole separate like warehouse for it?
Some of it is, well, it used to be separate warehouse, but some of it's at my LA house because I will bring some of it out for like the podcast. Like sometimes Bridget and I will like wear clothes and not say anything and see if anybody like notices the Easter egg. Like if we're talking about an episode, I'll like wear a shirt from it and see if anybody notices.
So you've kept everything?
Most of it, like not everything I wore on the show, like not the casual clothes, like jeans I don't think I only have like 2 pairs of jeans from back in those days, but I kept like all the formal dresses and the party dresses and the costumes and things like that.
You have like the peacock dress?
I do, yeah.
Oh my God, that's so cool. So you could have like a museum one day. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Like in Vegas, probably. I was thinking too about like your show. I know we talked about this last time because I love Peep Show so much. And I was like, I really feel like you would do like so good back in one of those shows, or like live performing again. Would you ever do that?
It would be fun. I think, you know, with my kids, I'd have a hard time sticking to like that rigorous of a schedule because if you're going to have like a permanent residency, you really have to, you know,
be in Vegas.
Yeah. Or just be on stage at a certain time, which is like also my kid's bedtime. It's
Yeah.
just like, it doesn't jive
Right.
in any way schedule wise, but I loved being in a show. Like that was one of my favorite jobs I ever had. It was so much fun.
Every time I go there, I always like, I love the hoodie you guys wear. It was a black zip-up hoodie and it had like the big peep on the back. And I was like, now I follow Josh, I follow Angel, I follow all those things. And I was just like, oh, it's like so, I don't know, the nostalgia of it all is so cool. And I love seeing you on TV, but I was like, God, I really want to see like Holly's life on TV, you know? But I guess you're like not, I guess you would do it now, right? Or
not about my personal life, but like if I had like some kind of like assignment to go do, I'd do it. Like if I had to like go on a road trip and do weird shit, I'd go do that.
Yeah, like something that's more like scripted and stuff like that.
Task-based, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because we had talked about that when we went to Cracker Barrel. It was like a reboot of The Simple Life.
Yeah.
Which I was like, I think you should do it with Bridget, but I was like, if she doesn't want to, I'm so down to do it too. Because I know like it's just such a...
Tiana wants to do it too.
Okay, well, we'll all do it. Because I think that's
Let's go find aliens.
Yes, that's... Oh my God, but that's fun unto itself. That's such a classic show. It's just like... I don't know, just doing tasks are fun. Like you said, it doesn't have to be about your life, but they see your personality, you know? That'd be so fun. I love how, like, in tune you are. And, like, we were talking about this, too, is, like, social media, like, how you, like, know everything and see all the trends. Like, it's crazy. Like, even today with ANTPHRODITE, you're just like, I love it. I'm like, really? Because I've known him for so long. And I was like, it's just crazy. How do you find these people? Even me, last year, we did a mukbang together before I did the podcast. I'm like, how do you find all these people and, like, all these, like, niches?
It's just the algorithm. It's just, I'm not even looking.
But that's what's crazy. Like me, ANTPHRODITE, or remember on your show, Nicole, 337?
Yes.
I'm like, how does that even come up in your, especially back in the day when there was really no algorithm, how do you even find these people?
I found Nicole 337 through Perez Hilton, I think, was posting
that's right.
about her. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like serendipity. I just find all these fun stuff.
You should really have like an agency or something where you find these people because it's so, and the people you find or send me sometimes too, I'm just like, how did you see that? How do you find it? It's like so... You're just on TikTok. You just love. We were talking about the TikTok ban earlier, and we were saying like
we'd be so sad.
Yeah, just like not even posting. I'm like, whatever. I don't make money on there. It doesn't matter to posting, but I wouldn't get any news. I wouldn't know what's going on.
I know. It's just such a different vibe. Like the other social media platforms have not been able to replicate, and I would feel very disconnected. I think if TikTok got banned.
And yeah, because it shows you things that like I would never have seen. Like, what's your For You page look like now?
Oh my God. I should like pull it up and actually see.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it'll get thrown off. Like every once in a while I'll have a night when I'm like, oh, I need a reset. Like I hate it when I see like doomsday stuff or like people are like the end of the world is coming. Like I think you want the end of the world to come. Like,
yes,
because you're miserable and it makes me so mad. But I love seeing fun people like ANTPHRODITE or even like, not to be mean because I love J-Lo and I admire her work ethic and what she's done so much, but I'm getting like the weirdest J-Lo discourse on my For You page.
Me too.
And I need to know, I keep asking people like what is going on in her astrology right now because something is off.
Yeah, she's like not on the,
People
she's not
are
aligned.
just piling on.
Why do you think that is? I know, because I thought that too. I was like, wait, I thought J-Lo was like loved. She's like the Super Bowl, like everyone loved her. And now all of a sudden it's like just J-Lo hate nonstop.
No.
And we all had like on the podcast, we all have like our own J-Lo stories that were like not great with her. But now I'm kind of like, I kind of love the like land of Delulu she lives in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's getting to be Mariah Carey status.
Yeah.
And I just love Mariah Carey so
Me
much because
too.
she knows who she is. She owns it. Did you see her show in Vegas?
Yes, I did.
So good.
Oh,
And just
amazing.
the love. Like, I know you go to any concert and like the fans have love for the performer, but there's something special about like the love Mariah fans have for her that I never noticed anywhere else. It was just really unique.
And she was so gorgeous on stage, and she's so personable. Like I wasn't like a huge fan when I went to go see the show because I didn't. Now I'm a huge fan, but like I didn't know that much about her. But seeing her, and she like waves and like winks, and you just think she like knows you. You're just like, oh my god, it feels so special.
She's really cute. There's something about that place at Caesars where like if the right performer is there, they can make it feel like you're in their living room. Like Celine was like that too.
Oh, I never saw her. Oh man, that would have been so good to see.
So good.
Was she in the same place as Mariah?
Yeah, Coliseum.
I feel like, yeah, we were like really close to Mariah, and it was like really cool. I think was Elton John there too, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, yeah, they have the big performers. They have like amazing. I'd love to perform at Caesars too. I have manifestations. I was like, I'd love to go to Vegas. I still think Peep Show. I'm just like, God, I wish I'd bring Peep Show back or something.
I
It'd
know,
be so fun.
that was such a fun show.
Yeah, because I feel like that is like the one that I think of now. Going to the Strip, there's just not. We saw Donny Osmond 2 nights in a row because there wasn't really any other show.
Oh, you should see Dita Von Teesa's show.
Oh,
it's
is it
not
good?
there all the time though. Like she has certain weeks she's there, but yeah, it's super fun. It's a burlesque, and it's in the old Jubilee Theater, which was like the last of like the old school showgirl shows that were there. Because when I went to it, I was thinking of you the whole time. Like you'd have so much fun here.
And she's in it, so it's not just like a show. Yeah. Oh wow, yeah,
it's really cool.
Imagine it's like really limited because she's probably so busy. I love pinup. I love like the whole thing. So that's not naked though. That's just like teasing.
Yeah, it's like pasties, I think. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, there's not really a lot of like, not to be
I
like
was
whatever.
topless.
I love topless shows, and I wish
give
they
a
had
fuck.
those. Oh my god, no, those were everything. There was one at the Flamingo for a long time, and it was like really good topless review. But I just always loved it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's what I always want to be. It's just cool because it's like not. It's just beautiful. It's not like raunchy. It's just like cute. So she's just more. Oh, I love it. I was like, because I don't really know. Who else do we see? I guess Blue Man Group is still there. Yeah. But Luxor is like haunted too. Have you seen those?
It's the most haunted one. Like that place is crazy.
Have you stayed there?
I used to live there.
Oh, wait, what? Did you really? Oh.
You're like, oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Wait. But like, okay, so you guys were like, you were in a fancy like room. Mm-hmm. Did you feel any like weirdness there? Because the rooms,
it wasn't paranormal, but yeah.
It wasn't the Luxor. Oh my God. How was it? What overall your energy while you lived there? What was it? That's crazy. How long did you live there for?
Like 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then what would you do like during the day? Like would you just go down and like hang out at like El Diablo or like?
No, I was kind of like attached to the hip with somebody and just
living that life. And was that when you first got to Vegas?
Yeah, that was when I first moved out to Vegas. I was coming out to Vegas anyway because before I got signed on to do Peep Show, I was supposed to do a show called Crazy Horse Paris that was at the MGM.
Yeah.
So I was coming out to like meet with them and stuff like that. And then I met a guy I was with for a few months, and he didn't want me doing Crazy Horse Paris, so I was like stalling on that. But then Peep Show ended up coming along, and it was kind of like a bigger, better deal for me, and just everything kind of fell into place.
And he was fine with that?
Oh, I wasn't with him anymore.
Oh, okay. So you're like, I'm doing Peep Show, bye. Yeah. That's crazy. So you went from one relationship here in LA to another one in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a lot. And then also to feel that way, like you're free, and then all of a sudden now you're like trapped again.
Yeah, but it was kind of a gift because it was like the universe showed me like the patterns not to get into, you know, because coming from the Playboy thing, it was easy to make excuses for that because he was such a unique person. But then you learn that, no, this is just something that some men do.
Right.
So,
yeah, it's like, also the entertainment men of it all. I mean, I know you're always with entertainment guys, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes I feel like it gets in this weird, like, warped world. You really got to find the balance. Do you prefer Vegas over LA, or do you?
I do.
Yeah. Oh, really? So you're
Vegas
seeing like
is my home.
Different side of Vegas. Like, what do you do there? You're not going to the Strip every day.
No, I mean, it's just, first of all, like, I love the neighborhood I live in. I love just going for walks in my neighborhood. I don't know, I just feel like that's my normal day-to-day life. Like, when I'm here in LA, I'm doing specific things. I'm like recording for the podcast and stuff like that. But Vegas is just like my day-to-day life. Go out to eat with my friends and,
It's more like simple, you think?
Yeah.
More laid back. I love Vegas too. We always look at houses out there and I was like, God, it's like so nice.
It is.
It just seems like less, I don't know. But you're out in this area a lot. We're not really in LA. We're kind of like outside of LA. And every time I see you in this area too, I'm just like, but this is also like kind of relaxing. It's not like LA. Like you have a house in like Hollywood.
Yeah.
And that can be intense.
Yeah. That's like, you don't even want to do a basic errand. It's just everything's a pain in the butt.
But you are close to the Snow White Cafe. Is that still there? I saw you posted about it.
It's been there forever.
Is it cute or is it like worth the trip in? Because it's like an hour from me and I'm always like, I want to go, but like, is it worth a trip or is it just kind of like, eh?
I would say plan to do some other things too, because it's just like, it's very small, so there's not a lot to see. And you know what else I did when I was down there is we went to this place called the Medieval Torture Museum. It's like you go into one of those stores on Hollywood Boulevard and you go down the stairs and they have like all these like wax figures like demonstrating like medieval torture. And I took footage of it. I was going to make a TikTok and I never did for some reason, but
oh my gosh.
You should, if you're going to go down there, you should plan a whole day of like random Hollywood Boulevard stuff.
Why do they have that? Just for like entertainment value or is it like
I guess so.
Oh, like can you can't buy?
I hope that's the only reason.
You can't buy like the torture devices or anything. Wow. What is like guillotine and stuff like that?
Just weird, creepy stuff. And they have like the mannequins there that like demonstrate like what it would do to people.
How do you find these things?
We were just walking around and we saw a sign for it and we're like, we have to check this out.
That I never know where to find. Like again, TikTok, it helps me find certain things, but I never see that kind of stuff on TikTok. That's why I was curious about your For You page. I was just like, what would you see? Because you just find the most random people.
Yeah, I do get haunted stuff. I get fun travel stuff on my FYP and just fun people.
Where's like a dream destination for you?
Scotland, definitely. And I think Romania too. I really want to go.
Where is that? Where is Romania?
It's like Eastern Europe and it's where like Dracula's castle is, which wasn't really his castle. It was just a place he stayed for a minute. But it's very like, I follow the Romania TikTok account and Instagram account and they just show like the coolest footage.
Oh, wait. So when you say Dracula, like the real Dracula or like Bela Lugosi as Dracula?
No, Vlad the Impaler.
Who was that? Dracula? Is that a real one?
He was.
I don't know who that is.
He was like the real historic guy who would like impale people, and that's when Bram Stoker wrote Dracula. He kind of based the character a little bit on that character.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
And did he have like the teeth and stuff?
I don't think so.
He wasn't like a vampire. He wasn't like a sucker or anything.
No, he was just killed a lot of people, so they kind of like invented like this bloodthirsty character.
Oh my gosh! So, but what's the lore about him that like drew you to him? That you're like, oh, I know where he lived.
I think just like spooky stuff in general.
Yeah.
I don't know. And just, I've always been intrigued with Romania and it just looks so old world over there still. I think it looks really cool.
I feel like The Bachelor went there. I feel like that's the only time I've heard of kind of Romania, but I didn't know where it was. Have you ever been to like a castle?
I'm trying to think. I'm sure it's one of those things where I'm going to go, no, I haven't. But I know that I'm going to leave here and be like, oh, 15 years ago when I was in Europe, I went to this one place and then somebody's going to call me out on it and be like, you're a liar.
Oh my God. Do you get that? Do you get that happening to you?
Oh, totally. I was just talking about this with Bridget on the podcast, how anytime I'm saying anything on our podcast, there's a part of my brain that's like triple checking everything. Like you're afraid to say anything because there's always going to be that one person. And now I'm just at the point where I limit looking at comments.
Yes.
More than I used to because somebody's going to like call you out or they're going to make up some weird thing in their head that's not even real and say you're contradicting yourself when you're not. And I'm just like, goodbye.
That's the worst. And that's what I had to stop doing too. And now I have to say, I don't know because I really don't. I'll say like, I've never had a hot dog and they find like one clip of me trying a hot dog in like 2011. And I was like, oh my gosh. And they really do find everything, which is like amazing. It's kind of impressive that people like know your whole archive of your life.
But some of it's just straight up delusion. Like sometimes people will say, oh, well then you did this. And I'm like, actually, no, I didn't. Like
gaslighting you?
100. Yeah. I get some weird stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't look at comments. You have moderators though, don't you? Or no?
No.
So you just leave all the bad ones up there too?
I'm free balling.
What?
No, sometimes like I will take stuff off myself. Like if I'm on my Instagram and somebody's writing something that I don't like, I'm very shameless about blocking people. Like I don't care. And I know some people get mad about that and like, oh, you're limiting our speech. Go talk about it somewhere else.
That doesn't make any sense.
Whining.
Yeah, like don't do it on we're the same way. I have Moses moderate all of them. And that's the only way I can look at comments because I do like to look at them, like the nice ones.
Oh yeah, the nice ones are great. You get so many great feedback ideas and things like that. But
Yeah, I feel like with the podcast and stuff like that, like I'm like, I only see positive, and I only feel positive now. I'm like, wow, everyone likes me now because he blocks the hate. So
yeah, it really changes your mindset.
It totally, and maybe that's like why your energy is so good too. If you're not looking at the comments so much, because that's how I am. Yeah, and I feel like when I stopped looking, I was like, wow, everyone likes me now, and then I feel like then everyone starts to like you again, as opposed to where I'm like, oh, everybody hates me or whatever. I'm super excited for the Crumble cookies, but I guess we don't have those. So Easter, are you guys doing anything for Easter? Because they're Easter flavored cookies, right? They're like carrot cake. And
yeah, these are Easter flavored cookies.
I'm so excited.
I'm taking my kids on a Disney cruise because their spring break is next week. So we're actually traveling on Easter. So I think I'm going to make, like their dad's doing something separate for them for Easter too, probably before they leave. And then I'm going to make like little Easter baskets for the cruise.
Do you do that? This will be in a couple weeks, so you can talk about it. You'll be back or whatever. But do you do the full baskets for them and stuff like that? Like, what do you put in them? Because this is her first year she'll remember. So I'm like, what do I do?
Oh, yeah. I do a full basket with like candy and toys. And I mean, it's so easy just to go to Target and they have so much stuff.
And you just fill it all.
Yeah.
I always see the TikTok moms doing that. And I'm like, God, that looks like so much work, but I should probably start doing it.
It's fun, yeah.
In little baskets. And do they do egg hunts still at their age or no?
Well, it's just been interesting because the last couple of years their spring break has been right on Easter, and we always want to go somewhere with the kids. So we haven't really been doing that. We used to when they were younger.
And then now you're just like
more baskets.
Yeah. I feel like every holiday now has something like Valentine's Day baskets or boo baskets.
Boo baskets.
Which are so fun. I know I'm ready for Halloween. I was telling him the other day, I was like, God, Halloween and Christmas just become such a fun time of year.
Totally.
With everything. So you're going on a Disney cruise, which is like the first time?
No, I've been on 2. This is my 3rd one. It's the 2nd one for the kids.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going on the Disney Wish, which is their new big one. So I'm excited. My goal is to go on every Disney cruise ship. So I'm going to be 3 down. There's 5 Disney cruise ships right now, but they're adding 2 more. So there's like 7 total.
Oh my gosh. What do you think you'll complete first, that or every Disney park?
Oh, I've already done every Disney park.
Oh, you have? Yeah. The Hong Kong one too?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
I've been to all of them, and I have a jacket that has like all the cities on the back.
Oh, okay. So you were
like I took a commemorative photo. Like I was so excited about it. It was such a big goal for me.
Oh my gosh. But you haven't stayed at Cinderella's castle yet.
No, that's like the last, besides doing all the cruise ships, that's like my last Disney bucket list item is they have a little suite inside Cinderella's castle in Disney World. Ooh. And I really want to stay there, but it's like not for sale. They save it for like special promotions or like sometimes like a Make-A-Wish or something like that.
I feel like a Jonas Brothers stayed there too.
Yeah, I've heard of it being used for like as a dressing room for grad night. Like I think it was Paramore's dressing room one year.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if you got like married there, if you could use it.
I don't know.
Because you got married we talked about this, you got married in Disneyland.
Yeah.
Did they give you a room or anything?
Yeah, they have the Dream Suite there, which is above Pirates of the Caribbean. So me and the bridesmaids got ready up there.
Was it themed?
Yes.
I didn't know.
It's like a beautiful living room. And then there's 2 bedrooms. One is Adventureland themed and one is Frontierland themed.
And did you stay there on your wedding night?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
No, we stayed at the Grand Californian in a suite, yeah.
Oh, okay. Would they let you? Were they going to let you or no? Like, did they offer it to you?
They didn't.
Okay, just to get ready.
But that was cool.
God, could you imagine staying overnight at Pirates of the Caribbean?
That would be so fun.
I feel like that would be kind of weird, kind of creepy, but it'd be kind of fun.
Oh, I would love it.
And were you, because you wore the blue sash and the white, did they wear anything pirate themed, your bridesmaids?
No, there wasn't anything really pirate in the. We were just kind of going for more like old school New Orleans Square type of vibe, and then, but after the ceremony, like the bridal party, all stayed to take photos, but all the guests were like put on the ride, and then they were popped out, and they were at the reception because our reception was in New Orleans Square. And then we had like our own showing of Phantasmic and stuff. It was super fun.
Wait, so they got to go on the ride to get to your, oh my God.
Like right after the ceremony.
Oh, that is so much fun. Wow. Oh cool. Gosh, that would be like the dream. I didn't know they did that. Do they allow that? Do they do that for everyone or are you just you guys?
I was the first one to do that.
Wow.
I don't know if they've done it since.
Have you been to, is it Tiana's, Bayou restaurant? Is it Tiana? Is that her name from the Princess of the Frog?
Yeah, Tiana's Palace. They just opened that. I haven't been to it because they don't do reservations and like the tour guides won't take you there. It's just like quick service and then you can sit down. But because it's new, the lines are so crazy that I haven't done it yet. But I'm
surprised the Plaids don't do it.
No.
Oh, I always thought they could get like VIP access to those things.
I think maybe they could if you like coordinated ahead of time and they could like stake out a table or something, but it's never been convenient when we've done it. So
And they're doing like a log ride too, right? Is that Disney World?
Yeah, they're redoing the Splash Mountains at both Disneyland and Disney World because they used to be like Song of the South theme. So they're doing a whole Princess and the Frog theme now. So
I like want to go. I love you should be a Disney ambassador because you just know everything. I'm asking you these questions as if you work there.
I know. I'm working for free.
The fact that you know everything. No, it really is amazing. Like I could ask you about anything, like Area 51, and you're like, actually, you can't go there. It's like, it's so wild. A typical day in your life, like now, obviously you're promoting the show Legally Blonde, but like, what's like a typical day, like when you don't have your kids? Like, are you reading? Are you on like, because you just know so much information. Like, what are you doing on a typical day?
I love to read. I've always been a bookworm since I was a little kid. I don't have as much time for reading as I used to. I wish I had more. I am on TikTok a lot. A lot of times, like if I have a free day where it's not my day with the kids and I'm not recording, I'm usually just doing a lot of editing because just editing for the Patreon and the main podcast and stuff.
Working like nonstop, which is like wild. Is there any question you get like sick of answering in all these? Because I see a lot of talk about Playboy, which I mean, obviously everyone's so curious, but do you ever get sick of like people asking a question?
Yeah, I get sick of talking about like what went on in the bedroom because I feel like I've told that story so many times. And I feel like one of the reasons it feels weird, other than it's like a really personal question, is it was very like routine. So once you've talked about it once, you've kind of talked about it. Like it was very rare that like anybody would come into the bedroom and do something weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just talking about this with Bridget today. It's like people always ask, they like want to hear more. And I'm like, but if I've talked about one night, I've talked about them all.
It's
honestly.
the same.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, it's like, what do they expect? I guess they expect like wild stories.
Yeah, I think they want like really crazy down, but
yeah, maybe back when he was like younger or something, maybe like in the 70s.
I've heard some crazy stuff about the 70s.
Yeah, there's no like, I guess in a good way, there's nothing like that anymore where you can go to meet like celebrities and like pretty girls and stuff like that. I guess it's kind of dark though. It's kind of like, I don't know, the sex parties of Hollywood.
No, though. I feel like there's always kind of stuff like that going on. We just don't know. Like the thing that was unique about the Playboy world was it was kind of like in plain sight.
Right.
But I don't
Not
know.
as dark.
I think there's a lot of creeps out there. Yeah. Like there were even back then, there were guys who weren't famous, but just rich guys in Hollywood who had what they called mini mansions. And they would have like girls who come to the Playboy parties, like live at the house and like, you know, have things going on. Like I've heard some horror stories from those places. And
right. So Playboy Mansion was like Disneyland compared to that because it's like you said, light, you know, like they made it seem fun and
like
safe.
At least, at least there was that other side of it as well. But there's some creepy stuff going on in the shadows always, I think.
Have you seen the pictures now of like the deconstruction of the Playboy Mansion, like how it's like looking today?
Yeah, it's so interesting.
Yeah, what are they just redoing it completely?
Yeah, I think he's just doing a total like renovation and like it looks like they're putting in some more underground like basement stuff in the backyard and it's crazy.
And then where do all the animals go?
They're still there, from what I understand.
So that person is like taking care of them. You should have taken them. You're like a Disney princess. You should have had all the peacocks and stuff come with you.
Oh my gosh, such a responsibility though. Especially like some of those birds, they live to be like 80 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Like if you have a macaw like that, you have to like will it to somebody because it'll outlive you.
That's what my sister has. Like, well, I don't think it's a macaw. She has something like a sun conure, and she's like, yeah, literally will live 80 years.
Yeah.
Like, that's wild. And she got him when she was a baby, so it was like brand new, like one. Do you have any? You don't have dogs anymore?
I have one dog. He's very old. He has a chronic cough. His name's Louie. He makes an appearance on our podcast sometimes. Like he'll walk into the shot or like start coughing in the corner or something. He's a sweetie.
What kind of dog is he?
He's a mix. He's a little, I don't know exactly what he is. He looks like he's maybe part Pekingese, part Corgi.
And when he comes into the podcast, are you guys just like, oh, that's just part of him, or you like edit him out?
For the video portion that like people see on Patreon, you'll see him a lot. Like we don't edit him out.
I love it.
And we used to do the podcast really janky style. We were like sitting on the floor in front of my couch, and he would always jump up on the couch and like sleep right in between us. So he was kind of like a presence there the whole time. Yeah.
I love it. I feel like when you guys are done, I mean, you have so many seasons you can go through, but it's like, do you think you'll continue to do the podcast just like you guys, like your life, or do you think you'll?
I have no idea. I feel like Patreon is kind of like a practice for that because we just talk about other topics and whatever. But I mean, I feel like just technology and entertainment changes so much that in like 3 or 4 years, I don't even know if podcasts will be the thing.
I agree.
It might be something else. So I'm just very into like playing it by ear right now.
And like going into detail for each episode, because you guys really do. You guys like take notes. It becomes like really intricate and stuff, which is so interesting. I think that too. I always think that with podcasts is like, will it be around in a few years? It probably won't be like it was. Remember vlogging was the big thing. Like, and now no one does it. No one cares.
Yeah.
That is true. I would think that with social media too. too with like, they're like, what is your daughter going to think? And I'm like, I just feel like it may not even be around the way it is now.
Yeah, no one will care. And especially I feel like with the AI revolution that's about to come up, nobody's going to care. Like if I have something, some embarrassing, stupid picture online right now, or somebody made a dumb clickbait headline about me on YouTube, like I guarantee you in 5 years, I'm not going to care because it's going to be a different landscape.
What do you think about the whole AI thing? Are you like into it, or are you just like scary?
Kind of. I think it's going to be a big adventure. Like, I mean, I know there's a lot to be scared of, but humans will always find a way. And, you know, we're the cockroaches of this planet. So you can't take us out. But I think AI is so inspiring because it helps me get more creative. Like, I see so many like amazing images, especially like home design. I see so much like AI home design on Instagram that I just love. And I'm saving albums of it because my dream is to like build a house from scratch in Vegas. And I obviously you'll still have to hire like the actual designers and the architects and the people to carry it out. But I swear all my inspo is going to be AI based.
It looks so real. I always post it and literally people will be like, that's not real. And I was like, it looks so real to me.
It really does. And it's just going to continue to get more real looking, which is going to be insane. And I feel like AI has like inspired me to be more creative because sometimes if I'm feeling like kind of stumped with something visually, I ask myself, well, what would AI do? And that makes me think of some good shit.
Yeah, it's like really opens up a whole new world of things. I am so excited. Well, Aphrodite is here, I think. Yay! I am so excited. I can't wait for you guys to meet. I can't believe it all came to fruition. Like he said something in a video and then you texted and then I was like, oh, I know everybody. Like it's just great.
So aligned. And I can't wait to get a reading.
Me too. I can't wait to see everything that's like in person, all of it.
Yeah.
The aligned is definitely the theme. I think if you're in alignment, you feel good and great. Yes. And I was so happy to catch up with you on the podcast. We've seen each other so much. I was like, oh, it's gonna be so. I literally have one note card because I was like, I just know so much. I just have so many questions to ask you. So I was just in that. So all right, Aphrodite is coming up. We have Crumble cookies. We have readings with Holly. And more. Stay tuned. All right, guys, we're back from our break. As promised, Aphrodite is here, the one and only.
Hey.
My intros are so bad. Sorry, I'm so bad. People are like, you need to say who they are more. YouTube sensation, Twitch sensation, but just social media sensation. The psychic of social media, ANTPHRODITE.
Hi guys. The pop culture psychic is what I usually call it.
Oh, pop culture. So there you go. I probably should ask these. I love your laugh. I haven't seen you since 2019.
I know, the tour.
We met in person at the tour, which was like so cool.
I will never forget that because it was your first tour.
Yes.
Because it was the first
Stop.
Yeah.
Dallas.
In Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And you were so kind. You let me come backstage with my friend. She was pregnant at the time.
Oh.
And we like took pictures backstage. Like, this is the outfit that's inspired by Britney Spears. I was like,
yeah.
And then you performed. You were great. And I will never forget. I took a video of you singing. I think it was "Shallow" live. And you hit like the high note. And I posted it on Twitter, and it went viral.
Really?
Yeah, it did. It did. And there was that guy at the time that did like singing. Like he would like judge people's voices. And you were in his video, and it was the video I had recorded. And I was like, oh,
okay, love that.
I was like, I'm a part of history.
That's so cool.
Went viral because of you. I love you. Everyone loves you. Everyone was so excited for this episode. Holly literally texted me and she's like, we need to have a tarot card reading with Aphrodite. I was like, how do you know Aphrodite? Like,
yeah, because you're my favorite on YouTube right now. And I saw the video where you said, oh, I want to be on the Just Trish podcast. I'm like, oh my God, maybe I could get a reading.
The manifestation of all, you speak it, someone sees it. It was so crazy. And then when I saw that you watched it, she just listens to everything. And I like love you too, but she's like, he doesn't get good crumble cookies. We got to get the right crumble cookies. I was like, Holly's so busy. Literally, a mom has 2 shows out on TV right now. I was like, how do you see all this stuff? It's kind of amazing.
No, I'm honored. Like, I love you. And so it's like surreal that you even watch me, let alone appreciate me.
No, all your stuff is headcanon. Like if you say, oh, Hailey Bieber's doing this, like I think she's really doing that.
She probably is. I mean, listen, sometimes they reach out to me, so sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, who reaches out to you?
Celebrities a lot.
Oh.
Influencers too, but the influencers are way meaner to me than celebrities.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Have Palladiums ever reached out to you?
Who?
Pleiadians.
Oh, do you know that?
Yeah, I know what that is. Not yet. I don't think I've chosen one yet.
No.
So.
Interesting. You never had, but okay, not even being funny, but do like ghosts reach out to you, or are you not that kind of?
Sometimes I see things, but not like super in depth.
That's something else, right? That's not, what is that
like
called?
Mediumship. Yeah.
I'm
a psychic. Yeah.
And what's the difference?
So psychics are the ones that kind of use tools for divination and things like that to predict the future. mediums are the ones that talk to the dead or spirits. Yeah.
Ooh.
Maybe one day, but it hasn't happened yet.
Really? You'd want
Fingers
that?
crossed.
You really?
I would love it.
Yeah.
I would love it, but
Ooh,
whatever.
okay. I love the braveness. All right, so I feel like we should do a live tarot reading.
Yes,
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
Holly says she does this like in her life. Like she has readers.
Oh, yeah, like I have a couple psychics I talk to. Like one of them's like my therapist. I check in with her every week. Sometimes I'm just venting to her, but
Does it
I
make
love
you
her
feel
reading.
comforted, or you just like want to know? Like you want to know your future?
Both.
Yeah.
Well, I don't ask too much future stuff. It's more like, how do I navigate this? Or what is this person
Yeah.
thinking? Or what's the best way to handle this? That's usually what I talk to her about.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you feel energies? Like, do you feel energy right now? Are you saying, okay, I'm getting something, or not yet?
I feel like it's so interesting. I feel everything all the time.
Okay.
So it's like, it's hard for me to describe the energies that I feel, but it's very calming in here.
Okay.
So,
You
yeah.
felt good about today.
Oh no, the energy is beautiful in here.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I felt very nervous about today because it just felt like there was a lot happening, and you're coming in from Texas,
Yeah.
and Holly just came back from like. I was like, I hope this all works. I get so anxious, so I'm glad there's no anxious energy.
No, I was like
It's good.
not nervous at all.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I'm just excited.
So you have good energy. If you have the good energy, then I have the good energy. Holly always has. She has like her energy today is like at a 10. I was just like, wow, your energy is so high today, which is like crazy. I'm there. I'm with you guys. I just get more nervous because I'm like, I hope this works out. I hope everyone's happy. I'm coordinating like a photographer. I had to coordinate different times. It was like Holly, you, a photographer. I'm like, where do we do it? Golf cart. Our battery wasn't working. I'm like, gotta recharge the golf cart for today. Anyways, the whole thing. Anyways, let's do the tarot.
Let's go. So we'll do
Yay.
Holly first.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna do something that if people watch me, they're familiar with, which is just current position, which would be like you, like what represents you, and then good news coming to you, anything you need to avoid, and then any surprises. So
I like the way you frame it, like anything you need to avoid, rather than being like doomsday. Like
I try.
Yeah.
I try. I mean, sometimes I have to be blunt, but
Yeah.
usually with these, they're more along the lines of just keeping you on track to where you
Yeah.
currently are. I do these every month for like my horoscopes, so like the signs and stuff. So, and then whenever I'm hired at events, I do these too. So
I love it. You're available for events.
sometimes, yeah,
Oh
it
my
depends if
God.
the price is right.
I feel like now they gotta give you. You're like a celebrity psychic now.
I'm like, I need a little bit extra because it's almost like an appearance fee.
Yeah, for
so,
sure.
yeah.
Oh, I would say 30K minimum.
Oh, period. Okay,
Right?
you heard it here first. You heard it here first.
I would say $1 million if someone wants me to perform. I'm like, I need $1 million because that's a lot. I don't know how people just do it.
Well, one day when I get married, I will hire you to sing at my
Okay.
wedding, and I will pay you $1 million.
I will do it for free for you.
Aw,
You're
thank
already
you.
in.
Thank you. Okay. So your current position or your current energy is the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is a really good card because it's about expressing your truth and speaking honestly. It's also one of my creative cards. So any creative endeavor you're going down, anything you've been thinking about, perfect. I mean, this is the card that I pull for a lot of podcasts. So I know you've been doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I will also say one thing to keep in mind with the Page of Wands is don't be afraid to go there. Like,
Okay.
don't be afraid to push or to say whatever you need to say. Like, sometimes the Page of Wands says it's okay to be controversial
Okay.
because that's really what gets people to listen. That gets what people be interested. And just don't hold back. Don't second guess yourself. It's honestly really not too much critique there. I just need you to maintain exactly where you are, your momentum. I will say the Page of Wands tells me that there's probably going to be someone reaching out to you soon that wants you to speak on something that you're going to be like, should I or shouldn't I? Say yes.
Okay.
That's exciting.
We were just talking about that too, like juicy stuff you're going to talk about on your
Yeah.
Patreon and stuff.
I'm telling you, this is like usually it's like an interview or something. So something you say might spark this. But I would expect this within the next 2 months.
Exciting.
Say
Okay.
yes.
I will.
I love that advice. That's great.
Sometimes it's say no, but not today.
Not today.
Okay, so in our good news position, the Queen of Swords is reversed. So this is actually a very interesting card to pull in a good news position because the Queen of Swords can sometimes be about pushing people aside or alienating people, sometimes isolating yourself. But when it's in a good news position, it actually means that people that you've pushed away will remain away. So anybody that you've had any tension with or anybody you've had any issue with, they're not going to come back into your space at all. It's about removing the right people, removing the right energies. It's also about keeping focused. Again, with Queen of Swords, if things don't suit me, I don't need them. I will also say with the Queen of Swords, I do think that sometimes there's this fear of biting off more than we can chew. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Because to be honest with you, I think being busy is good for you. I think it keeps you going, and I'm not really concerned. Again, no critique there.
That's
Total
good.
sense.
Okay. Now, in our what to avoid position, we are looking at the Emperor. So the Emperor is a card of like dominance and control. Think of it like this masculine like energy. And I want you to remember that soft is the approach.
Okay.
Sometimes when you have a lot going for you, things are going really well. Sometimes you can be like in boss mode, like I'm in charge, I'm making sure I'm doing everything. And when the Emperor is in my what to avoid, it's like, make sure you're not too domineering or dominating. Make sure you have that sort of more demure, sort of
Feminine
soft,
energy,
feminine
yeah.
approach. Yes. I will also say with the Emperor, it does look like there is someone masculine coming in that's going to try and take over soon. Yes.
Dark.
Yes, it's not dark. It's
it's
more
not dark,
along the
okay.
along the lines of I know what I'm talking about. You need to do this, this, and that. Think of it like mansplaining.
Yeah.
And so it's someone here that's going to come under the guise of help. You know better. Okay, so this is probably going to be, I would say, I feel like it's probably like maybe a couple months out. It's just someone that is going to feign like, I can help you, I can do this, I can take you to the next level. Alarm bells are going to ring in your head.
Okay.
And you're going to know.
Okay.
Yeah, because this to me makes me feel like someone that wants to kind of take ownership.
Yeah.
And I that's why the first part of this is like keep focused and know that you know what you're doing. Because a lot of times when I have an Emperor coming in, it's just someone that kind of wants to put their like, foot on the table, just wants to kind of like knock things around and a lot of false promises. So just keep to what your idea is, keep to what your plans are, and try not to allow too many cooks in the kitchen.
Okay.
Now, in my surprise position, the Nine of Cups is a wish granted card. Okay, so this is a manifestation, so it does mean that one of your big manifestations will come true soon. And the interesting thing about the Nine of Cups is that it's always giant. It's always like a big reveal, right? But when we have a Nine of Cups, it tells me that it's something that you've wanted for a long time. It's not like, oh, I thought about it this year. It's something that I've been craving for a while. It's a little difficult to tell exactly where it's going to be. Let me see if I can figure it out. It does look like it's...
What's the backstabber card?
That's what it is.
I know
Oh,
that
no.
card.
No, it's a good thing.
Oh.
So, it's like this is someone else's failure is your success.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why. So the moon is like the revealing of a truth or a secret.
my
Okay,
gosh.
and it's like an exposing, right? And then the Page of Pentacles is like someone not reaching expectations. Ten of Swords is a betrayal or backstabbing. So that to me means that someone or something that you had took umbrage with or took issue with, and maybe you weren't believed, or maybe someone cast doubt on you. You're going to be massively victorious over that. It's a huge reward.
Why do I feel like I know what that is?
No, say that's so weird.
I can't wait to come back and like update you guys in 2
Yeah,
months and tell you
excited.
exactly what those are. Because I
That's,
feel like
you know.
they so resonate, and I'm curious to see what it's going to be.
And you like have a feeling like right away.
Some of it I do have a feeling about, yeah. Like I don't know who the person who's going to come in the Emperor card is going to be, but
Yeah.
I'm going to be on watch for it.
Interesting. And they come at the same time as the other one that's saying say yes to, right? You said 2 months.
No. The first one,
Oh.
this one is obvious. This one
Okay.
is a lot quicker than this one. I think the Emperor comes way after this, like a month after this, I
Okay.
feel like. Because I think the Emperor comes because of the first one.
Oh, somebody
Yeah.
trying to like
Right.
glean off of
Yeah.
my success.
But to me, I
Yeah.
don't think it's going to take more than a couple months for all this to come out. I doubt it.
Oh my gosh.
we have to like record an update.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. And when you were pulling all those 3 cards at the end, like why did you pull so many?
So, those are my clarification cards. I usually work in 3s for like if I'm just pulling regular. Every three cards for me tell a story. So that's why I pulled 3 extra to get clarification on that one card.
Can you ask the cards questions?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for the cards?
Not specifically. I wasn't ready with any questions. I'm just so excited to see how those pan out.
Yeah, I feel like there's so much happening right now in your
Yeah.
world. And there's so much that like you talked about that you're going to do.
Yeah.
Or things that you're going to talk about. And I was kind of like, wow, it's like a different Holly.
Yeah, totally.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
I mean, I'm excited, and if you ever need any help, I can help you.
Okay, thank you.
Interesting.
Whenever you want.
Yeah, so like
you.
if someone just calls you, like if I call you up and I'm like, hey, but like what can you not do? Like, right? Because I feel like I've talked to psychics before. I'm like, is my baby gonna be okay? And like, well, we can't tell you like medical stuff, right?
Yeah, health is a big no-no.
You
I
can't
wouldn't
say
even
health.
know how to do that, to be honest.
Right.
I'm not a doctor, right? So like even if I could maybe figure something out, I wouldn't even know how to describe it to you.
So in the cards, you never see anything about health or anything.
No.
Love, money.
Love is probably the number one thing people ask me about. Yeah.
Can you tell if Oh, love, really?
Yeah, that's like the number one thing. I mean, everyone wants to know if their ex is coming back. The answer is no.
Always?
No, not always, but I would say like 90% of the people that ask me for something, it's usually about like love and ex. Sometimes it's petty though. Sometimes it's like, oh, like, how do I get back at my ex? Or is my ex suffering? And I'm like, probably.
Oh, okay.
My ex suffering.
Get a little voodoo doll.
That's a very common one.
Oh my God.
Wait,
But
really?
I think you want to know what it is. I love my favorite type of reading to do is for an ex, but not in the way that they think. I like to give them closure on like what happened, like why did it not work out, or what went wrong, or whatever. If someone goes to them, like I can tell them what I believe is the reason.
Oh, interesting.
That's so helpful for
Yeah.
mental health, I feel.
Yeah, the closure of it all.
Most of the time, it's not the person; it's the one that goes to you. They have their own issues. It's usually nothing you did.
Oh.
Yeah,
Can you see in the cards if Holly and I are going to be on the Traitors?
yeah, I can do that.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Or any projects together? I feel like we talk about so many things. And like,
Yes.
I would love to do something with you.
let's say you are
Yes.
on the Traitors. What if one of you is the traitor?
Oh, for sure that will happen, I think.
we just have to roll with
Yeah,
it. Be good sports.
I feel like Holly would be a traitor, and I
I
feel
think
like
you would be a really good traitor.
oh, I would be the best traitor, but I feel like people
Nobody
would
would have nobody would have any
really.
idea.
Do you watch it?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to. We want to go on together. It'd be like so
It'd be
fun.
so fun.
I think it'd
Yeah.
be iconic.
And maybe we could ask questions about it. I love the host. Do you know Ellen Cumming? Do you know?
I've never met him personally.
You never met him?
But you know what I heard that he did that's really cool is he rented out one of the water parks at Disney World and had like a whole party of his own at night.
How did he have that money? I guess he works a lot.
Killing it, I guess.
He's been in like every movie. Like imagine, I just love him. I want to wear a kilt. Oh, I love a laugh.
I do think there's something.
There's
So-
a joint reading. I love it.
No, so it's interesting. So the card between the two of you is the Two of Cups, which is about being together, working together. We think of the Two of Cups like a soulmate card. So it's like two people that are able to really do something magical together. So it
Wow.
actually is indicative of you guys doing something together.
Wow.
What's interesting here, though, is the Five of Cups reverse and the High Priestess, which tells me issues with timing. So you might get an opportunity, but you might not be able to say yes to it because of scheduling and things like that.
Oh no.
But also sometimes this means that maybe you were thought of for something, but other people were put in place. So think of it like an alternate. So that's
no.
a good thing though.
Why?
Because that means that when another season comes around of a show or another thing comes around for the opportunity, you're in it. That basically means you're on hold.
Oh God, I don't want to be on hold. I want to be a
Maybe
priority.
he's picking up on the fact that I was asked to do it and turned it down that one time because I didn't know what it was.
Oh right, maybe
Were
it's a
you
pet.
really?
I was
Yeah.
asked to do the first season, but I didn't know what it was. I just thought they were asking me because they thought I was a traitor because I wrote a book about my ex-boyfriend. And I thought, I'm not falling for that.
Maybe that's the energy. We're hoping that. I'm like, I want to make sure the timing
That
works
would
for
explain.
us.
That would
Yeah.
explain why they have like you as a person of interest. Yeah, that would explain. it.
A person of interest. That's so scary.
That's a good thing. No, that's a
Is
good
it?
thing.
I feel like isn't that when someone dies, there's like a person of interest?
Well, I guess yeah. Technically. Well, no, because when I say person of interest, I think like someone that they're interested in having. Because like okay, let
okay.
me explain. Everything I don't have an inner dialogue. I don't hear anything in my head.
Okay.
I only see pictures. So when I'm describing things, sometimes I don't describe it right because I'm describing a picture. So what I see in my head is literally like. A bunch of like headshots and people like moving pictures of people around saying like, oh, this is who I want. And then you two are down here. So that's like you were here, but they moved you down here. So that means that
Ew.
there is an interest in you, but they haven't found the
We're
right
not at the
fit.
top of the list.
Well, no, I think it's just about chemistry and finding the right fit. I don't think it's a priority thing. Like,
Okay.
It's not like these people are better. It's, we want to save them for something good.
The way you're framing it is very Traitors because they have their headshots on a wall. Maybe you're seeing me and Holly down here at the bottom of the row. That's what I'm thinking because they always like have them like
It's-
placed out.
Honestly, it's possible.
Okay.
But I feel like I really do feel like there's something different. Because the Page of Swords and the Tower, I'm not saying that it's not possible that
Okay.
Traitors could happen because it's definitely possible.
Right.
For sure, especially with this. But there's something else that I see the two of you doing. I can't really figure out what it is, but I see you guys being pulled in for something else.
Peep show.
exciting.
Holly's World season 3.
Road
Yeah.
trip show.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
because the moon is upright and the two pentacles. I think it's something new or something different.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and the Hierophant is reversed too, which tells me I don't know if it's like something that's necessarily in existence yet either, because like that's like a commitment, and when it's reversed, it's like a new commitment that hasn't been made. Maybe they'll build something around the two of you.
That would be
so cool.
the best, yeah, because I feel like you have so much going on. If your staff like a new
Yeah, we can tailor
venture.
it to who we are and
Yeah.
what our schedules
Oh my
are
god, you
like.
guys can be like the new
Palladians.
Paris and Nicole.
Oh my God, you are a psychic. We were just talking about that.
Yeah. like Simple Life 2 road
You
trip.
knew.
No, you
like
should-
the most fun thing to do.
Listen, if they're not interested, you guys should produce it yourself. I'd watch the hell
True.
out of
That would be everything.
I'd watch.
Or
the
just
Tana has to be
hell
in
out
it
of
too.
that.
'Cause she came up with that idea.
Yeah.
That's
too.
true,
She's been saying
yeah.
that forever.
Well, when we were at Cracker Barrel, you had said it, and then Tana said, I was like, oh my God, it's
Yeah.
like aligned. The alignment is the theme of this episode today because we're all aligned right here, right now. What about,
good.
can you do one about us three or no? Is that too much? Too
You and-
many?
You and Tana?
You, me, and Polly.
Oh,
like,
oh.
Or is that like nothing? Like, are we gonna enjoy the crumble cookies? Are we gonna have a good photo shoot? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, or does it have to be specific? Like, will we stay in touch? Will you ever turn on me? Will you ever do a badge? Because you've always been so cool to me in your tarot readings.
Listen, I would never turn on you. Let me
Okay.
explain something to you. You're the reason I got into content creation.
No way.
Literally, you were the
Aw.
only person I watched. Any YouTuber I found out was because you collabed with
No
them.
way.
But I've been watching you since you were making like 30-second videos on YouTube in the very beginning.
Oh my gosh.
Like you were my favorite. So like for me,
Okay.
no. And also every time like you go through something on YouTube, everyone's always like, "Why do you like her?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I've always liked her." And then
Yes.
they love you again, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, you love her." And I'm like,
I've been there. No, you were through me through like the
every
worst.
freaking time. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys hate me when I love her, and then you love me when I love her. Make up your mind.
They can't.
Yeah. And
It's
I
the
feel the same
energy.
way about you. Like,
Aw, thank
never in a
you.
million years.
Well, she doesn't get canceled. Holly's just the unproblematic queen.
You know what though? I feel like when you come from the Playboy world, you kind of arrive in the industry pre-canceled. Like
Yeah.
everybody's like, oh, I don't know if I want it. So then you just have to like bust out
That's
of it.
interesting. That is probably true. They look at you like some type of way. You really have busted out from it too. Like it is crazy how now everyone just like you became such like a girl's girl. Where before like The View would always like look at you guys as like, oh, look at these like girls just like
Yeah.
around
Like, what
half.
are they
Like
doing?
yeah, it's so
Yeah,
interesting.
I don't like that.
I don't either. I feel like back then the like media was so hard on like women, especially like sexual women. You know what I mean? It was just like, or what they seemed as sexual. And now it's like iconic. Like Playboy is like iconic in every way.
Meanwhile, me as a gay boy standing all of that.
Did you?
Like, yeah, oh my god. are you
Really?
kidding me? Yeah.
That's so interesting.
I wanted to be a playgirl so bad.
that's-
I was like, oh, I want to be a centerfold. That
Oh
would
my God,
never in
that's-
a million years happen. Ever.
Well, I feel like now they do, right? Bretman Rock was like on it and stuff
True,
like that.
that
So I
is
feel
true.
it's definitely
His cover was so good.
so good.
Have you seen Bretman Rock is like trying to be Hey Hey in the live action Moana?
Oh my God, that'd
and he
be
makes
so
these
good.
audition videos. It's the cutest thing.
I haven't seen the
Iconic.
audition ones.
He was doing it a while back when they first announced there was going to be a live action Moana. He was like making these pitch videos like, I need to be Hey Hey.
that
Oh my
would
God.
be
He
so
sh- yeah, he
iconic.
should,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's
So
a great
good.
manifestation for him.
Yeah.
Oh my, can you say your ultimate manifestation or no? Do you have one in your head when it came to
God.
mind?
I mean, this is kind of basic. I say it all the time. Like, I just really want to like build a house from scratch in Vegas. Like, that's exciting. Career wise, I don't know. I don't even know if I've like thought of what I want like my biggest thing to be. Like, I just kind of want a model, and that's like delusional. But
Why? That's
Why is that
what you're doing.
delusional? Yeah.
You're literally a model.
I just want to be paid a lot of money to be in like some kind of campaign.
Oh, that would be so good,
You should-
actually. Yeah.
You should rephrase that. Instead of I want to be, I will be.
I will
Current
be
tense,
paid
yeah.
a
That's
ton
a-
of money to be in this huge campaign.
I could see it though for sure because you do photograph. Like even Tana and I remember just looking at you and be like, "God, you photograph so good. Like you just know what to
thank
do in front of a
you.
camera." I also could see you in a live action Disney movie.
That would be so fun.
That would be like, you know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Like who? I don't know. Like what roles are out there? I know they're doing a live action Tangled. I'm like, I'd love to be. I'm not as skinny, but I'd love to be Mother Gothel because she's like so beautiful.
Oh my god.
You know, but
put it out there.
I don't think that's in my car. I don't think Disney's gonna work with me, but they would
never
work with you
know.
because
You
you've
never
been
know.
on Dancing with the Stars. No, I think they have like a strict no
You need to be
porn
on Dancing
policy.
with the Stars, though.
I'm manifesting
So
that. I will be on
fun.
Dancing with the Stars.
Wait. Oh my god.
You think?
totally-
Or Masked Singer, I want to be on. Everyone thinks I'm on Masked Singer right now. It's Vanessa Hudgens, but they always think it's me.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
It's like a fish. There's like a fish on there now, and they're like, "It's Trisha." I was like, I love that. You
I
think
think
that?
you would kill Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, I would
Totally.
love
the
to.
costumes are so fun. Every week you get to design like a new costume.
Really? You get to be a part of it, like to design
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Ah.
Like, I was called in last minute because I took over somebody who was injured, but like my dance partner had already come up with some of the designs that you go meet with the costume designer and they come up with something and they make it that week. And it's just like the coolest thing.
Ooh, that's interesting. Maybe he's picking up on that when he said the alternative. It's so
Yeah.
weird. I love
Yeah.
that you're down. Because honestly, I'm down. If I was as an alternate, if they're like, someone couldn't make last minute, I'd be down. You know, like Traitors.
Oh,
At first, I was
yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to be like an alternate. But then I was like, I guess I would take it.
I mean,
Totally, me
I've
too.
heard that some of the Drag Race winners of the show were alternates.
Really? Where they
Yeah.
call him in last minute?
Yeah,
Have you done Drag Race readings?
a few. It's hard because there's not much to do because everyone already knows like behind the scenes who's won already. Like they can't keep spoilers.
I see.
Yeah, so it's like there's not much I can do.
What's your ultimate manifestation?
I will have my own TV show one day.
I will have. Yeah. Oh
Mark my words.
Well, yeah, like late at night. Remember when they used to do those? Do you know like Walter Mercado? Mm-hmm. And he would have these. He'd have a cloak. Do you know him?
I've heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah, he has these like crazy cloaks, and he'd be like, "Toro, today is the day." He's like, I don't know, he might be Hispanic or something, and it was just like so. He'd make you feel so good about your sign. He's like, "This is your year. You're gonna make money," and blah blah blah. That could totally be you, like late at night.
I think I could do a lot of things. Like I think I'm a great psychic. But if they're not interested in psychic, I mean, I think I'm just a great person. Like, I think I'm funny as hell.
What would you do if you...
Crazy. Yeah. I don't know. Put me on like a Real Housewife type of show. Let me interview people on the street. I could do a dating show. My dating life's a disaster. Like, there's so many things. I feel like if you have an opportunity, I will take it and run with it.
You're going to say yes to everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you ever do tarot readings on yourself?
Sometimes, yeah. I have a couple. Actually, there's a video I did on my birthday in June where I talked about being on a podcast.
No way. Oh my gosh.
And now we're here.
But you've been on other podcasts since?
Not like this, no.
Really?
Yeah, this is my first like big one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm honored.
Thank you. I'm honored that you think that's a big one. I appreciate it. It's literally in my house. When you came here, we were like, is this just your house? Like literally in our basement.
No, this is my Oscars.
Okay.
Like, I'm dead serious. Like I was thinking about what to wear forever. Like I'm just so...
This is a great outfit. I like it.
So cute.
All right. What other questions should we ask the cards? Maybe like... Okay, let's do a little... Okay, let's do it. Because you did one on me and Moses, right?
A long time ago, yeah.
Because Moses said it, and he's like, wait, I think... And I was like, how do you remember that? I was like, that's because I haven't seen all of them, but I was like, that's amazing. I think it was around the time when I was getting canceled and I was scared to watch anything because I was just like...
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I haven't done one on you in a long time because you're good.
Thanks. You're like, she'll be fine.
Yeah, no.
I feel that way too. I feel like everything's good. I hope these cards come out good.
You're so transparent too. It'd be hard to do like a reading.
I know,
this
right?
This is what she's hiding.
Right.
Literally nothing.
All you have to do is like literally watch my videos. But see, now I feel like I don't share as much. I'm learning to share less, so it's more tricky.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
What is there something good?
Yeah.
Do you know the cards?
There's something really good. Okay. So so you showed up as the Five of Cups reverse, which is like predicting the worst before it began. That's the worrying card.
Oh.
Okay, so you need to be a little bit more conscious of that because I do think when it comes to manifesting, sometimes you're like cutting yourself off by doing that. I also think the Five of Cups says that there's something that you feel like, oh, I can't do, I can't have, that you can. And it's related to this card. So the Wheel of Fortune is reversed. That's in my good news position. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is like a huge opportunity, a huge risk. And when it's reversed, it means it didn't pay off or it didn't happen. So there's a missed opportunity that's coming back for you. And it's a big one. So that's why I'm like, this is actually a really good thing, which is why we don't want to kind of like kill our manifestations because there's a huge opportunity. Now, Wheel of Fortune is sometimes could be TV, it could be something like that, but it's just a giant project. And it's one that you've wanted for a very long time.
Wow.
And it didn't happen. It didn't manifest, and it's coming back around to happen.
Okay, so don't worry.
I think that this might be a little bit of a ways out. Like, I feel like maybe like 6 months-ish.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, but I do think it's this year.
Do you think I could be hosting Wheel of Fortune? I think like Vanna White's retiring.
I literally was like...
Maybe.
Vanna.
Yeah. Or I could even Pat St. Jackson.
So cool.
That actually could be cool. That would be really good.
That was my first thought is Wheel of Fortune. Because I love I've always tried to apply to be on that show. And I was like, actually, I could like probably host it or something.
I'm surprised you haven't been on that show.
I've auditioned. It's very hard to get on it. I think it's kind of like luck of the draw because like I submit my tape and it's like, will someone see it? We don't know. You know what I mean?
Got it.
It's very hard. I would love to.
They have to know who you are.
You would think, right?
They have to.
I assume no one knows, which in this case is probably true. But
I get that.
I'll host it.
But yeah, so it's a really big opportunity, and it's one that I feel like people might not expect.
Okay,
it's like expecting unexpected. Yeah, it's gonna be a big deal. I do think it's gonna be a big undertaking too. It's gonna take a lot of your time.
Okay,
so
I'm ready for it. I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready for that.
Now in my what to avoid positions, the Six of Cups reverse, just don't worry about anything from the past. Like the Six of Cups is the past, and when it's reversed, sometimes that's about people worrying about things, how things used to be, or issues I've had in the past, or things like that. And what that tells me is that you've cleaned the slate and you move forward. So any sort of issue you've had, especially with like yourself and where you're going, gone.
Okay.
Done. Any problems, any stress, any drama, nothing. It's all done. The Six of Cups is like, I'm ready for new. I'm embracing new. The only issue you would have is if you let anything from the past get back into your headspace. And I think that's a great card for me. That's like something I want to see in a void position is like keeping my past where it was and moving forward.
I love that.
And I also think Six of Cups sometimes is like a children card, and sometimes I think you need to be careful of getting like too in your head of like, I'm a mom, I'm not cool, or I'm a this, whatever. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Because right, I do that.
Because the Six of Cups, when it's reversed, especially when it comes to children, it's like, you'll always be cool.
Right.
You'll always be interesting.
Oh.
And try not to like get in that headspace, because sometimes like you can kind of cut yourself off that way.
I did need to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah. Because especially, again, because we look at the Six of Cups when it's upright as like children and happiness and stuff. And when it's reversed, it's like that pull between like, how do I make sure I'm mom and also Trisha, pay this, you know what I mean?
Aww.
And I want you to understand you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't really need to change anything. Okay. And you don't have to worry about like people like switching up or feeling like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, being boring now that I'm a mom.
Yeah, no.
That struggle's real.
People are very interested.
Okay.
Very
love
interested.
That.
And you're not going to have to be pigeonholed into like,
mommy vlogger.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I don't think that's my calling.
Yeah, no. I mean, if you wanted it to be, it could be, but I don't see that for you.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think maybe I'll be a mom vlogger. I don't think it's for me.
I think people just love you. You know what I mean? For you. And I think anything you do that is like authentically yourself, they're going to be drawn to.
Oh my God, thank you.
And then, if the kids show up, they show up.
Yeah, they're there. It's like the Kardashians with their little Northwest.
Yeah, it's true. No, it's true. Okay, so last card here
you said that was
funny. The surprises in the Six of Wands reverse. You know what's interesting here? The Six of Wands is like a confidence card. And I think your confidence is going to come from somewhere new soon. So this actually is really beautiful to me, and I get like a little excited for you, because the Six of Wands tells me that you're going to be taken super serious with something soon.
Oh my gosh.
Like sometimes it could be a project or a thing, but it's like I see someone coming in. Let me explain to you what I'm seeing in my head, because I have to explain the visual for you to understand it. So I see someone coming in with like, they have like glasses and they're very smart. It's like representing someone very smart, because it's like a metaphor in my head. Mm-hmm. And they're holding a book, which means like they're taken very serious. They're very intelligent, and they take you serious. And I know sometimes you feel like, oh, like, people just like laugh or just have fun or whatever. But someone is taking you serious for something, and they're interested in you. Like, I think of like the Six of Wands as someone that wants to do a documentary on you or like interview you and really get to the core of who you are. And it's like something very serious, and it's something that will be like, it's something that other people can draw inspiration from and can really like resonate with. So I think with the Six of Wands, your confidence is going to come from something where you're taken serious for a change.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That would be the most shocking thing.
And I think your voice is going to be impactful.
Wow. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So exciting.
Yeah,
I know.
I think that should start to manifest probably sometime later this year.
Wow. Yeah. Maybe Elon Musk or something will ask me.
It's like that edit will come true.
Yes.
When we're talking about space.
Have you seen that? Yeah, I think it is.
You know what you should do?
What?
A TED Talk.
Oh my God, we just talked about that too.
Amazing.
Oh my God. Wow, you are such a psychic. This is crazy. We just talked about that.
Really?
Okay, I'm down. How do I get on it?
I have no idea. Manifest.
Okay, manifest.
They're watching. You never know.
That's true.
You never
I'm
know.
sure the TED Talks people watch.
Ted himself is
That's so crazy. Oh my gosh, I love that. Well, those are all good. I love that. So it's all good. Yeah, we just signed with an agency, so that'll be good. Oh my God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we're with CAA now. Just bougie. I feel like I manifested because everyone who came on the podcast was like, I'm with CAA. And I was like, how the heck do you get? I don't know. And then they're like, well, they're not with us or whatever. I was like, okay, so yeah. So, never had an agent before, so we'll see. That's why I'm like trying to push the Traitors. Yeah, I was like, let me try to do this. That is so cool. I'm so excited. Thank you for that.
Of course.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we should also try these Crumble cookies. Well, I mean, we're going to get back to the cards, but I want to try it while you're here because Holly brought 3 boxes. So
oh my God,
I had to make sure
it.
they were all like perfect. I brought you guys the stampers because I don't know if you have those. You have to keep the stamper that like cuts them into 4 pieces in your kitchen.
I didn't even know that.
So what is the deal with Crumble with you? You can't get a good
Dude,
cookie?
they hate me.
What happened?
Do you get them delivered or do you go to the store?
Oh, no, I'm getting them delivered. I'm not going
No,
anywhere.
that's the
I have a
problem.
whole, I don't care. I have a whole, like, thing that I do every Monday, like a whole tradition where I, like, order them, I get ready, I get out the shower, they're there.
Every Monday?
Yeah.
I love that for you.
They change the lineup every Monday.
Right.
And so so on TikTok, I just like do whatever I want. Like I don't really take it super serious.
Are you live on TikTok? Because she said she sees you on TikTok.
Sometimes I'm on TikTok live, but I like upload like videos and stuff. So
I don't think I follow you on. I never see you on there. I gotta find you.
yeah. So I just do random stuff. Some of that is like food videos. So it's just like me eating. So I was like, someone's like, oh, you should try Crumble Cookie. I was like, okay, I'll try Crumble Cookie. And then I tried Crumble Cookie and like, I was like just telling them like things I liked about it and things I didn't. But they're like, you're so negative. And it's just like thousands of hate comments. And like the past couple of videos I've done, I've gotten like 2 million views. And it's just me.
What?
Yeah, and it's just me eating Crumble Cookies.
Oh.
And it's just like 1,000 people hating on me. Being like, you're disgusting. You're horrible. You're awful. And I'm just like...
At TikTok, we're just saying how nice TikTok is. That's so
No, not
weird.
my comment section. It's just a bunch of people that like Karens just yelling at me, being like, "Oh my god, you my favorite Crumble Cookie you said is disgusting."
Oh my god,
Yeah.
there's so
Pushing
many.
your numbers though.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's
they
true.
are. But it's
2
like
million.
super. No, it's like super aggressive for like no reason, and I'm like, it's not that deep. Oh, okay, yeah, it's not that deep. Like,
Yeah. Wait, did you try them already this week then?
I did, but mine were bad.
Okay.
Yeah,
this
they come
week?
like all wrecked in
My,
his
no,
box.
so
I've never
the
seen that.
Crumble I go to is like notorious for being bad, which is
Well, don't go there. Psychic
that-
over here.
well,
Change it
that's-
up.
So that's why I'm here, so I can try them. And
Fresh.
they're not,
Yes. Okay.
So
you
they're
made
not.
Ooh, okay. These look. Okay, mine look a little messy.
Oh no.
Oh no, yours is good. Mine are fine. Honestly, me just complaining.
These look,
I've had a
stuck
weird
to the
week and I've
top
been
a little
complaining
bit.
so much. I'm not complaining.
no,
They're
they look
beautiful.
good. They look good.
Ooh, there's like they're Easter. Oh my god, they smell so good.
They really do smell
Okay,
really
I love
good.
the lemon flavors. Lemon.
Did you
crumbles
try?
are
Do you want a
favorite.
cutter? You want one of the cutters?
Oh no, I'm fine. I'll just go.
Are
with my
you
hands.
sure?
But you guys need to have those for your like own kitchens and stuff. so
Yeah,
just
we don't have this one. I
Oh
think.
my god, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's funny because I went to go order these and there's like a miscellaneous section where you can buy the cutters, but they also sell like empty boxes. Like if you just want the
Like an
crumble
empty,
box.
an empty
What?
crumble box?
Yeah. It's so
maybe
weird.
to like bling out or something. You know what I mean? Like the Domino's boxes.
You would think to bling it
Right? Because why else? Okay, what's this one? What are you?
Wait,
which one are
wait,
you
yeah,
using?
It's like a lemon bar.
Wait, which one is that?
Ooh.
It's
This
the
one?
outer sugary one.
Yeah.
To me, it just looked like a sugar. Oh, I like lemon. Do you like lemon in
love
your
lemon
dessert?
Okay, this is not cutting.
I know mine wasn't really either. I think I had to like push hard, but
Well, it's probably the softer ones are probably easier. I'm not a huge fan of lemon, so
I love lemon.
we'll try it.
This tastes like a lemon bar. It's like a mukbang too today.
Okay, the consistency of this cookie is a lot better than the ones that I'm used to.
So
It's fluffy.
wait, what do you mean? This is not like that where you're from?
No. Well, because every store is different. And the one I'm at just does not make them right.
Maybe they should
so
close
funny.
down. Maybe you should do a tarot reading for them.
You tell the Crumble CEO, he comes
Yeah.
there directly. Well, people make that joke all the time, like, we should send the CEO to your store. I'm like, is it that deep?
Maybe undercover boss.
This is really good.
Yeah,
And I
like
don't
the
even like
lemon.
lemon, but this is actually really good.
It tastes homemade.
No, it does. It's like perfectly like crumbly.
I love that you go every week and it's bad every week. Like, why do you go to that one?
Well, when I do find a good one, it's always like exciting.
Right.
Like I tried this one this week, the brownie one, and I really liked it. So it's like really
And it
exciting.
was gooey.
Yeah, this one.
I miss their Rice Krispie one. They haven't had it since this time last year, I think. They haven't had the Rice Krispie one in so long.
How was the Olivia Rodrigo cookie?
I did not like that one.
Wait, you tried it? How did you
So-
you
It
get it?
only shows up when she's like in town on tour.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. It's,
In
like,
that
mythical.
city?
Mm-hmm.
So like if she's in Hollywood, will it come here to like where we're at?
Yeah.
When she was in California, I think it already happened. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, but it's
You didn't like it?
It was just a sugar cookie with like tons of like icing. It was just like a sugar overload.
It looked like there was like jelly or something in it though, right? Like was there purple something or no?
Yeah, it had like a little bit of jelly at the top, but it was like mostly sugar.
Did you do a review on that?
I did.
I love that you know. all
chocolate.
that.
Wow,
so
this
good.
actually tastes like a brownie.
Yes.
Wait, is that the one we're trying? Okay, let me try that one.
Okay, wait. I rated this a 10. And this is even better than the one.
Wow.
So good.
So the LA crumble is superior to the Texas crumble.
It is.
Wow. What area? You don't have to say exactly. Are you in Austin, Dallas,
Austin,
Houston?
yeah.
Okay. Oh, my brother lives over there. Interesting.
I love Austin. It's so nice.
Everyone loves Austin. My family just moved over there too, and they're like obsessed with it.
Well, next time you're in town, hit me up.
Is it? Have you ever been to Guero's?
Where's that?
I don't know. It's like downtown Austin. It's where Quentin Tarantino filmed Grindhouse. Have you ever seen Grindhouse?
I have, yes.
They filmed it and they went to Guero's. Kurt Russell's there.
Okay.
And it's the one where he like tracks down those girls and kills them with his car and they go outside Guero's. And there's like an actual one, but I haven't been. It's like
Okay.
they actually have the restaurant there. Anyways, I'm surprised you didn't know that. And not that
I'm
you
like literally clueless. to
also
everything.
probably before you're born. What year were you born?
No,
I was,
I'm born in 91. I'm not that old. I mean, that young.
you're born 91?
Yeah, I'm 32.
Wow.
I know.
Oh my
People
God.
think I'm like 16.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Because that movie came out in 2007. It was filmed in 2006. So like a lot of people were like not even born on TikTok yet. Like it's crazy to me when people are like, I was
was
born
in
in
high school.
2006. Yeah, me too. And I was just like, that's people born like 2006. I was like, wow, that's crazy. They're like becoming adults this year.
When I was 27, I went to a hairdresser and I got a child's discount because she thought
That's
I was 16.
amazing.
What?
Literally, I'll never forget. I was sitting in the chair and she's like talking to the other girl. She's like, don't talk about sex. There's a kid here. And I looked around. I was the only one in the chair. 26, 27 years old. And I go and to pay. And they're like, oh, we gave you the discount, the child discount.
No way.
I swear to God.
We're like, thank you.
Don't talk about sex. There's a kid here.
It was so embarrassing,
That's
but also
nice.
it's kind of like iconic. Like,
Yeah.
Totally.
I wonder if there's anything to it.
Well, I can tell you I do have some trauma with it because I've always looked really young. So, like, men can be
Ooh.
really creepy.
Ew.
Yes.
The people you attract. I always thought that with people who look young.
Yes.
Ew.
I've had my worst date experience. I went on a date with a guy, and one of the first few things he said is, of course I like you. You're every guy's fantasy. You look barely legal.
Oh my
Ew.
God.
Men are so disgusting.
People are
I
so
feel like
weird.
we're all attracted to men here, and they're just like the worst, though. It's like, why are we attracted to them? It's like
I wish
so
I
weird.
wasn't.
Same.
I'm like, oh, I wish I was a lesbian.
No, but same. It just like makes it so much easier, and it's just like guys are kind of the worst. They're so creepy and so weird.
I have the worst dating experiences ever. I think dating as a psychic is so difficult. It's just
Why? Because you picking up on energy? Do you do readings for them?
hell no. Sometimes they want me to, and I'm like, no.
I would bring the cards on the date with you.
that for free? No, I'm not working for free.
I love that about you. You're like, no, absolutely not for free.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of times like people like befriend me just to like get readings and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, a lot. So like if a guy did that, I'd be like, ick.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Like, but most guys hate what I do. They think it's dumb and stupid and don't believe in it.
Yeah,
So.
that's a lot of men out there.
Even gay men, a lot of them don't really believe in what I do.
Yeah, gay
Some
men
kind of
and
like,
straight men
you
are
know.
really not that different, I've learned.
No.
And like they're bald is kind of toxic and stuff like that. I put out gay men for like a year after I gave birth because they didn't understand either. I was just like, I don't want to be around you either right now because you just don't understand a woman. You know what I mean?
No, I get that.
But you're different. You're the exception. There's like certain.
I talk about this all the time. I feel like I'm a straight woman in a gay man's body.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's the vibe.
I feel like I have a straight woman's brain.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like that's why I'm alienated from like gay people because I'm just like feel like I don't think like you. I don't know. There's something
I
wrong
think
with
that's
me.
real. No, I think that's so real. I've heard that not from a lot, but there's a lot of like guys that feel that way. They're like, I don't feel like a gay man. Like I don't resonate with them, and I see that for sure.
Yeah.
Easter egg. Did you try
Oh, yeah,
that
me
one?
too.
Yes, it's the sugar cookie. So good. Mine's even still kind of like chilled a little bit.
Is it?
really
Wait,
Oh,
let me try.
the cold ones are always interesting to me. Do you do spell work, Holly?
Not
my
anything
God.
like
It was good.
crazy.
10 10.
Mhm. But these ones are my favorite. Sorry.
No, they're so
good.
good. I love the sugar ones too. Like you do, like do
I'll
you
like
write
burn
them?
a bay leaf or something for like manifestation.
Okay, but no like
nothing crazy.
spells. You don't cast them. I like to write spells down in my
That's
spell
what I
book.
do.
Do you write them or just
Yep.
write them?
I rhyme them.
Me too.
Yes.
I love a good spell book and just like putting it out there into the world.
You're a witch?
Yeah, I think so. Do you think everyone has that capability in them? Like
Yes.
everyone does.
I think manifestation is very similar to like prayer. It's like you're saying
Yeah.
something, you're speaking it, there's a ritual involved. And spell work to me is manifestation. Mm-hmm. So like again, I always say talk in current tense. I am, I have. But also if you're gonna make a spell, make it rhyme.
yeah.
And for me, I think some of the spells that I do quite often are like return to sender, returning energy back to where it began, where it belongs, or truth spells are something I do a lot.
I love those. Yeah.
a lot.
I do the bounce back thing. That reminds
you?
me. Yeah, like
What like send energy back. I think that's so important, and I feel like it so works. I used to do that too. I used to like make a circle around myself and like repel any energy because I used to get a lot of evil eye. So we have like humsas everywhere and like evil eyes, so it like bounces back, so like all that energy can go right back to them. I think it works. What is this one?
this
looks
looks
so
like a strawberry pretzel. I think.
Ew.
It's strawberry pretzel pie. Apparently, it's like a dish that a lot of people like. I've never
At
heard
Easter
of it.
time?
I don't know what it is, but I've never heard of it before.
It
The
doesn't
one
even look,
I
like,
had was not
creative.
good at all.
Oh,
This
no.
one is wild. Are you gonna try it? It looks.
I'm scared
I'm
of
gonna
it.
try it. I'm not like a big sweet savory person, but
Oh God.
I don't mind
peanut
it.
butter and jelly vibe a little bit.
I love a pretzel and
Okay.
anything.
This is so different than the one I have.
That's
Worse?
crazy that it's so inconsistent.
It's like completely different. It tastes like different ingredients.
Whoa.
What?
This right here, this topping is very different than what I had. It's like fluffier.
The topping is wild. It doesn't look like icing. It looks like I don't know,
And
cream
even
cheese or something.
the jelly is like sweeter, fresher.
Is that what's on it? Jelly?
I think
That
it's
one's
giving me the peanut
wild.
butter and jelly vibe.
Do you get these? Do you get them every week or no?
Not every week because sometimes I'm doing something else on my cheat day, but I look ahead. There's a account on TikTok called Crumble Cookie Spoilers, and it'll tell you ahead of time what's coming out.
I didn't even know that.
Week.
Oh my God. It's the psychic of cookies. He's like, next week we're
And
coming
in the
out.
bio, they're like not
They're coming
affiliated
for
with
my
Crumble
gig.
Cookie, but it's somebody who works there because they know.
And it's legit. Like every.
Yeah.
What's next week? Can you spoil it?
I'd have to find my phone, but I don't think I'm getting a service.
Oh, okay.
So it came up by her and it went SOS.
I
and
know.
was like,
We
my
need
phone
to
broke.
get you on the Wi-Fi.
We need to try the carrot cake.
Okay. Are you a carrot cake person?
I like it. It's not my favorite, but I do like it.
I like carrot cake, but this cookie does not look it. Like, I love carrot cake, and I don't think it looks
Yeah,
that.
it's like actually like a cake.
Yeah, it's like a big old...
When I had this, it was falling apart as soon as I grabbed it, and everyone in the comments
my
like,
God.
"That's how it's supposed to be." This is how it's supposed to be.
Why does everyone hate you on TikTok?
I don't know.
I'm so mad at you for
You know
cookies.
what's so funny? Everyone's hated me my whole life. Literally.
Oh,
Literally, I had no friends growing up, and like everyone has always just hated me. So
Relatable.
I went with it
too.
and just started making content because I was like, well, everyone hates me anyways. What do I have to lose?
Oh my God.
So I'm more shocked when someone likes me. So like my trauma is like, oh, when are you gonna stop liking me? Because
Really? Well, maybe you need
always
to stop
did.
that. Maybe you need to manifest everyone likes
Yeah.
you.
That's what I've been
sure.
trying to do.
I've been doing that too. I was telling Holly literally right before he came, I was like, I have him block all the bad comments. I'm like, wow, everyone really likes me right now. And I feel it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
everyone loves me at the moment. So,
That's good.
you know, change it up.
Okay, I'm gonna just take a giant.
Uh-huh.
I'm not usually a fan of carrot cake, but I like this because it's cinnamony
Wow, it's
and it
moist.
doesn't have nuts and it doesn't have like stringy carrot. It's very like well blended.
You don't like the stringy?
I hate it when people have like carrot strings in the carrot cake because I'm not expecting the texture and then it makes me go, bleh.
I kind of lip
No, I agree with that. This is really moist and very good. I'm
That
not
one
gonna
might be the
lie.
best because it's nice and moist.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm a carrot cake person. A lot of people don't like it. People are very against carrot cake.
Really?
You know what?
Yeah.
Tiana likes it too. I saw her post in her story that my roommate made me
No
carrot
way.
cake, cupcakes with carrot
Oh
cake.
my God, she should be here to enjoy this crumble. Have you met Tana?
No.
Have you done a reading on her online?
I've done a reading on her a long time ago, and it's so funny. When I first like blew up, she had DM'd me, and she's my favorite DM I ever got because it just says, "Hey."
Why do people DM that? I was like, well, say what you want to say because I need
That
to know
is so
more.
funny.
It was so funny. I'll never forget. It was on Twitter, and it just says, "Hey," and I responded, and she never responded.
I love that. I love it.
It's like it's the most like Tana thing ever.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, not there. I wonder what
Yeah.
she wanted. Do you ever wonder? Ask your cards.
I mean, it's whatever. It was so many years ago, but I mean, I don't know. I love her, so I love that whole every like thing she touches. I feel like is like
Yeah,
Genius,
she
yeah.
is still like that. I always tell her that. I'm like, she really is like the it girl where she's like on everyone's podcast and they get like 10 million views with her. She's just like,
I love Brooke too. So funny.
she's amazing. Did you go to their canceled?
I wanted to, but by the time I realized it was in Austin, it was sold out.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wanted you to do. They had a lot. You should do a reading on that. They had a lot of drama on their
I did
tour.
do a reading on Brooke
Oh, you
with
did.
the Matt Rife stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, I did.
God, I love that you're so on it. You
I
guys are.
try to be.
Yeah.
It's
you hit
hard.
the topics when they're happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I did Nickelodeon. I was like, wow, it's so good. But that's what I was telling Holly too. I'm like, she knows she's every like on top of all the influence. I'm like, how do you know all these people? Like, it's amazing because there's just so much world out there.
I think you do a good job though.
I feel like now with the podcast, I have to. Like, I
Yeah.
literally take like 2 hours a day to go on TikTok, and I like tell them it's part of my job. I'm like, okay, I need to go upstairs for 2 hours and watch TikTok. Otherwise, I just don't know. When we were in Vegas, I wasn't on TikTok at all. So that week, I just had no idea what was happening. I was like, I don't know what's happening in the world. But
Yeah, I think for me, pop culture's always been like an obsession. So
Yeah.
it's easy for me because it's like a hobby.
yeah, I was like
Yeah.
that too. Were you like that growing up? Were you obsessed with like celebrity? You were in
I
Alaska.
always had like special interest things. Like I was really, really into Madonna. Then I was really, really into Marilyn Monroe. Like it would kind of be focused on certain
Like
things. but
hyper-fixating.
Yeah.
But not like overall the celebrity world.
No.
Even when you were at Playboy, you weren't like, oh my God, I love all these celebrities here.
No, because like obviously I was enamored with celebrities enough to be like into half. But then
Right.
after I got in that world, I just saw like there were so many girls there who would just like slobber over any celebrity and just like want to sleep with like any celebrity, no matter who. It was just so extreme the other way that I kind of got grossed out on it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I don't care.
No, and then you see those people and you're just kind of like, I used to be like that. Even like Ron Jeremy, I remember I did like a short film with him. I think he's like in prison now or something. I don't know. Right? I don't know what happened to him. But I used to be like obsessed with celebrity. He was on Surreal Life, you know? And so he was so cute on Surreal Life. He was with like Tammy Faye and like he seemed to be really like sweet, not like this weird like creeper. I guess he is a creeper now. But I remember then I met him and then I was like so excited. Like I probably would have been like, oh my God, I want to date him. But I just saw so many like creepy things he did and I was just like, even at 18 when I was enamored and I was just like, oh my God, I'd do anything to be with a celebrity. I remember being like, this is kind of dark. This is not the cute like guy who was with Tammy Faye trying to help her up the stairs. You know what I mean? Celebrity world can be so dark and Ron Jeremy is not attractive, but that was one of my first celebrities I met and I was like, oh, I want to date him. You know what I mean? That's why even like, well, Hef's different, but I mean, I definitely would have been like all over that. I'd been like, I want to be a girlfriend. That was like my goal to go up to the mansion. It was just to like meet him. Like maybe he'll fall in love with me. And then he didn't. Because you always hear the girls being like, he asked me out was it the first date for you?
No, he asked me to go out with them, the whole group before, and I said no because I was just like a party guest and I didn't want to go. But then I was like, maybe I should move in because I'm about to be homeless in like 2 weeks. So I
No
was like,
way.
Hey, does that offer still stand?
Wow, really? What? See,
I love that. That's like so iconic. I'm sorry. I'm just like sitting here like,
It's modern day Cinderella, right? Like I was just
yeah.
like, damn, I wish that was like what I wanted. I was like, maybe he'll see me and fall in love. Like, couldn't care less. Like, I think I was written up on like the fat list the second time because I didn't get invited back. I went up the first time, I was like kind of skinny. And then the second time I went up, I was like a little fatter, not too much. I was still like under 150. And then I was never asked back. And then I was like, oh, okay.
What year were you going?
I think right after you had left, it was like 2000. I graduated high school 2006. I think I was going up there 2008, 2007.
Yeah, I left the middle of 2008.
Yeah, it was. Crystal was definitely up there at the time, and I remember. And all the girls would order so much food. I went to Fun in the Sun, and they're like, you could have quesadilla and smoothies. I didn't eat, but I was like, do they really eat this? Because they were all so skinny. Maybe they do. Maybe they just had really good genes. So I was like, damn, I wish I could be skinny and just eat with you girls. But I wore a dress. It was Fun in the Sun. Everyone had bikinis on. I wore a dress. Maybe that's also why I didn't get invited back. I had like
know.
I
I don't know how they were doing it then. Everybody was getting taken off the list though after we left. Like even close friends of his. Like as time went by, like people just started getting cut off the list and nobody knew why.
There was definitely some old guys that like tried to like kiss me, and they were like literally like 85, and they were not half. So I was like, ew. So maybe I got like denied for that. I remember saying like, ill, like I like ran away. I was just like, oh no, absolutely not. Yeah, because at 18 you wanted to be that. Maybe I was like 20 or something at the time, and yeah.
Do you remember who they were?
Oh, I have pictures with them. I'll have to send them to you.
Because they would always, because I was always like with Hef, so they would always be like best behavior around me. But then I would hear from other people, like a Playmate of the Year just told me that like one of them tried to ask her to lunch one day, and my jaw was on the floor because they just never showed that side around, me or Hef. And
it was editor. I could edit the name out. Was I think it's
that's the one who asked her.
Really? And he wore like satin shirts. Told me like, oh, that's that guy. And I was. And they were like, oh, it's one of Hef's really close friends. And he told me that too. He's like, I'm really good friends with Hef. And he did kind of introduce me because it was, I think then at night they had like a buffet or dinner or something. And he did introduce me to Hef. And yeah, Hef was just out of it. He was out of it. He did feel you up. He did like feel me up. And I thought maybe he thought I was fat or something like that. Because he said, oh, there's like more to you or something than I thought. I was like, oh, okay.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I told the story before. It was something along those lines. And it wasn't like, it was like weird. He was kind of insulting me, but still like feeling me up. But at the time, you're like 20, you're like, yes, I'm like here. And it was before the Girls Next Door with the twins. So I think it must have been the transition time because it was before all that. And they were talking about doing a season. And I was just like, oh, okay. Do you want some of these chocolates? Okay. Do you love the brownie one? Oh my God. I'm like, that was the most sugar I've had in so long. Thank you for the crumble. Oh my God. So what do you think?
Thank you.
Compared to Texas?
It's a million times better.
Like, would you rate Texas what? 1 out of 10?
I think they're like a 2 out of 10. And then these I would say are probably like an 8 out of 10. Yeah.
Oh, what would give them a 10 out of 10?
The
flavors?
different flavors, yeah.
What's your ideal flavor from Crumble?
I really like banana stuff.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I've been so into bananas. What did we just have the other day? And it was so good. Oh, right where you're staying. It's literally right next door. I put them up. You could believe this in there. Mm-hmm. So there's like a fluffy pancake place called Cece's. It's like Japanese pancakes, and they're so thick. They're bouncy.
Wait, didn't you just post that on TikTok?
Yesterday.
Yes. I'm like, I just saw that.
It was banana and chocolate chip, and I've been really into banana. Ruth's Chris has a really great banana. Like, I don't know what those are. Like, it's like a banana creme brulee. And I've never been a banana person, but if you like banana sweets, those are really, really good.
I need to go check that
It's so good. Oh my God. Yeah, there's not much to do in this area, but the place you're staying now is where The Bachelor is at. So I always want to stay there. I haven't stayed there yet.
I was like, it's so familiar. And I couldn't figure. I called my friends like, where is this from? And we couldn't figure it out.
Well, they shoot The Bachelor there. So
That's what
I
it
was
is.
like, I want to go. I haven't been. I just know it was like kind of nice. I was like,
No, it's beautiful.
is it nice? Okay, good. Yay, I'm so excited. Okay, so predictions are for this year. So you have like really good stuff coming because you're like saying yes, you're going to be in this big position where some like emperors are going to try and take you down. Emperor, first of all, what is an emperor?
It's a masculine energy, and it's something that's in charge. So someone that rules or thinks they rule.
Any idea at all?
Not yet.
I don't think she's met this person yet.
What?
Yeah.
That's even scarier though, like a new person coming into your life. I guess I shouldn't say scary. Everything I'm like, it's so scary, but just knowing.
I mean, I understand the paranoia, but it's not. If it was something really like, I would be like, but it's not like that.
Okay, nothing
It's
crazy.
just one of those things. It's like someone who just thinks they know everything, like a schmuck. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
can hold your ground.
Yeah, I'm going to hold my ground.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes to the one thing. I'm going to watch out for that one guy. And
Do you get intimidated by men?
You don't give that energy to me.
Yeah, I mean,
No?
I think I've been through it enough where like maybe not.
Yeah.
You know?
You have the
Yeah.
boss energy, like you said, where you're just like in boss mode.
Yeah.
Sometimes I used to get more intimidated by men, but I've been dealing with a lot of women recently, which I actually prefer. Less men I've been dealing with. Even like the agency meeting, it was all women, one gay guy who I loved. And I kind of live for that energy.
Yeah,
Sometimes
totally.
that all male energy, especially like old men that are in Hollywood, it's kind of like, oh, they don't really get it.
Yeah.
That's like the
You know?
dream come true.
Yeah.
Anytime someone wants to like manage me or anything, it's always like all these dudes that don't understand me.
Yeah.
And it's awful. I hate it. I'm like, when am I gonna find women?
You
It's
have
like,
to
I get
find the
that.
right fit. I feel like I've
Yeah.
gone through like
Yeah.
managers that have just been awful. I've always had the worst luck, and I feel like finding the right fit is like a big one. Have you worked with managers, or you do yourself mostly?
I used to have a manager back in like the Peep Show days, but I just have an agent now.
Oh wow! So they help you get all this like TV stuff and everything like that. That makes sense, because I always wondered how people get on that. That's why I was like so excited to have the agency, because I was like, I'd never had any connections. I'm like, I need to find ways to get connected.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Why
I
are
think
people-
that I'm really curious about that. Like, why are
Yeah.
people getting sick of like wealthy celebrities? Why is like everybody hating on J-Lo?
That's a good one.
You want me to do that?
Yeah.
No, we were literally just sitting here, and I'm like, I keep leaving comments on all these TikTok astrologers, like, what's going on with J-Lo? Because it's all
Yeah.
on my For You page. Is just like everybody hating on J-Lo.
People are turning on her. She
And
might
people
need.
can't handle it that she ordered an orange drink and a ham and cheese croissant. Like, people are like, that's not what you order at the bodega.
I'm like, I don't know. I've never been to a bodega, but is that like would you not order that there? I don't know.
I don't think they realize how old J-Lo is. too.
Right.
Because I feel like now if you go to the bodega, it's much different.
Yeah.
than when she was there.
That's a fair assessment for her.
Yeah.
Because she does look young, but she's like actually in her like 50s. So
Yeah.
speaking of though looking young, do you think it's something that people drink or do, or their energy? Because Holly looks very young, you look very young, JLo looks young. Do you think it's like there's a secret to it?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I feel like my whole family looks young, but I also just think being a good person, I think it just, you're like lighter. And I feel like when your energy is lighter, you look youthful. That's what I feel like it is. But maybe I'm just delusional and think I'm a good person. I
No,
don't
but
know.
that makes sense. That makes sense actually. Because I was like, you guys all look so young, and
But
I'm
then
like,
I also, I don't know. Sometimes I think it's just, maybe the energy you put out comes back to you. I don't know.
Right.
I actually don't really know.
the inner beauty. It's like Shallow Hal, where you just see the inner beauty on the outside.
Oh my God. That reference. That movie takes me back.
I love Shallow Hal. Have you seen that movie?
I haven't. I know what it is. but I
Oh
haven't seen it
my
yet.
God, that movie's wild. That's like the most fat phobic movie
I
ever,
know.
but kind of live for it.
No, I literally on the plane right here, I was watching so many like old movies, and the amount of stuff that's said in there that would never fly now blows my mind.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah, no, the whole story is basically just him being like superficial, and then when she finds out she's fat, he's like, ew.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But he's like in love with her. He sees her as like this beautiful
Yeah.
skinny. It's Gwyneth Paltrow, obviously, and then
It's crazy.
yeah,
Every
All right.
movie's like that.
Let's see JLo's tarot.
So, oh God.
There's a lot of cards you pulled.
Yeah. So
You're like, I need a lot for this one.
So the sun is reversed for JLo, which is about being unhappy. So I know she wants to project that she's happy right now. I don't really buy that. I think for her, she's kind of just someone that needs to be in the spotlight. The sun is like happiness, right? And it's like bright, shining right on you. And for her, I think she's kind of lost right now in like her thing. I feel like I've always seen her as like a jack of all trades. But I think for her, she really wants to like excel as one thing, and it's just not really working. So it's a little bit of an identity crisis. I mean, granted, she's older now. Her demographic has evolved with her, and so she's probably trying to find her way. But I also don't know if I necessarily think her relationship is the nicest. The King of Cups is reversed, which is about being emotionally checked out, and I think that's him. So I'm just a little worried about that, especially with the Ace of Cups.
I think that's
which-
pretty obvious that he's checked out.
I mean, she argues that he's not, so
Okay.
she would know better than us, right?
I don't know. You know everything. You see everything.
It is what it is. I mean, look, the Ace of Cups being upright is about our idea of love and what constitutes love and where we gain our love from and give our love from. And I think for her, it's all changing. So I think her semblance of identity is evolving and changing. And I think for her, that's almost like her looking at the comments being like, people used to love when I do this. Why don't they love this? And I think it's because she's changed and she's not realizing that. In her mind, we've all changed. Like, you don't get me anymore. But I think it's really just she's much different. And I think she's not adapting to her authenticity, right? When she was famous at the top. Like, it was all like perfect image, like, you know, hide everything, like I'm untouchable. But that doesn't work nowadays. Like, you need to be transparent. And I think for her, she's kind of just lost in that. And I think I don't think her relationship, allegedly, I don't think her relationship is necessarily supporting her the way she needs it to. So she's looking for the outward support in people, and she's not getting it. So she's kind of just like, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, like a kid like performing, and it's just like not working. And then down here is kind of like a commentary on like sort of what's going on in society. We have the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands, which is stress and anxiety and walking on eggshells. I mean, that's everyone right now, right? People are scared of recession. They're scared of all of this. This is the de-influencing thing that we've been seeing like happen, where people are just kind of like tired of that like flaunting that people are doing. But the Strength card being reversed, the Nine of Pentacles, tells me that this is gonna sound like a read. I think I don't mean it that way, but I think people are just tired of people who are only interesting when they're tied to others. And I think when we look at the Nine of Pentacles, which for me, when it's reversed, like a relationship card, and the Strength card, which is vulnerability, it's like you're only interesting and vulnerable when you're around someone else, whether it's you're dating someone or whether it's like you're friends with someone or whatever. They're not interested in that. Like the Nine of Pentacles is, when it's reversed, it's like get a talent, right? That's kind of what it means. And so it's not that she's untalented, but it's more along the lines of like, we don't really care about what's going on. What can you do?
Yeah.
Quickly, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that's kind of like the commentary on pop culture in general right now. Hopefully the viewers can kind of chime in, but that's what I feel like the average viewer is. It's like, give me something that I can't get anywhere else, or I'm gone. Like, I'm not interested in you. You're a dime a dozen. So
what are your advice? How can she shift it?
Well, I don't think you can really tell JLo what to do.
But if she was asking.
If she had asked me, I would tell her to drop the act and be honest. I think if she was honest about her relationship, she would draw more people in, and then she could showcase something that she's really proud of that is individualistic. So use the relationship as a hook and then sell us something that isn't the movie that no one wanted to watch. No shade.
Right.
But they didn't. And so I think it's like, because the movie was about her, not about what she can do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like when we think of JLo at her best, it's like one of her best acting roles, or her performance that she did that was really great, like the Super Bowl or something. So it's like, for me, it's like, give us something to chew. We don't want to know about you. We want to know about what you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we know she's from the block, but we need to know what's happening now.
That's
JLo.
old news.
Yeah, because I feel like there's probably stuff happening, you know, in her life now that would be interesting, and she likes to share her personal life, so like, share it. I would love JLo. I don't know. I don't know much about her, but I know.
I love her too, but I mean, I think it's like, when, people of a certain age love JLo. Like,
yeah, because she was
grew up with her.
iconic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Selena and Wedding Planner and all stuff like that.
One of the best movies. Yeah.
Are you a JLo fan, Holly?
Yeah, I mean, I just love her as even just as like a style icon. Like, she
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
that so well.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it needs to go back to that, you know, and not just whatever she's doing. Because I don't even know. It's like, it's almost like she's not even doing anything. People are just like turning on her, and you're just like, she's kind of like, maybe you're right. Maybe the lack of doing something,
That's
like
what
the
I'm saying.
movies.
Like,
yeah.
Think of iconic JLo moments. It's her fashion, but it's her roles. But also, like, On the Six was a great album. But I don't really feel like, I mean, I listened to her new album, and I didn't connect with it. It just didn't feel like her. So
I haven't listened to the new one, as in the one that she did the whole big movie about.
Yeah.
I had no idea what it was about. The whole thing was so confusing.
yeah, it was a lot. But I know Kim Petras is in it, and I love her. So I was like, oh.
Oh my gosh, how good for her.
Yeah.
I guess she didn't say no. Everyone was saying no to JLo. I guess Kim Petras.
She has like a thing in the movie where she like is like, I guess, spiritual, and there's like people that are overseeing her like gods, and each celebrity represents a zodiac sign, and they got the celebrities to play their actual zodiac sign. So Kim Petras plays a Virgo because she's a Virgo, and it's just really cool.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the coolest part of the movie for me. See, I am a JLo stan.
I love that. And what's your sign?
I'm a Gemini.
Are you a true Gemini?
Yeah, there's two of me. They always say like the good twin and the bad twin, but for me, it's the bad twin and the badder twin.
Ooh, oh my gosh, really?
I'm a little mischievous, yeah.
Wow. Okay, I can see that about
Very
you.
playful.
What's your guess of Holly's sign, if you had to guess?
Libra?
No, but I'm a Libra moon.
Oh.
So I do have
Okay.
a lot of like Libra in me. Like I blame a lot of things I do on the Libra influence
Okay.
for sure. I'm a Capricorn though, but I'm a Libra moon.
Oh my
yeah.
God, my favorite.
You love Capricorns?
I love
I do
them.
too.
Every man that's ever broken my heart, Capricorn.
Oh.
Yeah, all the cool people were Capricorn. I wanted a January baby because of Elvis. I was like, oh, I really want because he was a Capricorn too. They're really cool. I don't know much about female Capricorns.
Well, you're both Earth signs. You're
Yeah.
Taurus.
I'm a Taurus.
Yeah.
A
Oh,
lot of my best friends are Taurus.
really? Wait, what does that mean, Earth sign?
Like,
Well, you
Go
can
ahead.
either be earth, air, fire, or water. So it's just like a different element. Like earth sign people tend to be grounded, but also like enjoy like material things.
Oh,
and just,
interesting.
Like,
practical.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you into material things?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, I
to
didn't know
say.
that about that. I guess you like never really show them off or anything
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, I do too. I love a good purse that I never
I think
wear.
that's a good thing. I need to be more like that because I'm more of like an experienced person.
Mm.
And for me, someone asked me this the other day. They were like, how do you feel about gift giving as like a love language? I'm like, I don't mind it, but for me, it's like the memory that's attached to the gift is more impactful. Than the
Yeah,
gift.
definitely that.
Yeah, like super sentimental.
No, I feel that way too. I always thought I liked gifts, but I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely more of like the other ones because I'm like, I just buy myself stuff, so it's like I prefer to buy myself because I know what I like, and then I'm like, oh, there's other things that people do for me.
Yeah.
Love languages are so interesting. What's yours?
Probably touch is the biggest one.
Oh,
Me too.
wait, really?
I need it so bad. I was
Oh,
deprived of it as a
interesting.
child.
Oh,
So I really need if I'm like upset and someone rubs my back, that's better than asking me if I'm okay. Or if
Yeah.
someone holds my hand, it's like,
Oh,
everything. Yeah.
interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
so there's a touch. Yeah, I guess that's like mine. And mine's like acts of service. I love when
Yeah.
people do things for me. I never had anyone do anything before Moses. No one ever did anything for me. So I'm like, oh my God, this is like a whole new world.
I love that.
What are the other ones?
Words of affirmation.
Just telling you like you're so pretty.
Yeah.
And then quality time.
What's that? Spending time with someone?
Yeah. You do a lot of that.
Well, yeah, I guess I
Yeah.
have so much of that, so I don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Words of affirmation's interesting. I wonder if there's anyone's love languages who's like, I need to hear that I'm
Well,
beautiful.
it's not necessarily that you're pretty. It's more like a reassurance.
Like, I love you. I'm here for you.
Yeah, like I think for me, like the second most important is words of affirmation.
Really?
Because my parents were very like old school Italians,
Mm.
so it was like don't ask, don't tell. We didn't really talk. There was no like sharing of feelings. So for me, that's like really important.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's like you became the opposite of that. You're like, I need to hear these words.
And I need people to like touch me and like love me. Yeah.
Oh, were you guys touchy growing up?
No, not at all.
No hugs, no. So that's why you love it too. Oh my God, there's so much psychology behind it. There's no psych. We need
Yeah.
Dr. Drew here to like acknowledge it. Just one more person to add to the mix, but
Yeah.
that's so interesting. Because I always feel like you grew up with things that you like grew up with. Like if you don't get touched, you don't like touching people or something like that. Like I always
Some
thought.
people are like that.
Right, they're
My
like-
brother is like that where he doesn't really like touch, but I need it.
Interesting, huh? So from this tarot reading,
I just think it's like I genuinely think it's just like a commentary on the direction in which pop culture is going. I feel like every 2 years, especially the internet changes, and I think people are just really not interested in mediocrity. So if you're not the best of the best, they're not going to be interested. So just be the best.
interesting. Where do you see the future? We were talking about this in the interview with Holly. Is like the future of like social media and podcasting. Like where do you see it being?
I mean, for me, I think it's only gonna get bigger because I don't think people like big productions, and I think they like independent stuff. I mean, look at what's going on with all like the exposing documentaries and stuff of all like the crazy stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
It's like people are they don't trust mainstream as much as they used to. So I think it's only gonna get bigger. I think influencers are only gonna be stronger. To be honest,
Influencers kind of are like the main celebrity right now. I feel like I get starstruck with like mainstream, but I feel like more influential people are on TikTok, like the Alex Earls and stuff like that.
well, kids nowadays and young teens, they don't care about regular celebrity. They care about
Right.
you like influencers or people who make content.
That is
Yeah.
interesting.
That's how my kids are. I was just saying they only watch YouTube. They don't care about regular shows
No,
like I did when I was
They don't
a
even
kid.
have cable,
Wow.
half of them. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are they watching like TikTokers and stuff like that, or?
They're not allowed to be on social media, but they love to watch. It's just we have like the kids safe YouTube. They love to watch like Unspeakable and Mr. Beast and people
Okay.
like that, and like the Preston Plays, like those people.
Mr. Beast.
I know Mr. Beast is wild to me, but that makes sense. I'm like, who's watching this? But maybe children are watching it
yeah,
because
that's
I was like,
exactly
love
what his
it.
demo is.
and they love to watch him.
Yeah.
Wow,
They sent me the Feastables, and I was so excited to give
Wait.
it to them.
You need to be on one of his things.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Oh
That
my
would
God, that'd
so
be
cool.
everything.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, my kids would just like.
yeah, they would
Yeah.
totally manifest that.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that'd be crazy. Although he
Yeah.
wouldn't let you win. I had a guest on, Rosanna, and she said she placed third, and they made it look like she was like won like seventh or something. They like edited her to look bad. She's like, yeah, it was a whole. I feel like we had the first exposing video on Mr. Beast. I don't know. His chocolates were delicious. Did you try them?
Yeah, they were really good. They remind me of like Dove chocolate.
Oh, okay. That's. I was thinking more like Nestle Crunch, but Dove is a little more elevated in luxury. Interesting. I like it. No, I loved it, and I'm kind of a little Mr. Beast hater over here, but I loved his chocolate. It was so good. Interesting. Yeah, it's a whole because
I don't think he's like. I don't see him as like a creative person. I see him as like an algorithm. Like he's like a human algorithm.
Like a mastermind.
Yeah, like I see him almost like a computer. Like his ideas, while they are creative, it's more of like what can get the most views, what are people interested in, rather than this is what I believe in.
Right.
So I don't really see him as like, at least I don't really think of him as like a creator.
You think of him as just like, I also think of him as like a face, because there also has to be like a lot of like a big machine behind him. You know what I mean? I feel like he's not the one coming up with these ideas and the grand.
Yeah, but some of his interviews, he just the way he thinks. Yeah, the way he thinks is like, it's not like people are humans. It's like they're robots. It's like AI. So
yeah, we were talking about that too. The future of AI is here, and it's like kind of scary. This whole thing, because I know you like became full influencer. Like you do mainstream stuff on TV, but you're like still full-time influencer, like TikTok and.
Yeah, I started doing that during the pandemic, and I just felt like it was the first time I could like be myself on camera. Because like when I was doing TV shows, I never was. I was always like super scared and like always trying to like be something else.
And on social media and your podcast too, I feel like you're just like more you, because it's like in your home.
Yeah.
So it's like more casual, and the Patreon and people just
being
see.
Candid.
Love it.
Especially because like watching Girls Next Door, it was so like polished, and you know they only had the funny moments or the ditzy moments or whatever, and so like to hear you guys like talk on it and be like it was so different than how it showed is like so interesting.
Yeah, and just being always afraid I was going to get in trouble if I said the wrong thing.
Really?
Or, yeah, totally.
Would they like watch it back and give you like notes or anything and be like, don't say this, don't do this?
Well, Hef always watched everything back. Like he had Final Cut. So if he didn't like anything, it was taken out. And of course it was heavily edited. So like the producers had an idea of like what we were supposed to be as characters. And he never really let us veer from that in the edit. But there were times every once in a while where like something would slip through and then he'd like get mad at me, you know, if I like flashed the camera or something stupid.
Wait, why? You would think they would love that because it's like ratings.
Point or something.
I know, it's so weird.
Only Kendra could do that. They're like, no, you can't flash your food.
Yeah, totally.
I kind of live for that though. Did they ever show? They never showed the nudity on E like at night or anything.
Not on E, and we were always okay like doing our pictorials and being nude in front of the camera because we thought, oh, they can't show it, it's going to be blurred. But then like a year and a half later, when the DVD comes out, like all the nudities on the DVD, all the nudities in the foreign markets, and we were like,
oh my god,
they didn't
on video.
Tell you that?
No,
that's
nothing.
That's wild. That seems like illegal or something.
Say,
yeah,
is that in your contract? Like, oh my god.
Well, we didn't even have contracts at first. Like we had to sign a basic release, but they didn't pay us at first. Nothing.
What? That's crazy. Especially the first season. Like what? Like they pay you something, you would think.
No. Wow. Later we got paid a little bit, but no.
Oh my god, that is crazy.
It was nuts.
Did you ever feel like energy sucking from this show or anything like that, or not? Like, you know, when you're like naked, you're really vulnerable, right? So I always like, you know, when you get sacrificed or whatever. I don't know. I've never been sacrificed. I'm just saying, like, when you've had sacrifices, like, you know, they strip you naked for a reason, you know? So it's like, did you ever feel like a weird energy sucking or no? I don't know.
That sentence. Did you ever feel a weird energy sucking?
Like, you know, because you're like naked and all these guys are just like making money and you're not getting paid, and it's just like this whole thing.
I didn't necessarily feel like that from that specifically, but living at the house and being treated a certain way definitely felt that way. And, you know, when we would see stuff people would write about us on message boards and all the negativity right away, like that felt like that way. And just kind of all the judgment we would get, you know, when you'd go to the outside world, people had all these assumptions. So I was feeling that constantly, but it came from a lot of different places.
Like people were just trying to like take advantage of your looks.
Yeah, or just being mean and just trying to write you off, like, oh, you're such a slut or something.
Yeah. I feel like I'm so glad we're like not in that world now. I feel like it's like if you like judge people now, it's like such like OnlyFans or anything like that. They're like, what's wrong with you? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well,
I
now
feel
they know how much money they're making, so they can't.
Yeah. Well, it is crazy. Oh my gosh. I know on your show, on the first episode, you said you had an OF. I didn't know that, but you don't anymore.
For a while during the pandemic. It wasn't nude or anything. It was just like bikini and lingerie.
I didn't know that.
I stopped it
just because you were like,
well, my kids are getting older and they're going to be on the internet, so just
I know it's a hard one. I just stopped mine too, and I was just like, I don't know. I wasn't putting new content out, but I was like, maybe I should just take it down. I don't know. Feels like a whole shift. Have you ever done it?
I would never. I am like, again, old school Italian upbringing. I have too much shame with my body.
Yeah.
Like I
Shame?
Yeah,
Really?
I have massive body dysmorphia.
Really?
Yeah, I used to be a fat kid. So for me, it's like
Oh.
I will never see myself the way other people see me. So I don't even take nude pictures. And I can't, like, when I get out of the shower, I run to put clothes
Wait,
on.
really?
Yes, it's that bad.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How do you get over it? Or how are you
don't.
or how are you dealing with it? You don't, you just you
I have rules, like I don't have any mirrors in my room,
Oh
and
my
you know, I
gosh.
try to make sure I'm not around them too often because I'll sit in front of them and just pick myself apart. And I try to have positive affirmations. I have my good days and I have my bad days.
Yeah,
but,
you look amazing. That's like the
Thank
first thing
you.
I noticed. I was like, you look so good.
Thank you.
Also, did you know it's actually not good to have mirrors in your room because that actually does suck. What is it?
In your bedroom.
Why is it? You told me why.
At nighttime, your spirit wanders around, it will see itself, and you don't want to.
It's
portal.
true. It's a
Oh,
portal.
you guys know?
I had an experience with one in my room once.
Tell
I
us.
swear to God. So this was like right before I blew up, which is interesting. There was one in my room, and I remember I had like, I was like sitting on my bed doing something. I think it was like writing in my journal or something, and I had gotten up and I was walking by, and I had it like laying down against, not like that, it was like this, like up against my closet door. And so I had walked past it, and then I kind of like blacked out. I don't really remember what happened. I remember my body went from walking straight to like turning, and so like the mirror was like here, and then I was here walking this way, and then my body turned and faced this way, and I fell in going this way.
No.
But what's interesting is this mirror is very small. Okay, it was like probably like not like a human size. It was like a cheap one from Target. And it's weird because if I would have like passed out from something, I would have just fell forward or to the side, but my body physically turned, and I went down like this, and it was almost like I was sitting on it, which doesn't make any sense.
gosh.
And the only way I could replicate that fall is if someone put their arms around me and pulled me.
Whoa.
And so
Whoa.
I remember literally falling down, and then I got up, and the glass was everywhere, and I looked and I said, "Am I dead?" Because I like don't remember what happened. And then I had gotten up, and when I gotten up, like I think it was like an hour had passed. And I didn't know what, like, it felt like I had just gotten back up. And so, like, I went to the doctor. Everything was fine. I didn't pass out. I didn't have any issues with passing out. Like, nothing like that.
Oh my God.
And to this day, I have no idea other than I think something tried to grab me through the mirror.
Whoa.
Literally.
How
that's scary.
that's crazy. How do you think you fought it? But I fought it.
I have no idea.
You don't know, you can't remember.
I think it was maybe a guardian angel. Maybe I just got lucky. Maybe it was just playing a joke but on me or whatever. I don't know.
Who was playing the joke on
Like
you?
a spirit or something. I don't know.
So crazy.
But ever since then, because like I used to be like, okay, portals maybe, but like I'm protected. No.
Wow.
So I will never make that mistake again.
Well,
Yeah.
good thing you have no mirrors anywhere. They can't suck you in
That's true.
anymore.
It's true.
I used to have
yeah.
mirrors all over, and I was like, "You had like he would like cover it," and I was like, "Why are you covering it?" And he's like, "It's like a portal," and I was like, "Ooh."
Yeah, and supposedly, like, if mirrors face each other, like, that's extra bad. And,
What?
like, I have that in one of my closet areas because there's a mirror and then a door that opens. And a witch came to my house, and she was like, that's a portal over there.
Portal to what though? Like portal to anything?
Like a
Spirits could
spirit
come
realm.
through,
Yeah. Well, there's multiple dimensions is the theory. So like something from another dimension can come through.
Wow.
Yeah.
I always think that, like with the dogs, like talking to me. I heard something. You did an interview recently.
With
And you
dogs talking to me?
Something was talking to you.
Wait.
I just saw it. Wait, and it was something
Oh, the
so
bird.
weird.
No, the bird reading my mind.
Yeah, the bird reading your mind. You said there was like a girl coming with like bad energy.
And I was like thinking to myself, oh my God, I don't want to talk to her. The bird like jumped off of me, bit this girl, kept biting her until she leaves.
Yeah.
And then the bird used to do like an impression of a human laugh. And like the second she was out of earshot, the bird turns and looks at me and goes, like
they
he was
knew.
telling me he got rid of that person, like could read my, like I was so in sync with this bird.
That's wild.
No, I totally believe in it, and
I
I've
do
heard
too.
I've heard a dog talk before, and I was like, then I heard you say it, and I was like, I believe animals can like
You
hear
heard
us
a dog talk?
in December of 2019. And it's real. It's so real.
What did it say?
It gave me my passcode, and it must have read my mind. I swear. 'Cause,
I
like,
believe you, but
it
that's
read
crazy.
like it didn't even know it wasn't my dog, and it didn't because I remember the guy I was with was like high out of his mind. He's like, "How would he even know your passcode?" I'm like, "Oh, that's a good question. I don't know." Like, but he knew it, and he said it so like a siren, like so like oh. Like it was like that, and I was like, "Wow!" And he was saying other stuff too. He was really sad, and it was like this whole thing.
Aww.
It was really sad. I think the dog went missing, but yeah, it's really sad. No, it's sad.
God.
I say it like lighthearted, but it was so sad. Yeah.
I need to know who this enchanted dog is.
No, I think he's no longer with us. It's really sad because he was
rest in
really
peace.
sweet. Yeah, but I think maybe he is. I don't know. He just went missing, so I don't know. But it's a whole thing. But yeah, I believe in those. I didn't know about the portals and the dimensions and the witchery of it all.
I could talk about that for hours. Yeah.
Interesting. So you are a witch, a psychic.
Technically, yeah.
Wow.
I try not to get too like labely or whatever because I feel like sometimes it alienates people.
Right.
I feel like I'm just like you guys. I can hear things and see things that maybe you haven't yet. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's something that makes me like super special.
I think it does. I think it's
thanks.
pretty cool. Yeah. Oh my God, your talent is amazing, and your cards are great. I love too. The cards are kind of like old school cards. Let me see.
Yeah, I want to make my own. That's the
Ooh.
goal.
Oh my God, you
Yeah.
should.
Like with you on them?
Yeah,
That would be cool.
But the thing is like I'm not artistic, so I have to find like an artist. Here, you want to look at that?
God, I had someone made me a deck of tarot cards with me on them. It was during 2019, my tour. It was so cool, and they were like holographic. They were really good artists. They like did everything. Oh, and it doesn't matter if I'm touching these. Like it doesn't
No,
transfer
not for me,
energy.
no. Some people are very like whatever about that, but for me, they're just a tool. Things go through me.
Wow. All right, so do I have to shuffle them, or I can just pull?
Here, put these in there too. Then, if you're gonna do it.
Well, I mean, I don't need to like. Well, okay. This is
it'd
for
be cool.
entertainment purposes only. I'm not. I don't want people to think I'm like.
I want you to
doing-
get the full experience. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have to say that before every video?
Just in case, yeah, because I get threatened a lot legally.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, 9 of Pentacles. 6 of Cups upright. And
Ace of Swords.
Ace of Swords. Okay. You want to know my interpretation of them?
Yeah, I would love it.
Okay, so.
I would love to do a video of you reading my tarot.
Okay. 9 of Pentacles. Ooh, they're pretty. These look like Sailor Moon.
They're all Sailor Moon inspired. Yeah, the artist. Yeah, the
I thought it was
artist.
just this one. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
Anyways,
the
all right, so
artist.
that has nothing to do with the card. 9 of Pentacles. Oh my God, this is so hard. I see for you, you're like a cat with 9 lives.
Aw.
So even if you get unalived, you're gonna come back.
I
If you
love
know,
it.
Oh my God.
like if you flatline, you'll come back.
That's amazing.
Well, I hope I don't die.
No, but I feel like people that you get even more in tune with this
That's
world,
true,
right?
yeah.
They
like
see
a
the
near-death
light.
experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have 9 lives. So have you had any near-death experiences yet?
I hope not. I don't think so. Not
Okay,
yet.
I'm not manifesting that for you. I'm just saying.
No, I believe
Okay, you know what I mean? Okay. That's not bad. I don't want to manifest that for you.
No,
but you
no,
know.
I know.
If anything, if you ever get like a scare, you'll be fine. You're gonna come back.
Okay.
Okay, 9 times. 6 of Cups. Ooh. I see love coming into your life. Yeah, you're the one with the purple hair, and the one with the green hair is love. He's gonna be offering you his little heart. And you're gonna say yes. And you're gonna
You
get
don't see
married.
me crushing his soul and wishing he never existed?
No, you're happy. You're happy, and I think you should dye your hair purple.
Oh my God.
And then finally, the Ace of Swords. Ooh, I see you becoming a knight.
Okay.
Like knighted by, well, not the queen because she died, but maybe the king. Or whoever's living. Maybe it's going to be William. Someone's going to knight
she
you.
sees me marrying a royal.
Ooh.
You never know.
I always
Plot
wanted to
twist?
be. I always wanted to be a prince or a princess.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what I see in your future.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, I
All
love it.
right. Well, that was the tarot reading. Thank you so much
Thank you for
for
having
being
me.
Holly. Thank
So
you
good
for
to meet you.
orchestrating this. I feel like this
course, so
all
fun.
was manifested, aligned together. Because when you texted me, it's like, wait, I know him. And then it's like this whole thing, and you were down to come on. The universe aligned. I'm
Yes.
so excited. Oh my God. Thank you guys for all coming on here. And I loved it. These cards were everything. I thought this was like so good, so insightful. And we got to get a cloak and take some pictures.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
If you ever want me back, just call me.
Oh my God, please. Yes. If you're out here in LA, let me know. I'll come have a tarot reading, whatever. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Check them out everywhere. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. All right, you guys. We are here with the man, the myth, the legend himself, the extraordinaire celebrity psychic, pop culture psychic, and just a really good person.
Oh, thanks.
ANTPHRODITE.
Hi, everyone.
Do people know? We don't have to say it, but do people know your real name?
I think so, yeah, because it's Ant and Aphrodite together, Aphrodite. So most people figure it out.
I thought,
yeah.
what a cool pun. Is that a pun or play on words?
I don't know what it is, but it's
I
just,
love it.
I honestly saw it in my head one day and I was like, that's my name.
It's so cute. And then it's so weird because we just had Holly on. Obviously, we just did a whole reading with her. She had sent me a TikTok, and it was about Aphrodite.
Mm-hmm.
And I had never heard of that person before. I didn't know an Aphrodite. So I was like, wait, did they take your name? And then I realized, like, oh my God, it's a play on
It's
that.
a Greek goddess, yeah.
A beauty,
Of
right?
beauty and love and beauty, yeah. She
Ooh.
would pit men against each other. and
I
use sex as
love.
like a weapon. Yeah, icon.
Oh, okay, icon. I was gonna name my third daughter that if we had a third daughter, but I was like, maybe not. I don't know. That sounds a little intense.
No, I mean that's like every god has good and bad. So that was like some of her bad, but her good was she represents beauty and love, right?
Yeah.
So,
I wonder if there is anyone named Aphrodite. I'm sure there is.
I'm sure it's popular. Yeah.
Really? But is it like, yeah, I don't know. I like it. I like the name. I like just like Greek gods in general, like Zeus or Thor. I
I
think
was
it'd be
obsessed
cool.
with mythology as a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
You got into like the full, because you're Italian. You're
Yeah.
not, there's no Greek in you.
No.
But you just
well,
love
there's
the-
been Greek in me, but not gods. Yeah. Yeah.
What is your type? Do you have a type?
You know what's interesting? Kind of. I have a thing right now for like beachy blonde boys.
Oh.
Like I always joke my celebrity crush, and you're gonna cringe. Everyone cringe is Logan Paul.
No, that he's gorgeous.
Yeah, not personality wise, but like looks wise, like tall and blonde is like my type right now. But I've been with everything.
I mean, he's kind of like a standard, like he's universally attractive, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Like a surfer.
He would be a
guy.
good Greek god in a movie because his body's crazy from wrestling.
God.
He would be like really good as like a Zeus or something.
No,
like
he's
that.
so attractive.
Hercules.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, interesting. And I think his personality's good. I'm a Logan Paul, like not a stan, but I like him.
If you look like Logan Paul, hit me up.
Yes, in the Texas area, are you willing to travel?
I'll travel anywhere. I don't
Oh
care.
my God,
I
I
always
love
said I'll
that.
travel for love. I'm a
Really?
romantic, so for me, it's like if it works, I'll make it work however I need
Wait,
to.
really?
The only rule is I will never give up my career for a man ever.
Oh, great rule right there. I
Ever.
love that for you. And so many people do. They like lose it. I used to always be like, I'm giving up my career for a guy. Like anytime I get in a relationship with a guy, I would just like wouldn't care about what I was doing. I was like, I'm just gonna follow this person
Yeah, I
forever.
don't want to lose myself.
That's so good.
I think my dream guy is someone who's like an entrepreneur that has his own thing, so you can like f off for a week and leave me
Yeah.
alone. Because I like my alone time.
You do. You're a little
Yeah.
introverted.
Well, I don't know if I would say I'm introverted as much as I isolate to protect myself. Because I was like a loser growing up, had no friends.
Yeah, you were talking
Yeah, I
about
was like an
this.
ugly fat kid with no friends. I was tremendously bullied.
Would you say bullied for more? You said ugly and fat. Those are two really harsh things.
Yes.
Do you think? Interesting. So would people more tease you for being ugly or being fat?
Being gay.
Oh
The
no!
trifecta, ugly, fat, and gay.
No,
But
really?
so it's interesting. Okay, so I'm 32. So when I was growing up, things are a little different than they are now,
Mm-hmm.
right? We didn't really have the internet, and if you did have the internet when I was older, you had to be rich, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't really have an outlet, and I didn't even know what gay meant because I had a very like old school Italian upbringing. So like it was like they never told me anything. And my parents worked all day. I was like a latchkey kid, so I kind of raised myself, and so I had to
Me
teach
too.
myself things.
Yeah.
So I would learn on the bus like what like a blowjob was or like what sex was.
At least you learned. I never learned that.
Well, I
until,
had no
like, 18.
idea.
Yeah.
And so for me, people knew I was gay before I even knew what that word meant.
So they would call you that, and you just think it'd be like ugly or something. You just
Yeah, I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah.
I was just like, why is everyone attacking me? And like, I was just like, obviously I was like awkward because I was like raising myself and teaching myself how to do things. So like a kid is not really going to know how to like dress or like take care of themselves. So I was like awkward and weird.
Only
And then-
child.
No, I have an older brother. But
Okay.
he's like 6 years older than I am.
Okay, so he wasn't, like,
always in
innocent.
different like
Schools.
times. Yeah, and also we're very different. Like super different.
Is he like Jersey Shore Italian?
No, he's like a teacher, so he's like prim and proper and like
Oh.
perfect, and he follows all the rules, and he's like really smart and educated, and I'm like wild and crazy.
You said you're bad and badder earlier. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
my bad twin. Yeah, so he's always like the goody two shoes, and I'm the rule breaker. So we're just very.
How interesting.
different.
You seem goody to me.
I think I have that aura,
Yeah.
but there's that mischievous side to me. I always say it. I'm not evil, right? But I'm playful. So I
Okay.
feel like if people like that playful energy, I feel like you have the same energy. So I
Yeah.
feel like if you have that, you understand it. But if you don't, then you don't get it.
Like, what would you say you're most mischievous in?
Dating.
Oh, so maybe that's the reason. You're just a little bit.
Well, I would say I don't like men that are easy to push over. I'm
Okay.
a dominant personality.
Really? Okay.
Very dominant. And so
And you like that role?
I don't mind. Here's the thing. I feel like we can all play a role when we want to, and we can take turns.
Yeah.
But I have to respect you. And I feel like if it's too easy and I just like walk all over you, I'm not interested. Like you need to push back.
Interesting. So you like test it out first.
Yeah, I test men. You need to have balls.
I'm
to
kind
be
of the same
okay.
way. Yeah, because I am a dominant person, but then like when you get to know me and we're in a relationship, I do like to be like the one that's like, you decide, you take care of it. I don't know. Because everything else I'm very dominant in.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say I would let them decide everything because I'm a. But
That's so
with men,
interesting.
with men,
Okay.
people always say like, "Oh, you're so sweet to your friends and stuff." When it comes to men, I hold them to a higher standard. Like, and I think for me, I'm very guarded. Like, I know I have the biggest heart ever, and I'm such a giving person. But I have to protect myself because people take advantage. And I've been taken advantage by men my entire life. So it's like, I'm very guarded with that. And if you can get past the barbed wire, you're rewarded. But most men don't want to, and I'm okay with being single, so it's all right.
So you're good. You're like content. You're like not like itching to be with somebody.
No, I would love to find someone.
Yeah. If it happens.
If it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to chase it, and I'm also not making the first move. I've made that mistake too much in my life. Every time I've made the first move, it's been a disaster, so I won't do it anymore.
I feel like that like mantra that's all over TikTok applies to like dating. Like, I don't chase, I attract. And I feel like that's such a big thing. Because when I would like chase people down, including my husband, now I was so obsessed and would chase, and he just like ignored me. He like blocked me for like 2 months. And then I realized like when I like backed off and I was just like, I'm just going to live my life. It's like then he came back and it was like this whole weird thing. And I was like, ooh, I like this better. And it felt better.
Yeah, I think for me, I try not to like think about anything. I try to just feel.
Yeah.
Like, and I think when it comes to relationships, like, I don't really like to overanalyze. It's just like what my gut feeling is, and I go with it.
Yeah, I think that's important, especially because what you do is a lot of it's intuition and your feelings.
Men don't like what I do, though.
Oh, interesting.
They
So
do not
you
like
tell
what I
them
do.
what do you tell them?
Well, I try to tell them that I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah.
And keep it vague. And then they go, well, what do you do? And then if I tell them I'm a psychic, a lot of times they run. They're not into it. Or I'll tell them like, oh, I do like pop culture and stuff. But then they always Google me.
Yeah.
Or
and
like
then
reverse Google image search my picture, and then it's over.
Really? Yeah. I think they would be so intrigued because you have such a aesthetic. Like you fit in this aesthetic because we have the same
Thanks.
aesthetic. So it's like you think they'd be like, oh, who is this person? Like
I think if I met a man, he would be, but I meet boys.
Right.
And so they're intimidated.
It's a big difference.
Because the lesson I learned, so when I was younger, I was like, oh, I'm not going to even try to find like the perfect person because like I'm not self-sufficient.
Right.
So I want to be self-sufficient before I find love. Stupid me forgot to factor in men into that, where a lot of men don't like when someone has the potential to be more successful than them or is more successful.
Interesting, because I didn't even think about that with like gay relationships.
It's the same way.
Yeah, but it's so interesting because that's how it is with hetero, right? Like a lot of anyone will tell you they like guys get threatened if you have like a career or something. So that's interesting.
Well, I told you it's like I'm a straight woman in a gay man's body.
Yeah,
It's weird.
I believe it, and when you say that, that like made total sense to me because it's like this whole different world and. But maybe in that sense, if you feel that way, you should get more into your feminine energy for dating.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I've made a lot of big steps. Mm-hmm. But it's hard to find someone that actually like enjoys me. Like, I'm like, you don't like me. It's okay.
It'll take that one person. You're at 32. I met my husband at 32. I feel like in your 30s and when you flourish and like if you find someone you do, or, you know, like you said, if you're content being, a lot of people are, you know, they just don't want to.
I think I'll be with someone eventually, yeah. But
I think you will,
I'm
too.
not in a rush.
Yeah, I never want to like push that on someone, but I always think like, yeah, you will. You'll find someone.
I mean, manifest for me.
Yeah. I think if you want it, as you said, you know, it's just like, you know, I'm going to have this, you know, it's just not here yet and stuff like that. And you're going to be such a catch because you do have your own stuff going on. It's just like, finding a guy who's not intimidated by it.
So hard.
And they all are. Like, me too. Like, everyone was, like, intimidated by it. And it's like, I didn't see it till after. And I was like, oh, they were, like, intimidated. That's why they didn't want you to do this, then that.
Because for me, it's the same because I have imposter syndrome. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm not that cool.
It's good to keep that way, though. Because I have that very much. And it's very real for me, too. Like, I just don't want to reach out to people. But it's, like, good to keep that because then you don't want to be, like, an asshole where you think you're, like, and a lot of influencers do. They get this, like, big head. And rightfully so. You make a lot of money. Yeah.
I've met so many of them and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, you were telling me.
I don't want to be like that ever.
No, me neither.
Because like I got into what I do so I can learn about people. And I find people, like regular people, viewers, whatever, the average person, way more interesting than a celebrity.
I find that more so now, especially with the age of TikTok. I like finding just regular people on that app than just like, the influencers trying to be somebody.
Yeah, I'm not really impressed by celebrity. Sorry.
But being here in LA, are you going to go do an influencer week? Because you're staying here for a little while.
Yeah, I'll be here for a week. I have some friends. I don't know. I mean, I've reached out to a few people. People have reached out to me. We'll see if something happens. But I'm not like, I don't understand how to be an influencer.
Go to Barney's Beaneries. Do you know what that is?
No, I don't know what that is.
It's the new Saddle Ranch. It's on Santa Monica.
Okay.
I don't know where you're staying after this, but I know like tonight you'll stay here. But I'm saying, are you going to go into the city? You think? Like,
yeah, I'm going to be in WeHo.
So it's there. It's right there. It's like off Santa Monica Boulevard in La Cienega.
Okay.
And it's like the it place, but it's very influencer-y, so I'd be interested to see. I want to go just to see, but I'm like, I don't know. It seems like a lot. It's very like Saddle Ranch.
Okay.
In 2020.
We go there and show up.
That would be everything. Oh my God. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh.
They would
Yeah, I haven't been to WeHo in so long. I keep saying, I'm like, I want to go. Do you go out when you go there?
Yeah, you should come.
I haven't been in so long.
Next time.
No, maybe when I'm not pregnant.
Yeah,
I can't really drink. I'm just there with like my pregnant belly, but
all the gays would love it.
I just love the gays. You know what I mean? For the most part. Like you said, there's that one group of like gay guys that can just be a lot, but for the most part.
I'll protect you now.
Yeah. Interesting. So when you go out, because you say you don't really like hook up and stuff like that.
No, yeah.
So you just go out just to have fun, dance with your friends.
Yeah, first of all, I love going out by myself.
Really?
I love going to a bar by myself.
I can never.
That is my thing. When I moved to Austin, I literally just kept going to bars and stuff by myself, just chilling.
Wow.
That's how I made friends.
Amazing.
And I love doing that now to this day. Like, it's just something so therapeutic about going on a dance floor, dancing by myself, and just like forgetting.
Oh my God, I love that. That's real security. You were talking earlier. Did you talk about your insecurities online?
Yeah,
Okay, I don't want to like get into it if you're not comfortable, but it's interesting because you talked about having like body dysmorphia and stuff like that. But being able to go out on your alone is like a huge security. Like, I'm so insecure. I could never. I'd be like, people are looking at me. People are.
So I learned through a therapist years ago that I have unhealthy levels of self-reliance due to an abandonment wound as a child. So I was tremendously bullied in fistfights every day. Like, jumped, they would steal my shoelaces, like attack me at my lockers, they would throw food at me, like just constant every day. So the only person I had to protect myself was myself. So I'm very comfortable with myself.
Wow.
And, I had to learn, I have some trauma too. Like, for instance, I was talking about this recently. Like, when I meet someone in like an unsure environment, whatever, I'm always thinking of like an escape route, or how I can get away or take that person. Like, if I can physically take them, or if I can grab a weapon or whatever, because of the trauma when I was a kid.
Fight.
Yes, mine is fight.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like my reaction. So it's like I'm always thinking about that in the back of my mind, like visualizing like how can I get away if I need to.
Oh my gosh.
So it's hard, but I've made a lot of progress now. But
wow. So you can go out. Well, that's amazing. That's amazing that you're able to now like fight that and go out, because I would be, even now, I can't go out by myself.
I'm sure that I can handle myself. Like, I know I'm good. But it made me a very protective person. Like, I'm very protective of my friends, the people that I love, like super protective. Yeah. So it's like, I know I'm good, and I don't want anyone else to go through what I went through, so I'm protective of the people I care about.
I think that's like such a good quality to have, though.
Thanks.
It's like that's a lot of those people who are like the great people later in life. They've gone through so much as a kid, so they're like trying to protect everyone around them, which is amazing. So to your psychic ability. So we were talking about this. You consider yourself a psychic.
Yeah.
Not a medium.
Correct. Yeah.
Tarot card reader falls into that category of psychic.
So psychic is the tarot cards are my divination tool. So it's like I'm downloading information, and the tarot cards help guide it and help me understand what I'm feeling.
Interesting. And you're seeing, when you're pulling these cards, you're seeing images in your head.
Right. So I don't have an inner dialogue at all. So there's nothing up there, which, by the way, would have helped me tremendously in school if I had known that, because I would always be in trouble in school and not do well. But like, I thought when people are like, oh, the voice inside my head, I thought it was like a figure of speech. But no, people really hear. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really. Like, it's just visuals. Like, when I read, it's just like the words. And so for me, my psychic ability, I feel like that's probably why I'm so easy for me. It's so easy for me to tap in, is because I already just see visuals. So it's just the same thing that I'm always seeing.
Are you always seeing visuals throughout the day, or just when you're reading?
Yes, all day, every day. That's how I communicate. That's why when I describe things, I have to be very specific, because sometimes people don't understand me, because it's all metaphors basically in my head. Like, my feelings are pictures, my thoughts are pictures, and I have to interpret it.
Interesting. And then so when you're around other people, do you pick up all energies, like people's energies?
Yeah, I'm very susceptible to energy, but I know how to protect myself.
From the energy.
Yeah.
So if someone has like bad energy, you can like repel it.
Yeah, well, I'm the best judge of character on the planet, and I will.
You know to stay away.
Yeah, I told you I have very good pattern recognition.
Yeah.
So the way someone speaks, the way they say something, the way they've worded something, the way they phrase something, I pretty much know who a person is within the first 10 minutes of meeting them.
Wow. And have you always had this ability?
Yes, but it's gotten heightened because of all the stuff I've been through. But yes, I'm just like a really good judge of character. So I tell people all the time, I suck at everything. I can't read, I can't count, I don't have any other talent, but I'm good at people.
Yeah, but that's a big talent to have. I mean, I feel like that's all you need, that navigates so much in your life with everything you do.
Yeah.
Business, social, love, like all of that.
Yeah.
Which is, and so you always had that from like a kid. So when you were getting bullied in school, would you feel like, would you pick up on someone's energy, like this is someone I should avoid? Or you just developed that as you got through the stuff?
Developed it because of that. Well, also when I was a kid, I just didn't understand what the hell was going on. Yeah. I actually dove into astrology and tarot cards because I was trying to figure out what was wrong with me that people didn't like me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and then I found out, I'm actually badass.
Interesting. interesting. What did the card say that made you see that?
Well, no, it's just like diving into my astrology chart and seeing I have an Aries moon and things like that. It was just like, oh yeah, I'm a bad bitch. Like it
You
just
could
helped me.
understand,
Yeah,
yeah.
it helped me understand myself and my self-confidence. And I was like, wait, I actually think I'm like really talented and you see it before I see it in myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're
Like flipped it.
Gemini,
Yeah.
Aries moon. What's your, is it sun?
Yeah, Sag ascendant. It's ascendant.
Okay.
So Sag ascendant, Gemini sun, Aries moon, yeah.
And do you believe in like that kind of stuff, like the horoscopes?
Yeah, to an extent, yeah. I think it helps understand someone's journey. It's not necessarily who they are, but it helps you understand what their journey was in life.
And then how were you doing this stuff before YouTube? Were you reading cards?
As a hobby. I've been reading tarot since I was 12 years old because it was my way. Again, it's a visual medium. So like I struggle to learn languages. I struggle to learn a lot because I can't hear it. Tarot is a visual medium. So I was drawn to television and tarot because it's easy. So it's like it's a visual for me. So it was always a second language to me. Tarot's always been a second language to me.
You said television and tarot?
Yeah, because television is visual. So I love TV because it's a visual medium.
Oh, interesting.
So like I needed that visual as like
see.
a visual learner. So for me, tarot's always been a second language. And so I've been doing it since I was 12. And then I think I was on a live just chilling and someone saw my tarot cards and they were like, do you do readings? I was like, sure. And it literally blew up overnight.
When did you start?
Think it'll be 7 years.
Wow, it seems like
7
you've been
years
on
ago.
longer.
Yeah, 7 years ago.
Wow. Oh my gosh. So
In
like,
May.
wow. So what were you doing before? What was your job before?
So right before I was helping take care of my dad, he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. He passed away. It'll be almost 10 years.
Oh.
And so I was like, trying to help take care of him and just doing like random jobs and like hating my life. And then when he passed, I was like, I'm going to chase my dreams.
Oh,
So I did.
interesting.
And here I am with just Trish.
I know. It's so weird because
My Oscars.
Yeah. You are so nice, by the way. You're so sweet. Everything about you, the energy has been so good.
Thanks.
It was a whole thing because I'm always so scared to have someone like travel out here, as we know from the past. I'm always like trying to coordinate and stuff with everybody and make sure he has a good experience. So I was like so nervous. I was like, hopefully he has a good experience
Oh
out
my
here
God,
and
I love
stuff.
it here. I'm always here.
Yeah, I didn't know that
Yeah.
about you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So was your dad, was he excited about what you did? Like tarot reading?
No, I didn't really have a close relationship with him.
Okay.
like that,
Okay.
yeah.
So you were
Which is
more
hard.
inspired when he passed away because you're just like, life is short. I just need to do this.
I think I appreciate my dad 10 years after his death more than I did when he was alive because I understand him more now that I'm older.
Yeah.
So it's like bittersweet because I think we're very similar. He was like a clown, like a class clown type of person, very animated. And so I think for me, I get my sense of humor from him and my strength from him. And so I think looking back on it, I'm like, I kind of understand you a lot more now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When you get older, you see parents in like such a different light.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, he's looking up at me.
Oh. Do you believe in that as a psychic, like heaven and hell?
No, I think there's a spirit world, but my dad had a joke before, like, he used to always say, like, oh yeah, when I die, I'm going to go to hell. I already know, but I'm going to dethrone Lucifer.
Oh.
So I always make the joke.
He's ruling down there.
Right. So I always make that joke in honor of him, but he also loved making people uncomfortable with jokes.
Yeah,
So I
that's-
love telling that dark joke because I'm like, oh, but my dad would have loved it.
Yeah. He's
So
like,
it keeps
thank
his memory
you.
alive.
Yeah.
That's why I also always like I'll randomly be throughout the day be like, can you throw a brick up down there? Like hit a guy in the head for me.
Do you ever
Like,
get signs? Do you ever get that? Like a
that
reaction?
he's there?
Yeah.
I sometimes
Or
dream
just in the world, not necessarily.
I dream of him, but I get there's synchronicities. I believe in synchronicities. Yeah.
Which is like
Like seeing
symbols.
signs and stuff. It's more like I was just thinking of something. I see something that reminds me of it. That's my go-to that I need to do it.
Interesting. That's I just wondered because we were talking about also too. I don't know if it was on camera or off the portals and like spiritual world and stuff like that. So you do believe like I get not to go too deep, but like there's like souls like floating somewhere that we can connect to or
So I don't know. I'm still like learning myself about what feels right for me and what I feel.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like there's some form of reincarnation where it's like a different part of our soul comes down. One that is still our soul and is familiar to us, but is like it's like us, but a different part of us.
Yeah.
So we as we know it aren't reborn, but a part of us is. I feel like we're a part of a bigger soul.
I feel that way too. Like you do meet people. We were talking about the psychic twins, who always would tell people, "Oh, you were like Cleopatra in another life," or something like that. And I was like, "Well, I guess it could be
I
possible."
just did a video on Cleopatra. It's weird you said that.
Did you really?
Yeah, and everyone was making a joke like, "Oh my God, reincarnated."
Oh, that's so crazy. Wait, do you know? I don't know
I
anything
put you in
about
the
her.
thumbnail too because
Really?
you're iconic Cleopatra when you dress up as Cleopatra on TikTok.
Oh, King Tut.
Yeah, well, it's like but it's
yeah.
close enough.
Oh,
yeah, yeah. So
I was like, did I did have dressed up as Cleopatra? I know nothing about her.
I
What did
don't
you
either.
do? Like a reading about for her?
Trying to find out where she is, like her tomb.
Wait, what? Did people
Her
not
tomb
know?
is missing. Yeah, that's like the whole thing. Is like no one can find Cleopatra's tomb. Yeah,
And she was in fact a real person.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. What did
I
she
mean,
do?
I didn't really know either until I did the
I
reading.
feel like she was. What did she do?
She was a queen.
of the Nile?
Egypt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
She ruled, and
Where-
there's like this whole thing where she had to like kill her siblings to get it and all this crazy stuff.
And she did that.
Queen.
Okay. You know, it's kind of Illuminati of her. You know what I mean? Like, who are you going to sacrifice?
Honestly, she probably did create the Illuminati.
Yeah, Cleopatra. She looks fierce. I don't know. I literally don't know
Would you
anything
ever
about her.
join the Illuminati?
Oh my God, we were just talking about this the other day. There was someone on TikTok. Supposedly, allegedly, you think it's about David Dobrik, but I don't think he said he was friends with the David. Most of the things with David Dobrik, I didn't get the vibe. I don't know, maybe that they were basically influencers. Everyone who went to these parties became like so rich and famous after they went to these parties, and they got invited, and he went, and supposedly whoever the David was in the story, like did these like weird sacrificial rituals, and he became like this million, and he basically bowed out at that point, and they came and like stalked him at his house or whatever, like this whole thing. So I think it's like real, but I was thinking about it because it just came up on TikTok the other day, and I was like, no.
Yeah, I feel like I would not be cool enough to be invited to the Illuminati. They'd be like,
definitely not. I think I have too much like Jesus in me. I think they would like
No,
you know,
yeah. No,
too much
I agree.
light, you
Yeah,
know?
pure
Yeah,
energy. They don't like
pure.
pure energy because they can't corrupt it.
I think that's the truth. So I think both of us would not be invited because we have that same sort of, it's the pink.
We're too skinny for them anyway.
We're just kidding. You are, which is like so crazy when you're telling me about your body dysmorphia, and I guess it just like affects everybody. But literally, our photographer is like, "What did he say?" He's just like, "How do you stay so skinny?" or something like that. And it's like, so you hear this stuff, you know, you hear people say it. Obviously, they're not just saying that. No one's calling me like you're too skinny. So, is it something that you just can't really compute in your head?
Because I was a fat kid, it's just like, and I have so much trauma related to it. I physically cannot see what other people see. It's bad, but you know, I'm better now. But yeah.
You feel better though, right? Like you're.
Oh yeah, no, I'm way more confident in my 30s than I ever been. I think I'm the hottest I've ever been.
Yeah.
Like I love the 30s.
I love the 30s too. I always tell people like that's the best. I hated my 20s. Like looking back, they were awful, and I like love 30s.
Have you ever seen the movie Bad Teacher with Cameron Diaz?
Yes.
One of my favorite movies of all
Yes.
time. There's a scene at the end where
Your
she's like,
favorite movie? That's so random.
for this
Okay.
reason, because she talks to one of the kids who's like the awkward outcast loser, and she goes like, "This isn't your window. Like your window is going to be later." And he's like, "Oh yeah, probably college." She's like, "Probably not even then. Like later." And she like tries to make him cool, and she like gives him her bra so he can be like cool to all the kids.
Yes.
But I always resonate with that because for me, it's like that's how I felt as a kid. Like it's not even going to be college; it's after where I'm going to shine. In my 30s, when I was a kid, I would always say, "In my 30s, it'll be great."
You knew.
I literally was notorious for saying, "No, my 30s," and it was true. So that's why I really resonate with that scene. I love that movie because I'm like,
I have to like rewatch. I just remember her trying to buy like implants or something, like stealing money to get implants. That's
it's
all I
one
remember.
of my. I love Cameron Diaz. So
Do you?
Oh my god, I'm a huge Cameron.
How funny. I guess she was in iconic movies back when we were like.
Charlie's Angels.
That's true. You love that. What do you think about Drew Barrymore?
I love Drew too.
Yeah.
I love Never
But
Been
you're-
Kissed. I used to watch that over and
Yeah.
over and over again.
Would you go on her? Have you been on her show? I feel like she has so many influencers.
Wish. Drew,
She would
invite
love
me.
you. Yeah, she would. Would you love it if she got? Like, or would you be okay with her all up in your space?
I would love her.
You love her.
Like like
She could sit on your lap and you're
Josie
like, I love
Grossi.
it.
Like you don't understand.
Josie Grossi
I think I just
anymore.
cry.
I did love Never Been Kissed. That was probably that and Romeo and Michelle were my two favorite.
Oh.
So good.
Although I'd
but,
be like, can we recreate Dancing in the Rain?
oh my gosh. She's like the rain. She did one recently with the snow or something too.
Mood.
She's so wild. I mean, yeah, I have love-hate with her. So as I see those clips of her being so all over people, I'm like, oh God, I would like be so triggered. But
She can do whatever. I don't care.
okay, I love it. Have ANTPHRODITE on.
Yes, manifest.
Would you do more? Because we were talking, and you don't do
Yeah.
a lot of podcasts, so you don't mind talking about yourself.
No, I love doing anything. I told you, I say yes to everything.
Love that.
But I just feel like people don't like me. I don't know why.
Why do you say that? Because everybody loves you. Like everybody loves you.
Probably the mental illness. I don't know.
I think it
I
is.
just literally assume everyone hates me until proven otherwise.
I was shocked. Like I said, I mean, Holly was just like, "Oh my God, I love ANTPHRODITE. We should do a thing." And I was just like, "Oh my God, that's like so." Like I love you too, but I just would never think like
thanks.
it's to me it's niche, right? It's like a tarot reading. You have to be into it, but
that's probably
it's
what
like,
it is. It's like
But
I'm a little too niche.
no, but I don't think so. I think so many more people know you, and that was my point. Is like I think so many people. You were on the billboard for Twitch, which I thought was so crazy in
Yeah.
Times Square.
Yeah, that was cool.
How did that come about?
Well, they were doing a promotion for LGBT
Mm-hmm.
month, like Pride Month, and they asked me if I wanted to be a part of it. It was like a last minute thing. And so they're like, just submit a picture. So I had to get a whole photo shoot done.
Oh my gosh!
And then I submitted it, and it was like, it actually, funnily enough, this is manifestation. They didn't know when I was going to be up in the month of June, and it went up on my birthday week. And because my birthday's June 7th, so it went up on that week. And I had just turned 30.
Whoa.
So it was
the
like
decade.
this big symbolism
that this
for,
is
like-
going to be your decade.
Yeah.
Oh my God, June 7th. That was Elvis's original due date was June 7th, and now it's got pushed up. It was June 7th, and I was like, please not a Gemini, but it's fine. After meeting you, I was like, okay, it's fine if it's Gemini. We don't know, but
honored.
could you imagine if it's June 7th? That'd be crazy. That could be Aphrodite. Elvis would have to become Aphrodite at that point
Honestly,
because I do love that name.
that's crazy.
It is great. June 7th. I just never met a Gemini I liked until you, so you changed my whole perspective.
Listen, I always try to tell people, like, I think Geminis get a bad rep because I think a lot of times the bad people stick out in our mind
Yeah.
more than the good.
Yeah, the
So,
two-facedness of it all.
Yeah.
So you did it for Pride. Was it like pink themed or rainbow themed?
They did like a whole rainbow thing, but I was in pink, of course.
If you're ever interested, I have a rainbow Birkin.
Oh my God, yeah. I see. That's iconic. You cannot get rid of her. You literally can't get rid of her.
Can we do a tarot reading on that? Will I ever sell?
Did you buy it that way or did you make that?
Oh my God, I bought it that way, and I bought it for.
Paid to make it.
Huh? No, they had it. They had it already made. So basically, is this person? She's sweet. She's Privy Porter. She's down in Miami. She's like the number one
Heard of her,
Birkin.
yeah.
Like gives Cardi B her Birkins. Like I always shout out. She always like says thank you for the shout out, even though I'm always like I wish I never spent this much money on Birkin. But shout out, she's really sweet. And basically for Pride Month, they had this one, and I was like, "Ooh, I want that for Pride or whatever." And I spent $48,000 on it. She sent me the original receipt of just the lime bag before it was bedazzled,
Yeah.
and it was $7,000. So
Oh
I was
my
like, no.
God.
So now when people ask about it, they're like, "Do you have the original receipt?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I show them, but I'm like, I swear this is not a scam. I show them the invoice from Preview I'm like, I paid $48,000 for the customization. I think that was my dumb move, but
But it's also so Trisha coded, like the entire thing, that it's like you can't get rid of her.
do you think it's ugly?
No, I love it.
You
I
love
think,
it.
But I'm also like, again, I told you with physical stuff, it's the memory attached.
Okay.
So for me, when I think of that, when I look at that, I always think of you. Like if I were to buy that and wear it, I would be like, I'm Trisha Paytas for a day.
Okay.
Like that's synonymous with your brand. Like I envision one day there's gonna be like a museum of Trish. And that's going to be in it.
Saying it. I think it's meant to be mine because it never, I remember, you know what, in the tea on that for real is I really was trying last year, this before the podcast, I really was trying to like just get money because I wasn't, for a couple of years, I wasn't really making money in and I owed a lot in taxes. So I really was trying to like sell it and it wasn't selling. And then now I've gotten like offers on it, but I'm kind of like, I don't know. Maybe it's kind of me. It's kind of ugly, but I kind of like it.
I don't know. There's something about her that just,
Yeah.
she's like kind of iconic. I don't
Okay,
know.
keep it. I'm
Yeah.
keeping it.
I love it.
When
but-
he said Pride, I'm like, let me get it. I'm like, June's going to be the month, but I think I'm going to up it now. It's going to have to be like 500,000 or something.
Well, yeah, because now it's too iconic.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, yeah, right, you're right.
It's like TV show memorabilia.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it. You're so optimistic in a lot of ways, which I like.
I try
love.
to be.
Yeah.
That's like a big thing for me, especially even with dating. Like, I feel like Britney Spears has this quote in For the Record,
Yes.
one of the best documentaries of all time.
So good.
Where she says that every day she chooses to be happy.
Yes.
It's a conscious choice that she chooses to be happy. Very
1000%
Sagittarian
real.
of her. But that's literally, that quote is burned in my brain, and that's what I'm choosing to do every
And it's
day.
so real. And I know people with depression, anxiety, I've had it too. And I still have it sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, they're like, okay, that's just so easy to say, to choose. But it's actually like easy to do if you're just like, and this past week, everything went wrong in our life, like literally everything. And I'm like, no, like there's so much good, like everything
Yeah.
this, like you just have to like make that decision that today is going to be a happy day. And it is like, it is annoying to hear, especially when you have depression. And sometimes I cry for
Yeah.
no reason, but
Yeah.
you have to flip it quick and catch
You have to be conscious. I think for me, I get in that rhythm, and then I'm like, once I'm in the rhythm, I'm good.
Yeah.
But if I get out of the rhythm, I have to figure out how to get out of the funk quick.
It's like a vibe,
Yes.
vibe thing for sure. And like, we're talking about the energies is like if you feel good, like you'll like radiate good.
Yeah.
So, okay, so back to, so you decide to do YouTube.
Right.
Away you're doing tarot card reading. You're not doing anything else like vlogging or.
No, yeah. So I only recently got into vlogging, and it's like casual.
I love it. You're good
Yeah.
at it. You're like do a little minute clip here.
Thanks. Yeah, I just want to have fun with it because it's like I just need to like another creative outlet. I don't care if it makes me money. But
Yeah.
For me, I started doing readings for people, and then people were like, "Oh, you should do celebrities," and I was like, "Do people care?" And I was like, "Okay, I'll do it."
Mm-hmm.
Blew up.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the first one that went viral?
James Charles tour canceled when I predicted Dramageddon like a month before. it
Wait,
happened.
really? Oh, I didn't know about this. You predicted it?
Yeah, so I was on like E, whatever. They like played my on E and stuff.
What?
Yeah.
What
It
did
was
you
really
say?
cool. Basically, I it's like so weird when I watch it back. 'Cause I'm like so specific. It was like, and I had no idea who anyone was. Like I said, the only person I watched on YouTube was you.
Oh my God, love that.
So people who anyone I learned about like from YouTube was through collabing with you. And none
Wow.
of those people had collab with you.
No, didn't
Maybe
know them at all.
Jeffree.
Oh, right.
Because
Yeah.
I've known Jeffree from like the Stickum days, like way back in the day. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Old
Stickum
school.
was like the little, everyone was on camera.
Yeah, the live, the old school lives. Yeah.
Wow,
So
he's been doing that since the beginning. He's
yeah,
still on TikTok
I
now.
love Jeffree back then. It was like Jeffree, and then Johnny Boy XO was big back then. And
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow, what a blast from the past.
yeah, so Kiki Cannibal and all that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So like
yeah.
that's my era.
Scene kids.
Yes. And so I knew him from that, and then, but I didn't know any of the others, and I had no idea, literally had no idea who they were, because I was like just starting out into YouTube, and I had uploaded a video, and it was a month before, and then obviously someone found it and it blew up, and I basically had just said like that his tour was gonna be canceled, and all this crazy chaos was coming for him, and I described the people involved and stuff, and it was super accurate.
Wow. And what gave you that? Like, what? Just the cards? You just were like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a random reading.
Yeah, I was just like, this is what I see, and this is, it treated it like as if the person was in front of me.
Did you know why? Did you predict why it was gonna happen, or you just couldn't really see that?
I did. I think it's in the video. That time period is so weird. There's so much people don't know. I got sucked into Dramageddon. Wow. Yeah, I know everything that happened, and nobody knows that.
Wow.
So some exclusive tea for
Wait,
you.
so what? So tell me. So like it happened, and people they're accusing you. What?
Well, so I got accused of knowing people on the inside, of knowing prior knowledge. Meanwhile, I'm just like this weirdo kid in New York who, at the time, who didn't know anyone, who just was like uploading YouTube, and everyone was just like, "Oh, you must know someone." And then people were like screaming at me, and then I got involved in the drama. And no
How
one
did you get
believed
involved?
me.
Like someone pulled you in, like an influencer?
Well,
or
everyone
who?
reached out to me involved. Literally
Did
everyone
Jeffree?
involved. All of them. It reached out to me involved.
James?
Some of them are very nice. Some of them are very not nice.
Who are the nice ones?
Jeffree was very kind.
Okay.
Shane was very kind.
Shane reached out to you?
He was very kind.
Was he in it?
The later.
He inserted
The
himself in
second.
it.
Well,
the second drama. Oh, so you're part of both.
Yeah. And so very kind, very sweet, very helpful.
What were they saying? Can you give any tea?
No, just being supportive and kind, honestly.
Just saying, like,
I was
thank you?
kinda shocked. Well, no, they were just like, being there for me, because like the stuff that was going on behind the scenes, very sweet.
And
very
it felt
kind. I
genuine.
love them. It was genuine. I know everyone has their own experiences.
No, for sure.
But the two of them helped, sort of, I felt like they were protective of me, which was very sweet. And I felt very grateful, because at the time I didn't know anybody and have anybody in my corner, and I felt like they were in my corner. So I was really grateful for
What
that.
were you feeling that they like comforted you? Sorry.
Well, I can't say too much, because I have to be careful legally. But what I can say is that
You felt threatened? Just in general, not by anyone, just in general.
Yeah, I felt very backed in a corner. I felt threatened. I felt, and they were there for me. So
Okay.
Yeah.
And were you talking about this publicly? Like, were you
This is the
saying?
first time I've ever said anything about it. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I feel like it's like long ago. People, it's good. I mean, do you feel? Obviously, you can edit out whatever. I always want you to feel comfortable. But like now, looking back, where you're like, oh man, it was really intense. Or looking back, are you like, okay, it was kind of just like a lighthearted thing, or was it like intense?
I mean, I still to this day don't really understand why I was so demonized. I don't really know what I did.
I'm just so confused. And we can cut out whatever. Again, we can cut out whatever we want. But what was it that you felt demonized? Like just the public or a specific creator? And again, you don't have to say, but is it like a creator?
It was more like behind the scenes.
Okay, so you felt threatened in some way.
Yeah, just
Okay.
like like I didn't have a lawyer. I didn't have anything to protect me, and
I hate
these
that.
people are very successful, and I'm
Bullied.
just- yeah. Well, I don't know if I would necessarily use that's maybe extreme. Just intimidated is probably a better
Intimidated.
word I would use, and maybe that wasn't their intention, but that's how I perceived it.
Yeah, I feel like back then too, a lot of people were very, and probably still now, if you're rich or have sort of any sort of power, you can like intimidate someone. Like, I can get your YouTube channel taken away. I can sue you
I'm just,
for this.
and I was just like, I know it was a hard time and everyone was going through stuff, but I was just like, I don't have anyone in my corner. Like,
Yeah.
I'm this nobody who just feels like I was stepped on and like chewed up and spit out. So, but
Well,
it's whatever.
Jeffree and Shane are good people to have in your corner for that kind of stuff because they both have money and they both helped people before, like, that didn't have it. Resources to like fight stuff. So
Well, it was
they
more
were
like
good.
moral support, I think, than it wasn't like they were like giving me money or anything.
No, but yeah, right. But I'm
But
sure
they
they
were very, very, very. They helped guide me in that time, yeah, which was very.
Yeah,
sweet.
I mean, they definitely. I was.
But that
friends.
they didn't reach out to me until way after.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like probably like I think it was like a year or two after.
Okay.
The first.
I think there's like I think they have good hearts for sure. I mean, obviously, I was friends with them for a reason, and I think they have like good hearts.
I mean,
Influencer
I
world's
love
crazy.
them, but I know everyone has their own experiences.
For sure.
I try to judge people based off of
How they treat you,
treated me.
as they
Yeah.
should, because everyone treats everyone so differently too. You know what I mean? Like people who treat me nice can be assholes and vice versa. Everyone has their experiences.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing. I think that's a.
I mean, I've met some people that are just wish I never met again. So
yeah, you were telling me about some people that I feel like, oh, I like them. They're coming on. You're just like, oh,
well, because
I don't know.
well, because so like for me, like obviously, like I never once thought people would watch it, but then like especially people I do the videos on, but it's like I think about it now, it's like a hairdresser who dresses, does the hair for a celebrity is going to watch my video and show the celebrity. That's what happens.
Right.
It's always like someone on their team shows a celebrity. Sometimes a celebrity will reach out and be very mean to me. Sometimes they're kind.
Privately?
Yeah.
Like email?
I've had a couple of weird.
Again, you don't have to mention name, but like, what did they say? What's like the worst one you've gotten or a weird one you've gotten?
Hey, I didn't really like your reading. I don't think you know what you're talking about. You should be careful what you say. Things like that. Yeah.
Almost threatening.
Or I've had people like pretend to be interested in me just so they can get my information to do a background check on me because they think there's a mole in their team. That's happened to me 3 times.
What?
Yes, where like all of a sudden the celebrity will stop responding after I give my information. I'm like, oh my God, really? No. I have nothing to hide.
Like, what would you give them? Like your phone number?
Like my name or whatever. Yeah, stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't give a go ahead. I don't know anyone on your team. I wish I did. I'm not cool enough.
Right. That's so interesting.
But that's why I isolate myself because I don't know who to trust because I'm like, I'm just a weird kid. Like, not a kid, but you know what I mean in my head.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that too. I still think I'm like an 18-year-old. I'm like, I don't know. I always tell people, I'm like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm stupid. Don't listen to anything I say because it's like, it kind of is. At the end of the day, it's like, silly. And if you look at yourself that way, not what you do, but just everything, you just like keep it lighthearted. I think it's the best way to go. But that makes sense then why you're so, you protect yourself. You're introvert to protect yourself because it is scary out there. And I feel especially with what you do, especially online, you say it for entertainment purposes only, but people can take it so seriously.
Well, the thing is, this is what I always say. Rich people can go to court and know they're going to lose and waste the money. I'm not rich yet. One day. Manifest. So they could take me to court for a stupid reason and still drain me of all my money.
And that's, what I mean? That is the worst thing about our legal system is just like whoever's richer wins. So I try not to get in legal battles with anybody or over anything.
No, me neither. But here's the thing. I'm the first person who's like, you want me to take down a video? I'll take down a video.
Oh, you will?
But they don't want to.
Oh.
They don't want that. They just want to like,
bully, like intimidate.
Yeah. And I'm like,
do you ever respond?
What do you mean? Like publicly? Or,
like do you ever talk about it? Like,
no. Because for me, it's just like, if you're not interested in it, I'm not going to be around it. No negative energy. I don't want to like create drama for views or anything like that. I'm not that type of person. I'm a very drama-free person. So
how do you, that's what I was going to ask then. How do you keep it positive? Like you are always positive. Like I don't think of you as drama at all. I always think, positive and pink and fun.
I try to be. People who hurt me or who say crazy things, whatever, I just don't read them anymore.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just block it out.
Yeah. And if people ask, I just ignore it and pretend I don't read it.
And how often are you filming your videos?
I try to upload 3 times a week on YouTube.
Okay. So you give yourself like a day off.
Kind of.
What do you mean?
I feel like, when you're a creative, you're always on.
Yeah. Constantly wanting to create content and stuff. And are you mostly like creating content solo or do you have people around you that help?
No, it's just me. I do everything myself. Emails, everything is me.
Wow.
I wish I had a team.
Really?
Shout out agencies. I'm free.
Yeah. I feel like with representation, it does kind of go into what you're talking about as like having that TV show.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Because those were so... Did you ever watch them as a kid? Like, who was the one with the glasses? He was on Oprah. Was it John?
Oh, you talking about The Medium?
Oh, is he different? He talks to dead people. Yeah. Oh, okay. I was thinking of him.
His name.
Yeah, he was like on Oprah or who's the one with the blonde hair?
Sylvia Brown on Montel.
No. Oh my God, but love. Wait.
Icon.
Oh yeah. No, everything. I love that you know that reference. There's one in like New Jersey. She's like really Jersey and she has like big blonde.
Trisha Buto.
Oh yeah.
The Long Island medium.
She's oh God. Okay.
They're all mediums. That's what I'm saying. But for me, here's my thing. Okay, I feel like when it comes to the psychic space, okay, everyone is older. I'm younger. I feel like I relate more to Gen Z. They're always trying to get Gen Z to watch TV.
Interesting.
Hello.
Get him on.
And also, I feel like tarot is a lot more fun than just like someone being like, your grandma's here. You know what I mean? Like I can do more games with it. There's more merchandise potential. I feel like, I don't know.
For sure. Especially your aesthetic is just like so fun and different. Because there is that boy on E. He's like young. He looks young.
Tyler Henry.
Yeah, but he's also a medium, right?
He's a medium, yeah.
So they need like a tarot for it. And it'd be so fun because at the end of the day, tarot is fun. You said you get hired for like events and stuff like that. And us too. And we have a Halloween party, we always bring a tarot reader. People are always sitting there because it's just like it can be interpreted in so many ways, like you said, and it's just kind of fun to like know, to have, or at least have a feeling or a guide. Like I got so hyped after our reading because I was just like, oh my gosh, this makes sense. Or even with Holly, stuff you mentioned, we had talked about in the interview, and I was just like, oh, this makes sense, So I think it gets people hyped. And almost is like a double manifestation. You're telling them, like, you're telling me, like, there's something you're going to be taken seriously, and I was like, okay, now I believe that about myself.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's fun, and even if someone doesn't believe, at least it's entertaining. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least it wasn't like boring.
Yeah, the medium stuff can be. I mean, I love it, and it's all over TV. But yeah, you're right. There's never been a tarot card reader. I think there was Chloe.
Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo.
Yeah, Miss Cleo. A long time ago, but she was a fraud.
Was she?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah. Was it alleged or did it get confirmed?
No.
I love Miss Cleo. She called me now for your free reading.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh my God, you could do that.
I would love it.
Would people call? But it wouldn't be free then, right? They charge you by them.
I don't think it was free back then.
Really? I was like,
I doubt it.
I wonder if
doubt
wasn't it probably like $8 a minute or something like that.
Probably.
Have you ever
And
done
that probably all went to the network. It probably wasn't Miss Cleo that was pocketing that.
God.
Yeah.
That would be great. I would love to see you on late night at like midnight after Jimmy Fallon.
Oh my God. Well, it's funny. Years ago, I wanted to be like Andy Cohen, like where he does like his little interviews with like the housewives. I think that would be great on Bravo.
Oh yeah, you want to be like a housewife?
I think that would be a great housewife.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
If they ever did like a show with gays, I feel like I'd be great on there.
You know what? I'm surprised they don't because Bravo is
I think it's
so.
because it might be too niche.
Right. They had the Real Gays of Hollywood. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was
the Real Gay Friends or something.
Yeah, I think those people were a little too like LA, like like
not real enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is weird. I mean, Bravo's so gay friendly. You think they would have something
maybe
like
they
that?
will manifest. Maybe it'll happen. Hit me up, Bravo.
Oh my God, they need a psychic. They need
I
a
would
psychic.
love it. I love any network, to be honest.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. Or you could just do like psychic readings from them. Yeah, me too. I think
Actually, I had a meeting once with a network and they told me that I was too young, and I literally was like, too young, because I guess they didn't really know how old I was. 'Cause they didn't ask.
They
just
see you.
said like, oh, you're too young, which is crazy. Because I was like, there are housewives that are younger than I am.
Wait, really? I thought they all had to be like 40s.
No, some of the Jersey housewives are like my age.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't watch it. Do you watch them? I never watched The Housewives.
yeah.
So you're like into all of that.
Some of them.
Okay. Do you watch Beverly Hills?
No, not really anymore.
Okay.
It's boring to me. But I like Jersey because I'm Italian.
Okay. And
so-
you said you lived in New York. Are you from there?
Yeah, born and raised. And then I moved to Austin because I needed a change.
Oh, okay. Are you in Austin by yourself then with no family?
Yeah. But I moved to Austin, and so my video blew up, and the James Charles video blew up the week I was moving to Austin. So it was a sign.
Wow. Yeah, you're like, okay, you're going in the right direction. Like,
But I
keep
love
doing
living
this.
in Austin because it's in the middle. So it's like 3 hours to New York or 3 hours to
Yeah.
LA. And I'm here all the time. So it's like perfect.
I think that's why Matt Rife says he lives in Texas because he's like local to all his shows. So you
Yeah,
can
it's
just fly
great.
around and stuff like that.
I can't wait to see him.
He really got canceled. I never believe in cancellation, but sometimes I'm like, I think you can get canceled.
I don't feel bad for pretty people. I'm sorry. I just don't.
No, or
It's so hard.
misogynistic too. Any of those people, I'm just like, no, you're good. I always kind of forget. I was like, yeah, why did he get canceled? And then I watched something. I saw Brittany Broski on Theo Vaughn, and he was like, said he hate women, and it was like, oh yeah, this is why
But
we
his
hate
shows
him.
are still sold out.
Oh, are they?
Because people love him because he's pretty. Pretty privilege.
Pretty privilege. It's a real thing.
It
Well, you
is.
have it. You're pretty.
Thank you. I don't think
think
so.
that's why, but I think so because not that you're not entertaining. You're funny. You have a great
Thank you.
shtick, but you're also like cute. So
Thank you.
I always think
But
like,
okay.
yeah.
I had this discussion the other day. I feel like you'll get it. I'm cute. I'm not hot. And I like that about me. But I think that's like, I think pretty privilege is for hot people.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
So
Because I feel like for me, I think when it comes to attraction, I think most of it is my personality. I feel like I'm very warm. And
I don't
like,
think
caring.
so.
Really?
I don't think
I'm
so.
delusional, so.
I think you are. You're very tall. You're Italian.
tall.
So you are. You have like a tall demeanor. Are you not?
I have tall energy, but I'm like 5'9".
That's tall.
No, it's not. It's average.
No. Okay, well, you don't know the short people out here. They're like, that's like 5'5", 5'6". Like 5'9" tall to me. If you're a 5'9", that's tall. Well, you have tall energy then. Because I
do.
really was like, oh, you're tall.
When people meet me, they're like, I thought you'd be so much taller. I'm like, I'm intimidating.
Wait, that's crazy. I thought you were, and you're really like broad, and you
I
just
have
like
broad
a good
shoulders, yeah.
Yeah. So you look at, and you just look Italian. You just look like.
Oh, thanks.
I don't know. I feel like it is. I feel like you have like maybe a little dysmorphia there because
bad.
I think when people look at you, they think, oh, he's like, you look like so. I know he look
Patrick
like.
Swayze.
Is that who people say?
Sometimes,
no.
yeah.
Do you know, really, did someone tell you someone else? Because I know exactly who you look
Who?
like. This whole time I've been looking at you, and I couldn't think of his name. Eric Bana.
Who the hell is that?
Okay, he was in this. He was in a big movie. I'll tell you in a minute. But he was in this show called Dirty John. You never saw it?
No.
Oh God, it's.
Yes, am I?
You know, yeah. Eric Bana. He was the
Period.
original Hulk before Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, literally. I kept looking at him and I was like, oh my God, yeah. And this show called Dirty John, which I'm obsessed with. It's like true crime, whatever. It's scripted, and he plays this like crazy killer, but he's like so hot, and she's like drawn to him. He's like this rich doctor, and that's who you're giving me the vibes.
Okay, mood.
You gotta look him up because
I'm
I was
really
like,
gonna look him
wow,
up.
you really look like somebody, and that's who it is. Yeah,
Thanks.
and he's like so hot and so gorgeous. So I do think you have the hot energy.
I thought you were going to say Beyonce.
People have been telling me that. She posted a new selfie today. Everyone's like, this
I
looks like
know.
you. I was like, love that.
I know. That was iconic.
If I go on Love is Blind, I'll be like, people say I look like Beyonce. Would you watch those shows?
No, I don't.
Why don't they have gay people on there? It's so weird.
That's what I mean. I feel like the last kind of show like that I ever watched was when you were on Celebrity Big Brother.
Oh my God, 2017?
Yeah.
What? That long ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
I I don't know. It's just
Oh my
not really my
God.
thing.
We've known each other for so long, I feel.
know.
Just energetically.
Well, I've always, like I said, I always loved you because you're
Oh my
authentic. And I feel like
gosh.
I'm always drawn to authentic people.
And that means a lot coming from you, as you can read people and
thanks.
energy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because I never know. Sometimes I'm like, maybe 'cause people call me fake. Sometimes I'm like, am I fake? I don't know. You never
You've
know.
never given me that vibe.
Okay, good. I
Ever.
don't think so, but you hear it sometimes, and you're just like, I don't know. Maybe I
I
know.
think, here's my thing. I think a lot of times, this is what I've always said. When it comes to people who are convincing, like on camera, a lot of times they're usually the ones you need to watch out for. Like, right? Isn't it like the narcissist always has a ton
Yeah.
of friends and is really popular?
David Dobrik.
Period.
Period.
And she said what she said.
I just never said.
But like, you know what I mean? So I always think about that. I'm like, I'm not very good at being convincing because I'm a truth teller, and truth tellers are easy to make out to be the villain. You're the same. You're a truth teller, so it's easy to make you a villain.
Right.
But like, I always try to tell the audience, like, if somebody is like perfect and super likable, you need to watch out for them.
Yeah.
Think about all the people in your life that like did horrible things to you that were narcissistic. They were probably really likable and had a ton of friends, right?
True. They don't show behind the curtain.
Right.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like that's very true. And especially on social media, you do see so much like perfectionism and just happiness. I'm like, okay, someone can't always be like that.
They're not ever.
The veil always gets lifted on it for sure. What's the biggest misconception people have when they meet you about either being a psychic or just you in general?
Well, I think sometimes people are like worried that I'm like reading them, whatever, and I'm like, I don't like. I kind of like can turn it off.
Right.
But I think I'm just intimidating as a person. Even when I was younger, like that's how I've always gotten is like, you know, it went from I hate you because you know you're different. Then I got strong, my inner strength, and then it's like, oh, you're intimidating. I'm scared of you. So I think a lot of times people are scared of me when I think I'm just like a lovable goofball, but I just have a hard exterior.
Yeah.
like a
You had
hooker
to
with a
develop
heart
it.
of gold.
Yeah. Yeah. A heart of pink.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
very, your aura is very pink. Do you see the color auras? Have you ever gotten into that?
Sometimes, but rarely for me.
I don't know what it means. I just always think like a pink aura is a happy aura.
Yeah, well,
You
it's
know?
like I think it's like all the chakras, they mean something different.
Oh, I don't think there's a pink chakra. I
There
have a
is,
chakra.
I think.
I have a chakra thing up in my psych. Oh, I should take
Maybe
you up
it's
there.
red. I don't know.
No, it's red. Because we have that chakra thing. There's no pink on it, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we have ours upside down, by
I
the
see
way.
red.
Someone's like, it's upside down. I was like, oh, okay, sorry.
Well, I know it's like brown is like the base or something. I know green is the heart.
Green is the heart?
Yeah, heart chakra.
Oh,
That
I didn't know.
Yeah.
What are chakras? I really don't know.
They're like parts of your body, I think. I
That
don't
do
actually
what?
know the definition, to be
They
honest.
radiate, or do you know a chakra? You know what it is?
Like points of energy.
Yeah.
Each one has, it's like archetypes. Each one has a specific.
Energy. A heart energy. I love green because green's also like a money color. Like all the crystals are always like, you know, money based. I'm very like, well, I'm a Taurus. So I'm very like, I love money. I love making money. I love like the
Yeah.
idea. It's not like drives me, but I'm like good
I'm
at it
so
because
bad
like
at that.
Gemini.
I'm
Yeah.
bad at money. I'm just like, okay, whatever.
You don't care. There's like whatever it is. I'm like someone checks constantly my bank account, money coming in. I'm always like making
what's
lists.
going on there. I
Wow.
just like experiences. So I'll just say yes or do things because I think it'll be fun and entertaining.
So what drives you to work? I always wonder that with people who don't care about money. I'm like, why do you work then?
Meeting new people.
Okay.
Even like in my tarot, like every day, like finding out new things. Also, tarot for me like is challenging. I'm still learning stuff. So doing a tarot reading, something new, something challenging.
I see. So
I
just
just like the experience.
that's a good way to be though. I need to be more like that.
Sometimes, I mean, sometimes I do need to be more analytical about it, but I'm
Yeah.
just like I want to have fun and I just want to connect with authenticity and meet cool people.
Interesting. So you're definitely extroverted that way.
Yeah.
And you like to be around people. It's just more of like a protection thing to
Yeah.
keep away.
I'm really good with people. I just make sure I choose who I'm good with.
I know you said you had friends here in LA. I'm like, I don't even have friends here in LA. And I live here.
Well, I think for me, it's like there's always like that level of friendship that you have. Like some people are super close, some people are just like here, whatever, and people can graduate when you gain trust with them. It's kind of how I've learned to navigate my friendships.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's like different levels of friendship. to
Who's
me.
the level out here you're hanging out with this week?
Some of my friends from Austin are coming into town.
Cute.
Yeah, because they want to like celebrate because they know how much this meant to me.
Oh
so,
my
yeah.
God. That is, I
Yeah.
didn't even know. Like, I didn't know all this. I would have done like a more big to do. I had no idea.
Are you kidding me? This is more than enough. But they were just
Oh.
like happy for me and like they wanted to celebrate. So a few of them are flying in.
Ah.
One of them was already here for a different event.
Oh
so.
my God,
And then I have
so
a couple of
fun.
friends who I've known for years here. So
Ah.
they're like pretty up there.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So they're like close friends
Yeah.
with you. You just have such a good like light and like everything around you, like your energy, even in person.
Thanks.
I remember the first time we met, it was such good energy. And then like now when you walked in, I was just like, oh, and you have good energy. You have that bubbliness to you too, where it's just like,
Thanks.
intoxicating. Like, it's just one of the, I had like really low energy at the beginning of this day. I was taking my iron pills, I was taking prenatal, and then Holly had a really high energy, and then you had a really high energy, and I was like, wow, this is like, and now I feel, I don't know if it's because we had sugar cookies
No,
or
you
what.
you're definitely energy spiked. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just like, I don't know, we had the cookies, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, this is so exciting. And just like being with you too, I just think you're so like down to earth, which you wouldn't think, again, just in general. You really have blown up and do so much things, and I love to hear that you're driven by just connection, which I think is like so important.
Yeah.
What's one of your biggest manifestations for you personally or career-wise?
Well,
TV
I want my
show.
own show. Yeah,
Happening.
obviously. It's going to happen.
Done.
Proper representation to help me, I think would be
Yeah,
great too.
I think that's a big one.
Yeah. I think love would be nice. Like I said, that would be great. But also, I kind of just want to challenge myself. Like, I want challenges.
What
Like creative
kind?
challenges.
Okay.
Like throw me into something I've never done before. Like I'll never
Yeah.
forget one time at a TwitchCon a couple years ago, they're like, do you want to host an event? I was like, I've never done it. They're like, okay, we'll throw you. They threw me into a game of Family Feud. Okay, gave me a microphone and said, wing it. And I killed it.
Really?
I got off the stage after I did. It was a live audience and it was streamed to thousands and thousands of people.
Oh my
I get
gosh.
off of the stage and this guy like walks up to me. He's like, wow, you're really good. Like I like represent people who host stuff. Like you should do it more often. I was like, just like a one-time thing, but like I just love doing things I would never do normally.
But you talked about hosting a couple times, and I think that's such a that's a really like rare thing. Most people want to be like an actor or something. Want to be like a host and be good at it. It's like very like,
because I like learning about people
I
and
just
people
know.
feel comfortable around me.
Yeah, and that's a big thing.
Right. So it's like, why not? And also, I don't know, I just like to riff with people. I think it's
Yeah,
fun. Like
you're
improv.
so no, and you are like, I feel like you can just talk to anyone about anything. Conversation doesn't matter what it's about. Like you just have that gift, which is not easy for a lot of people to do.
That's because when I was a kid, I was busy talking to my stuffed animals. I had no friends.
Really?
So I was practicing. Yeah.
I used to do that too. Or I used to talk to
pretended
walls.
I was pretending I was on the Tyra show.
Tyra.
Yeah.
Why that one?
I don't know. I was obsessed with that show.
What?
It was just weird.
The talk show?
Maury. Yeah, Maury.
I loved Maury.
Jerry Springer and Tyra was like the
I love
trifecta.
Jerry Springer. Yeah, back even before then, I loved Ricky Lake, Sally Field, Jenny Jones.
Oh my God, Ricky Lake, RuPaul's talk
Yeah.
show. Watched that
I
as a
never
kid.
watched that one.
I did with my
on
brother.
daytime.
It was nighttime, I believe.
Oh,
He had a
I
talk
never
show just
saw.
like with Ricky Lake. Yep.
Oh my God, I love them. I wanted to be Ricky Lake because she was a little like chubbier on TV, and I was like, well, I want to be that person.
You've been on one of those, haven't you?
Tyra.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm like,
But
pretty
that's
sure.
like that's not
Pretty
to
sure
me.
you're
That's
on Tyra.
But that's not the iconic one to me. To you, I was
It
like, I
is
don't
to
know.
me.
She didn't remember my name. She thought I had a daughter at the time. She was just all over the place. But
Love it.
Yeah,
Iconic.
When we were doing our photo shoot out there, you're like, this feels like America's Next Top Model. I was like, okay, Tyra fan over here. Are you a Tyra stan?
No. I think she's cool, but I'm like, I think for me, it's just that era is like my childhood.
Right.
Yeah,
so it's very nostalgic. She was. She was kind of a queen. And then even looking back, I'm kind of like, she's kind of iconic. I love that she didn't know my name. I was like, she has a talk show and I couldn't care less about what was coming on.
That's kind of iconic.
Yeah, no, it's everything. I was like, yeah, I guess why would I bother to get to know someone?
You're our new Wendy now.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Well, that's the best manifestation. I do love Wendy Williams. She's so real. I wish I could be real like that. But
I think you are.
I don't think I can be that real. Where you just like say like,
Well, she was multiple years into radio by the time she did
Yeah.
that, so you'll get there.
maybe by the time I'm 50, I won't care. I'll just be like, say whatever I'm going to say,
Yeah.
do a little fart burp. Which I think she's great, which is why I always built these chairs. I was like, oh, but you know what? I built them to make me look small, and now I just feel like humongous in these. Now.
No,
I'm
I
just
love
like,
these.
yeah.
I literally was like, I can't wait to sit in them. Looks
I know. I can't wait to see our photos. It does. You look so cute in it. I love it because our vibes just go so well together. The
I
pink
know.
on pink. What is one thing that people would be surprised to know about you?
Oh my God. I think people think like, oh, you have everything figured out, but I think for me, it's I fly by the seat of my pants. Like I'm not a very analytical person where I'm like trying to fit everything. I think I just am really good at making quick decisions.
Wow.
So like everything for me is more impulsive. Like I'm a very impulsive
Like
person.
Logan Paul?
Oh, please. I go on his podcast and I get bullied for an hour.
No, I feel like he low-key would love you. Does he still have the podcast? Do they have new episodes?
I don't watch his content. I wouldn't know.
You're just like, he just looks hot.
I just look at him and go, wow, you're beautiful. And that's
I kind of live for
not
that,
deep
though.
for me.
Yeah. You're not watching the WWE or anything like that.
No, but I was obsessed with it as a kid.
Really? Well, you should
Yeah.
watch it. He's a wrestler now. He's actually so good at
I'm
it.
good.
I don't like wrestling, but he's really athletic.
No, that's why I like him because he's like
Yeah.
really acrobatic.
Yeah.
He can like do splits and stuff.
Yeah, it's actually like a crazy. I'll watch it. Like I said, I'm not a standby. I'll watch it. I'll show Moses. I'll be like, this is
No,
crazy.
I always wanted to be a gymnast when I was growing up.
Oh.
Fun fact, okay, I begged my parents to be a gymnast, but they said no, it's not for boys. So I never got to. I'll tell you a really sentimental story. I'll give you a good little emotional moment. So I got invited to a birthday party, and it was at a gymnastics place, and it was all girls and me. should have known then I was gay, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, it was like maybe like second grade, okay? And it was, my mom had dropped me off because she had work, so I was the only kid by myself. And all the parents were like, they're like moms, they were like, oh, he shouldn't be here. Why is a boy here? Why is a boy here? Remember, like, this is way back in the day. I was born in 91, so they were like, the boy shouldn't be here, boy shouldn't be here. And we were lining up, and it was like a gymnastics thing. So I was like so excited because I always wanted to do the splits. I always wanted to be in gymnastics. I wasn't allowed. I wanted to be a cheerleader. I wasn't allowed. So they were all doing this, and I was waiting in line, and it got to be my turn. There was like a plexiglass window, and I was looking through the plexiglass window, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be able to do a split and like a tumble. And I remember the moms behind us were lined up, and they go, I don't think he should be here. I'm very uncomfortable. He shouldn't be here. No boys should be here. And they were all talking. And I remember turning around and looking at them, turning and looking at everyone and being like, am I not supposed to be here? And it's made me second guess myself. They're like, oh, Aunt, it's your turn. Do you want to go in? I go, I don't feel good. And I sat down.
No. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That breaks my heart
I know.
so much.
And it's like, it's a core memory for me, and it might be a sad one, but I draw strength from it. But because it teaches me to never do that again.
Yeah, to not just
and
do
it.
it.
But it's also very important for like parents to hear things like that, because they really do affect children. That small quip affected me my entire life. To
for
this day.
sure. Yeah.
So
I think
things
that
are better
is important.
now.
Yeah, but and I think now, like you said, those your age is becoming parents, and now not to, you would never say that to a little girl or a little boy or whatever. And and it is a beautiful thing. For our daughter's birthday party, it was all Malibu Barbie theme, and we had probably 6 boys and 5 girls, and the boys were just loving Barbie. The moms and parents and dads, they would take pictures of them with their Barbie watches or their Barbie mermaid, and like, it's his first Barbie, he loves it. And it was like so wonderful. They're 6, it's like you don't know sexuality at that age or whatever, and they were just so supportive of them like playing with Barbies. And I thought
that's probably why I like pink so much, because I was not allowed it as a kid.
Really?
No Barbies, no nothing. Yeah.
Oh, it's just so
I
weird.
was just playing with my pink Power Ranger.
Oh, well, that's so funny. My music producer, who we were talking about the "Damn I Look Good" song, he loves the Power Rangers, and he was like obsessed with like the pink Power Ranger too. But yeah, he always would tell me, he's like, "Damn I Look Good" is the one. Well, maybe we'll have to, if we do a video, you have to come out for it.
Oh my God, Trisha. Damn I Look Good is like my favorite song ever. I still listen to this day.
He was singing it outside.
Literally.
I was like,
no, first of all, I listen to all your music still, but Damn I Look Good is a song I play for the gays. All of my gay friends, I play it at parties. They go, what's this song? It sounds so good. Is this like, and that's why I said, she's like, is it like Slater or something? I'm like, it's Trisha.
Oh, best compliment ever.
Yeah, it's Trisha.
Oh
and
my
they're
God.
like, what? And they put it all in their playlist.
That's an old school one. Oh my gosh. We'll have to do an outro of it. Bring that one up, babe. Damn I Look Good. So when we do the outro, we can like party out to it. I always love to play it's so nice that you say that, because I did put so much work. It's called Damn I Look Good.
No,
we'll do it as
you.
outro.
Red Flags, Revenge, Damn I Look Good.
I mean, that's crazy.
The
Like
Freaky
Revenge.
remix that you made, the like rock or whatever.
The sad boy one.
Yes. I love that one.
That's literally so nice. You literally hype me up so much. You're so wonderful, and I hope that you know how wonderful you are.
Oh, thank you.
In every way. Like, I just am even more, one, that you came out all this way. I was so like thankful, but 2, just all your insight, your talent, everything about you. I mean, you are literally a star. You have the talent, you have the beauty, you have the brains, you have the kindness and the humbleness, and I hope you never lose that. So
I'm gonna cry.
I can't cry. You're just wonderful, and you just have so much strength and so much just goodness in you, and I hope that you keep telling stories about you, because I think it's so inspirational. Aww. People just don't know a lot of this stuff, and I feel like you could teach so many people, and I think for you too, it's
my heart.
Yeah, no, you're so wonderful in every way. Oh my gosh, you're cold.
I'm always
so
cold.
hot.
I run cold literally all the time.
No, you're so amazing, and I'm so happy we could connect again, and I hope that we can connect again. And truly, when you come out, let's do another tarot reading, and if there's a guest on, we'll do tarot readings. I think it's like so much fun, and just see each other again soon. All right, should we play it, DJ? Let's play it.
Hit it.
Hit it. See if you know the words. I like this song too.
Oh, I love this song.
Love it, easy. Can you hear it? Should I bring it over here?
In the mirror, take a picture perfect mirror. You can bet that I'm a winner. Hey, hey, hey. Sipping Pellegrino, walking out in Valentino, spending chips like a casino.
I'm paid. I love that you know.
Be who you are, little love, you're a star now. They can never take that away.
Oh my God, you know it.
Even if you got a hoopty, pull up to the Maserati like you're inside a Bugatti. Hey, hey, hey.
Yes!
Ooh, I'm feeling myself. Ooh, you're feeling yourself. Ooh, we're feeling ourselves, and I can't help it staring at me. I look good.
Oh, this is kind of a bop.
I told you.
good.
Damn, I look good. Damn, I good. Damn, I look good.
Damn,
This is my favorite part. Hold up. I think we need a breather. This boy is hot for teacher. I can compete with every feature.
Wow.
Booty and a thick waist. Boobies in your damn face.
That's so funny.
The gays love that.
Oh my God. That was amazing. Thank you so much. You were everything. I hope you get everything. I know you're going to get everything that you manifested and wished for. And you're wonderful. And I can't wait to see you again. Everyone check out ANTPHRODITE everywhere. YouTube,
Bye.
streaming, and just being an overall great person.
Thanks for having me. I love you.
Mwah.